When I helped my girlfriend put on stockings, we promised to get into Peking University together. But during the college entrance exam, I purposely scored a 0 in Chinese. So I only got 600 points in total. Missed my shot at Peking University. She went overseas for college instead. But she doesn't know. I never went to college at all. I had to drop out and started delivering food. At night, exhausted, on my way to deliver the last order, I was suddenly hit by a white Range Rover. Next second, a woman in red high heels came over and squatted beside me. "Are you okay?" I didn't mean to. She opened her Gucci purse and pulled out a wad of cash. Looked like 2 or 3,000 yuan. "Here, take this money first. Go to a nearby hospital and check if you're hurt. I've got something really urgent to handle now." She pushed the cash into my hand, stood up to leave, but then squatted down again. She took out a pen from her bag, scribbled on a Yeda sticky note, and wrote down a phone number. She slipped me her ID card along with the note. She said, "If you need anything, just call me anytime. My name is Lishia." I looked down at her ID, and she was already gone. The whole thing took less than a minute. We didn't really talk at all. The white Range Rover drove away. I struggled to get up from the ground. Then I pushed my scooter home alone, still holding her driver's license. It was already midnight. After hesitating a bit, I picked up the phone and dialed her number. No one picked up the first time. After a minute, I called again. This time it was rejected right away. I wasn't ready to give up, so I called a third time. Finally, she answered. She sounded annoyed on the phone. "Who is this? What do you want? Hurry up." I spoke politely. "I'm sorry, you hit me with your car just now." Her attitude changed immediately. She kept apologizing, said it was her fault. "I'm really sorry. Which hospital are you at now? Did you get checked out? What did the doctor say?" Her tone calmed me down a bit. I replied calmly, "I'm fine, just that my scooter got cracked a little." "Glad you're okay. How much was the scooter? I'll pay you for it. What you gave me is enough to fix it. I still have your ID card. Come get it when you're free." "How about now?" she asked, as if confirming with me. "I'm busy, can't make it. Can I have a friend pick it up for me?" Then I told her my address. After hanging up, I sat on a bench putting Yunnan Baiyao on my bruises. About half an hour later, I heard someone knock on my door. I opened it and saw 4 guys outside. The one in front looked about my age. The 3 behind him looked tough. The guy in front stared at me, asked, "Did you make the call? Who are you?" Before I could answer, he snapped impatiently, "Do you have Lishia's ID card? It's behind me." Before I finished, he punched me in the face, then kicked me hard in the stomach. I didn't even know what was going on. Just got beat to the ground. I tried to get up, but he kicked me in the face. Right then, I tasted blood in my mouth. My roommate Lu Chong, who always parties with booze, opened his bedroom door, took a look, and quickly closed it. The guy came over, stepped on my arm with his shoe, and coldly asked, "Where's the ID?" I wanted to speak, but half my face was totally numb. Couldn't say a word. He turned to his buddies, told them, "Go inside and look for it." That ID and note were right on the table in my bedroom. They found it quickly, gave it to the guy. He checked the ID, and put it in his pocket, satisfied. He pressed down harder on my arm, and said coldly, "Are you blind? How dare you mess with her? Let me be clear. If you bother that woman again, I'll personally ruin you." Then he kicked me again, and turned to leave. Right before he got to the door, he seemed to remember something, walked into my room, and grabbed my phone. He smashed it on the floor in front of me, made sure it was totally broken. Then they all swaggered off. After they left, I sat on the edge of the bed alone, holding a cheap cigarette, Red Pagoda Hill, in my fingers. I couldn't figure it out. Why is this world always so unfair? What makes it worse is how everyone wears a mask. Why did she leave her ID with me, then send people to beat me up? I need to ask her. What's she really up to? The rain outside kept pouring down, like it wouldn't stop all night. When the sun rises tomorrow, I'll just be another drifter in this city. The first sunlight of dawn shines through my window, casting a slanting beam in the room. I've already packed up everything, and put it in my suitcase. Today, I'm moving out of this rental. Because of those guys last night, the landlord thought I was hanging with bad people, so he stopped renting my room to me. I put the suitcase on my old scooter. All I had left was the money. That woman threw at me in the rain, 2,600 yuan. Last month, when I got paid, I sent all my money to my dad, kept a little just to get by while he was sick. Out of the 2,600, I spent 800 on a new smartphone. Still need to keep delivering food to survive. Saved a little over 1,000 yuan to rent a place. If I don't find one before dark, I'll have to sleep under a bridge tonight. Inserted my SIM card into the new phone, and got a call from my second uncle as soon as I turned it on. "Chen Fan, what are you doing?" My second uncle, Chen Xiaojia, is kind of a legend. My grandpa actually found him abandoned by the road. He's 6 years older than me. He's done a lot of shady stuff over the years. People say his reputation is infamous. I squatted at the curb and said, I'm not busy right now. Why'd you call me today? I got business. I'm in Kiming to get medicine for your dad. Heard there's an old Chinese doctor here who's an expert at treating kidney disease. After I got his contact info, so I rushed right over. I'll just crash at your place tonight. I'll take the train back in the morning. Once I heard what my second uncle said, I got nervous right away. If he finds out I've done so bad that I don't even have a place to stay, what's he gonna think? If he tells my parents when he goes back, they'll just get worried again. Plus, I've got a bruised face. With the way my second uncle is, he's definitely going to dig for answers if he sees me. That's a big problem. I stammered and said, Uncle, please don't come looking for me. Just pick up the medicine and head home early. I'm super busy at work. But he insisted, your mom sent you a whole basket of farm eggs. She says you have to get them no matter what. Alright, I'll call you when I get there. Then he hung up. Just to rent a place right away and move in. That's not really possible. But in just 2 hours, he'd be here. This is trouble. After hesitating for a bit, I decided to find a small hotel near the station first. Get him settled there. So he's taken care of. That way, he won't insist on staying with me. As long as he has a place, I don't care where I sleep. I just need something temporary. 2 hours later, I picked him up at the train station. He was the same as always, wearing a knockoff Nike t-shirt, his muscles showing off, and a new tattoo on his arm. When we met, he froze for a second. Then he asked with concern, Chin Fan, what happened? Did you get in a fight? I lied and said I just fell by accident. He didn't believe me at all. You think you can fool me like you fool your parents? Who falls down and ends up like that? What? Got beat up but don't dare to admit it. I knew my uncle had seen a lot, so lying to him would be tough. But I didn't want to talk about it. So I just brushed him off and said, let's go. Let's go, I'll take you to where you're staying. We'll get your herbal medicine in the afternoon. He didn't say anything, just walked with me. At the small hotel I'd booked ahead, I told him, you'll stay here tonight. After we get your medicine, I've got to head to work. Please don't tell my parents I got beat up, or they'll just worry. But he kept pushing. What really happened? Who did this to you? Chen Fan, are you hiding something from the family? Just tell me who hit you, and why. I grumbled under my breath. I have no clue why they hit me. Then I told him everything from last night. At the end, I made sure to remind him again, don't you dare tell my parents about this. Otherwise they'll just worry again. I've still got a few $100 left. Give it to Dad when you go back. Chun Shaoji just stayed quiet for a few minutes. Then he said, okay, I won't say anything to your folks. Then he took out 2,000 yuan and gave it to me. Don't bother giving money to your parents. I'll give you another 2,000. Find a better apartment. Rent a decent place. Take care of yourself. Uncle, I don't want your money, really. But he ordered. Take it, just take it. Stop arguing. This afternoon I'll get your dad's medicine. You go look for a place. First, get your living situation sorted out. Let's have dinner together tonight. I'll take the early train back tomorrow. I took a deep breath. I could really feel how much he cares about me. And I didn't want him to worry. So I agreed with his plan. That afternoon, I went looking for a place. My uncle went to pick up the herbs. My dad's kidney problem has been going on for years. All these years, we've spent everything on his treatment. Used up all our family savings. Grandpa left some money before he died, but Uncle didn't take a cent of it. It all went to Dad's treatment. Even though my uncle messes around a lot, he's actually a really good guy. That afternoon, I found a listing at an agency. A 3-bedroom apartment. I'll be sharing it. Rent is $700 a month, living room, bathroom, kitchen are shared. The other 2 rooms are for a couple, and a single girl. After seeing the place, I thought it was decent. So I rented it. By the time everything was done, it was past 4 p.m. Uncle texted me, said he was waiting at a hotel near the station. We'd have dinner together that night. He had to catch a morning train home the next day. As I left, I ran into the single girl roommate. She just got home from work, still in her business outfit. Her short blazer made her look really classy. When she bent down to change her shoes, I accidentally glimpsed down her collar. I swear it was an accident. But, yeah, she was definitely attractive. It was really hard to look away. When she stood up after changing her shoes, I stupidly kept staring at her chest. She glared at me, and called me a perv under her breath. She pulled her collar closed, and walked straight to her room. After dinner with my uncle, I didn't feel like heading back to the apartment, so I got another room at the hotel. Next morning, after seeing my uncle off, I got back to delivering food. No work, no money. And right now, that's all I can do. I worked straight till 11:30 that night. The last order surprised me. It was actually from someone in my place. The name was Linafei. I carried the food home. The couple in the big bedroom weren't home. Their door was shut, and the lights were off inside. But the single girl's room light was on. I could hear her typing every now and then. I took off my jacket, tossed it in my room, and walked over to her door with the food. Gave it a gentle knock. She opened it, wearing pajamas. When she saw it was me, her face changed and she instinctively pulled her collar shut with her left hand, and, annoyed, asked, "What do you want?" I held up the takeout in my hand, and said, "Your food delivery." Lina Fei got furious. She snapped, "Who told you to touch my food?" I didn't even have a chance to reply. She just snatched it from me, then, unbelievably, threw it straight into the trash can by the door. There was a bowl of soup in the food, so when she grabbed it, some of it spilled on my jeans. It was hot, but she didn't even care. She stepped back and slammed the door. I stood at the door, feeling a bit lost. I shook my head helplessly, went back to my room. Then I got some feedback for one of my deliveries. A bad review. The reason was, "Why did you give my delivery to someone else? How could you be so irresponsible?" I stared at the screen. It just felt ridiculous. One bad review means a 300 yuan pay cut. Up at dawn, home late at night. Might not even make 300 today. I was dog-tired. And now, that one review took me right back to square one. Wednesday at noon. Suddenly, my second uncle called. I thought he was going to talk about family stuff. I parked my bike by the road, asked my uncle, "What's up?" "I'm delivering orders right now. Call me later, okay? I'm at the corner of Lianghua Road and Renmin Street. After this delivery, stop taking orders. Come here first." I thought I heard wrong. "Where are you?" "At the little garden, the place you said you got hit. Come over for a bit. Tell me exactly where that Range Rover hit you." I got a feeling Uncle Chen Xiaojia was up to something. "Didn't you go home? Why are you back in Kunming? I'll help you get even. You don't have to come. At most, I'll just grab more surveillance footage." I was speechless. I know exactly what my Uncle Chen Xiaojia is like. After I finished my order, I rushed over. Sure enough, saw my uncle at the intersection by Little Garden. He was squatting by the roadside, staring at the cameras by the intersection. I had no idea what he was thinking. He saw me, asked where I was hit. I corrected him and said it wasn't me getting hit. The Range Rover turned and I ran into it. He cursed instantly. "Who doesn't know you yield when turning? Just tell me which direction." I pointed across the road. Told Chen Xiaojia, right there. "Uncle, let it go. We're new in Kunming, don't make trouble. The less trouble the better." But he said, "I get it. Once I figure out the license plate, I'll find the guy who hit you. Go to your thing." Said that, Chen Xiaojia left without looking back. I shouted after him, "Uncle, I live at Paris. You want to come stay tonight?" Chen Xiaojia just threw out, "Don't worry about me." I watched Chen Xiaojia disappear into the crowd. I started feeling uneasy. Those guys clearly aren't just average folks. They drive a white Range Rover, carrying bags worth tens of thousands. Chen Xiaojia doesn't know anyone in Kunming. Just jumping in like this, isn't this asking for trouble? But I know I can't stop him. All I can do is worry. No idea what else to do. 3 nights later, Chen Xiaojia called me again, told me to get to Car City at Century City in half an hour. He'd be waiting for me in the outdoor parking lot. When I found him there, he was squatting in a hidden corner by the flower bed. At an angle across from him was the same car from that night, white Range Rover, scratch still there. I was really shocked by how resourceful Chen Xiaojia is. Couldn't believe how he found it. I was a little worried. Tried to talk him out of it. "Uncle, just let it go. Don't make a big deal out of it." He flatly said, "No way, we need to settle this tonight." I looked around. It was after 8. But the place was packed. No way we could settle anything here. "Smoke?" Chen Xiaojia handed me a cigarette. It was even soft Zhonghua. He pointed at a black Santana nearby. "Let's get in. Just wait in the car. Doesn't matter whose car it is. Come on, get in." Once I was inside, I started to get nervous. This Santana was so beat up, at least 10 years old. On the right side of the driver's seat, there was a steel pipe wrapped in a bandage upright. That was clearly the weapon for tonight. I just couldn't calm down. I hated them for bullying me. But the idea of fighting made me nervous. I was a little scared. Tried to talk my uncle out of it. But he just ignored me. I was basically talking to myself. Around 9:15, the guy from that night showed up, the guy who hit me, and Lixia, who was driving. They both showed up. Both walked over to the Range Rover. The guy went to the driver's side, opened the door. Chen Xiaojia asked coldly, "Is it those two, uncle?" "Let it go." Chen Xiaojia sounded impatient. "Stop talking. Just yes or no." I took a deep breath. Softly said, "Yeah." Chen Xiaojia didn't react. Just kept staring at the Range Rover. Range Rover started up, slowly pulling out. Chen Xiaojia started up the Santana. followed right behind. I was a nervous wreck the whole way. I know exactly what Chen Xiaojie is capable of. All too well. The Range Rover was in front, turning here and there. Got off the ring road. Took a quiet side street. Chen Xiaojie saw his shot. Pulled past the Range Rover. Swerved quickly. Cut the Range Rover off. Then slammed on the brakes. Blocked the white Range Rover sideways. Gotta admit, the Range Rover has great brakes. With another car, it probably would have crashed. Once we stopped, Chen Xiaojie didn't hurry to get out. The Range Rover driver, the same guy who hit me before, got out of the car. Super angry, came right up to the Santana driver's door. Kicked the door hard. And yelled, "What the hell are you doing? Can you even drive?" Chen Xiaojie grabbed the steel pipe with his right hand. Unlocked the Santana with his left hand. And shoved the door open. The guy outside got hit by the door. Stumbled back a few steps. Chen Xiaojie jumped out, pipe in hand. Didn't say a word. Swung the pipe at the guy's head. The guy raised his left arm to block it. But Chen Xiaojie kicked him right after. The dude stepped back twice. Tripped on the curb. Totally scared by Chen Xiaojie. Fell to the ground and looked up at him. His face was pale. Didn't dare say a word. Lost all that swagger from a second ago. Lixia got out from the passenger seat. She hurried over to the guy. She squatted down and asked, "Jiahao, are you okay? Are you alright? Are you hurt at all?" After asking that, she looked up at second uncle and asked, "Why did you hit him?" But second uncle turned to me and said, "Chen Fan, come here. What do you want to do with him?" I nervously walked over to second uncle. I whispered, "Second uncle, forget it, it's done. Let's just go." "Who are you guys?" Lixia actually didn't recognize me. Thinking about it, that's not surprising. She left in a hurry that day. I was still wearing my delivery uniform, riding the e-bike, helmet on. Of course she doesn't remember me. But right now, she looked at Chen Xiaojie on me seriously, and asked, terrified, "What do you want?" Chen Xiaojie ignored Lixia. He gripped the steel pipe in his right hand. He slowly crouched down. The end of the steel pipe pressed against the guy's thigh. I could tell he was using force. The guy's face was already twisted in pain. But honestly, he's got guts. He just clenched his teeth and held it in. Chen Xiaojie saw his face, and looked pretty pleased. He said to the guy, "You beat up Chen Fan." Smashed his phone. "So I'll cut you a deal. $5,000. Transfer it now. Once you pay, we're done here." Chen Xiaojie laughed coldly, "If you don't, you're not walking out of here in one piece today." I guess Lixia knew her boyfriend's usual style, and added my uncle's tough vibes. She just got scared. She opened her little bag. She begged, "Don't hurt him. I'll give you the money." She said that while digging out cash from her bag. Didn't even count it, just handed it straight to my uncle. I have no idea how much money there was. "I gave you all of it." Chen Xiaojie gave it a quick look, and said, "Okay, this will do. We're done for now. Don't think money lets you bully people. Y'all better remember that. Not happy? Come find me. My number is easy to remember. 135-6677, new number. If you're not satisfied, call me anytime." After saying all that, Chen Xiaojie put away the steel pipe. He told me, "Chen Fan, let's go. If he bothers you again, I'll make him regret it." I felt a bit dazed. This is just how Chen Xiaojie handles things. When we were leaving, I couldn't help but look at Lixia again. She's really pretty. So gorgeous I couldn't even find words. And when I looked at her, she was also looking at me. The moment our eyes met, it made me feel awkward. So I quickly looked away, turned and got in the car. Chen Xiaojie saw I was nervous. He asked me in a disappointed tone, "Are you scared? Come on, we're just people like them. Why should you be scared of them? If you're a man, deal with them." Honestly, I was annoyed. All these years in Kunming, I've always played the small-town outsider. I don't like to argue with people, and I really don't fight. I just want less trouble, more work. Work hard, make money, send it home. Hopefully save up enough for my dad's kidney. Seeing I stayed quiet, Chen Xiaojie tried to cheer me up. "Hey, stop looking so upset. It's not a big deal. If he messes with you again, I'll handle him again, until he gets it. Get off at the next intersection. Take this money and spend it carefully. I'll be in Kunming for a while. Call me if you need anything." He didn't care if I wanted the cash or not. Just shoved it all to me. I know dad's treatment costs a lot, so I didn't argue with him. There was probably over 6,000 yuan. I took all of it. I asked, "Aren't you going home? What are you doing in Kunming?" "Don't worry about it. I'm not doing deliveries. Remember that. If he messes with you again, just take care of him. Don't chicken out." My uncle and I see the world pretty differently. After I got off at the intersection, I wandered the city alone at midnight, carrying a few thousand cash in my pocket. It just felt way too easy. So easy it made me uneasy. I even thought about calling Lixia to give the money back. Explain it's all a misunderstanding. I admit, I had that thought. Because I'm just a regular guy. And can't handle the drama. But really, there's another reason. I'm kind of hoping to meet Lucia. At least, I don't want her to dislike me. Suddenly I realized that's a crazy thought. How can I expect attention from someone like her? Still fantasizing about meeting gorgeous Lucia. Couldn't help but laugh at myself. Next day, I slept in for a change. Started picking up orders on the app. The first one was a big one. 40 lunchboxes to Katy International Hotel. The security guard had me use the staff elevator. Took me straight to the meeting room on 29th floor. The first time, I only carried up 20 meals. Only the girl who ordered was there. She told me to leave them on the table. Then I went downstairs for the rest. When I came back again, and brought the meals in the meeting room, I saw something that shocked me. Lucia was there, in the crowd. The moment we made eye contact, I honestly couldn't believe my eyes. But she was right there in the meeting room, staring at me. A guy opened a lunchbox and handed it to her. He said respectfully, "Miss Lee, you've been working hard. Please eat." That made my scalp tingle. Just yesterday, Chen Xiaojian and I beat up her boyfriend. And now I'm here delivering her food. Did I just walk into a trap? After dropping off the food, I headed out right away. Pretty much rushed straight into the elevator. As soon as the doors opened, I froze. There were at least 4 security guards outside. I tried to keep my cool and kept my head down. 2 guards stopped me immediately. Told me to come with them. I pretended not to know anything. Told them, "You got the wrong person. Cut the crap." The head guard told the other 3, "Take him." I shouted, "Why? You're just security guards. You have no right to detain me." After I yelled, a bunch of people in the lobby started looking over. The hotel lobby manager can really think on his feet. He smiled and explained to the others watching. He said sorry about that. Sorry for disturbing everyone. Just now a hotel guest reported something valuable missing. They suspected the food delivery guy took it. We've already stopped the suspect. We'll send him to the police soon. Really sorry. Is this delivery guy a thief? Delivery drivers these days have no manners. Who even dares order food delivery now? I shouted at the top of my lungs. I made a scary face and yelled that I was being framed. No one believed me. No one cared about what I was shouting. All I saw were cold faces. People were just taking pictures with their phones. The 4 security guards didn't do what the manager said. They didn't take me to the police. They just locked me in a room. They took my phone away. They tied me to a chair. I kept yelling, "Let me go. This is illegal detention. It's against the law." The fat security guard threatened me, saying I didn't know what illegal detention meant. I just do what my boss tells me. If you make any more noise and bother me, I'll shove my socks that haven't been washed for a week right in your mouth. He won. That threat was actually pretty scary. So scary I didn't dare speak. I felt like he could really do it. I just kept waiting, nervous as hell, not knowing what would happen next, or who I'd have to face. After a little while, 2 of the guards actually fell asleep on the bed. I tried to escape, but my hands and feet were tied to the chair. No matter what I did, it was pointless. Maybe 3 hours went by. Then the door finally opened. I heard someone come in. The 2 guards quickly got up. Lucia walked in with 5 other people. A girl next to her was the same one who ordered food today. And walking by her was the lobby manager. The last 2 were more security guards. Seeing Lucia come in, the guards jumped to their feet. They politely greeted her. "Hi, Miss Lee." Lucia frowned. She asked, "Why did you tie him up?" Before he could answer, the lobby manager glared at the fat guard and sharply scolded, "Who told you to tie him up? Hurry up and let him go." They untied me. Lucia told everyone in the room, "You all go out. Without my permission, no one comes in." Seeing how serious she was, no one dared argue. One by one, they hurried out. Lucia stared at me coldly. She asked, "What's your grudge with Jiahao? Why'd you hit him so hard yesterday?" "So his name is Jiahao. Now I finally know that guy's name. Are you really going to play dumb? Don't you know why you hit him?" Lucia's tone was like she'd seen right through people like me. She said, "You guys are always fighting. What do you get out of it? Can't you just talk things out? Just fighting solve anything?" So she thinks I'm some street punk. I looked at Lucia and asked, "Can I explain?" She cut me off right away. She told me, "The only reason I kept you here is to tell you this. Don't come picking fights in the middle of the night again. If you want money, just ask me straight. Don't give him a hard time." That seriously ticked me off. I looked at her and asked, "You made me sit here tied up for hours, ruined my whole afternoon of work, just to tell me this crap?" Lucia fired back, "What else would I say? What else do you want me to say?" Now I was really mad. "Since you want to talk, fine. I've got something to say too. That first lunchbox I delivered this afternoon, did you eat it? I'll tell you right now, I'd already eaten half of it. So you ate my leftovers. And I spit in it too. Li Xia's eyes went wide in shock. The next second, she covered her mouth and ran to the bathroom. That felt amazing. I grabbed my phone and walked out like a boss. The lobby manager and a few guards were outside the door. They looked at me kind of weird. But I strutted out, full of swagger. Thinking back, I felt even better. I left the hotel lobby. It was dinner time. I planned to keep delivering food. But I found my account was suspended. I asked customer service what happened. They said I might be involved in a theft case. So they took away my delivery job for now. In other words, I just got fired. Like, what did I ever do to deserve this? Delivery isn't easy, you know. No clue how I got caught up in this whole mess. I glared at Katy International Hotel. And spit on the ground hard. Suddenly a bunch of guards rushed out from the hotel. They yelled, "Grab him. Don't let him get away." Right? I just spit on the ground and they're chasing me. I took off running. But a guard at the gate kicked me to the ground. The others caught me right away. This time, they didn't drag me back to the hotel. They shoved me into a Buick GL8 van. Then Li Xia got in too, and sat in the left seat of the second row. I was tied up and put on the right side. They were worried I'd try anything. So they wrapped the rope around me again. 2 more guards sat in the back. Another guard was up front. I started to get really nervous. I looked at Li Xia next to me and asked, "What are you trying to do?" "All I did was eat some of your food. You're not really going to kill me, are you?" "Shut up." Li Xia glared at me, super annoyed. "If you mention lunch again, I'll have them throw you out right now. But seriously, tell me, where exactly are you taking me? You've already messed up my whole life. I lost my job because of you." Li Xia looked cold and said, "I don't care if you have a job or not. But if Jiahao is hurt, I'm definitely taking you to court." "Wait, so how is Jiahao related to you? And what's his deal with me?" "Jiahao is my little brother. I don't want him hurt, not even a little." When I heard that, I actually felt kind of excited. Why should your brother getting hurt matter to me? Your friend kidnapped my brother. Now I'm taking you to make the exchange. I looked at Li Xia and asked, "How was I supposed to know anything about that? I don't even know anyone that crazy." "You do. It's that Chen Xiaoji guy from last night." "Oh man, are you serious? What did he even do this time?" My head was about to explode. "Yesterday we agreed this was over, didn't we? Why did he go find Li Jiahao again? Do you think Li Jiahao is rich and easy to mess with? If Uncle could do something like that, I'm really not sure what to think." I didn't dare ask any more. We were pretty quiet along the way. We drove from downtown all the way to the outskirts of East 3rd Ring. We finally arrived at this rundown warehouse. There was a table set up next to 2 cars. A few cans were on the table. There were also some braised snacks. Over a dozen empty beer bottles lay by the table. Chen Xiaojia sat alone on one side. Li Jiahao and a few others sat on the other 3 sides. These guys looked pretty rough. They all had black eyes and bruises. Even Li Jiahao was no exception. Seeing all this, Li Xia couldn't take it anymore. She rushed out of the car straight toward Li Jiahao. "Jiahao, how did you end up like this? Who did this to you?" she asked. While looking at Uncle totally ignored Li Xia. The fat security guard kicked me out of the car. The other 2 dragged me up from the ground. They yelled, "Let our boss go now, or we're gonna rip your ticket." Uncle was obviously surprised when he saw this. He frowned a bit, but didn't really say anything. Uncle put down his beer and stood up. "What's going on here?" Li Xia looked at Chen Xiaojia and asked, "Was it you who beat up my brother like this? Didn't you say last night everything was fine? What do you really want?" "Sis, stop it." Li Jiahao stood up, lowered his head and said, "It's not their fault. It's our fault. 5 of us still lost to him alone. I deserved it. If I hadn't heard it myself, I wouldn't believe this was real." Li Jiahao's 4 buddies were all bigger guys, but they all got taken down by Chen Xiaojia, and he convinced them completely. Li Xia raised her hand, feeling sorry for him, touched Li Jiahao's swollen face, and gently asked, "Does it hurt?" Li Jiahao nodded first, then shook his head and said, "I'm fine. It's not the first time I've been beaten up, but he's the first person to really put me in my place. It's not their fault." "Stop, stop, stop." Uncle cut Li Jiahao off. He said, "Your sister's got skills, huh? She actually grabbed my nephew. Let's just call it even today. You let my nephew go, I'll let you leave. Today's event. No payment for the fight scenes. But don't let it happen again." The fat guard tried to show off in front of Li Xia. He rolled up his sleeves and said, "Bossly, they're way too cocky. Let me go teach them a lesson." Li Xia shot him a glare, then asked Li Jiahao, "What grudge do you really have? Can't you just settle it today once and for all? Stop making trouble, okay? You're not a kid anymore. When are you going to grow up? Dad asked me to look after you before he left. Can't you do better? I've got to look after you, and also run the company. Do you think it's easy for me?" The more she talked, the more upset Li Xia got. She actually teared up. Seeing her cry, Li Jiahao got anxious. He pleaded, "Sis, I know I was wrong. Don't cry, please? It's my fault. I got beat up last night. Couldn't take it. So today I called some friends and wanted to get even. Didn't expect to lose. 5 of us lost to just 1. I promise I won't cause trouble for you anymore. So please don't cry, okay? Hey, I yelled from the side. Can you untie me first while you all catch up? I'm still tied up here, you know. You said hostage swap. But my uncle didn't tie your brother up. Can't you keep your word? Let me go first. Li Xia glanced at the fat guard, and he hurried to untie me. She really cares about her brother. And asked, why did you try to stop him last night? Stop pretending, will you? I yelled out loud. You ran me over, then had him come beat me up at my place. And took my phone. Don't tell me you didn't know about this. Hearing this, Li Xia was stunned. She stared at me for 3 seconds, then turned to look at Li Jiahao. Li Jiahao lowered his head and said, sis, let me explain. Li Jiahao couldn't even look her in the eye. He mumbled, that night, didn't you say? You hit someone with your car, and told me to get your ID? I just thought you were being scammed, and your ID was being held back. Thought they were trying to extort you. So I brought some guys, went to his place to get the ID back, and grabbed it from him. I was worried he had your number, and would keep bothering you. So I smashed his phone before we left. Then Li Jiahao talked quieter and quieter, and that led to what happened last night. Li Xia was still in shock. She looked at me, then at Li Jiahao. He was already shrinking into his hoodie. He looked really scared. Is it clear now? I looked at Li Xia and asked, if you don't want to hear my side, at least listen to your brother. Is it clear now? You hit me with your car, had people beat me up, and today your front desk accused me of theft. Now, I even lost my delivery guy job because they banned me. I'm out of work now. Thanks to all the great stuff you did. Did I ever mess with you guys? Why'd you have to ruin me like this? Sorry, Li Xia's face turned red, and she softened her tone. She said, I'll make it up to you. Thanks, but no need. Don't think having a little money means you can do anything. After I said that, I strutted over to Uncle, grabbed a beer and downed it in one go, then tossed the bottle aside, and said to Uncle, didn't know you could fight. Uncle smirked and said, not bad, I guess. Then he stood up and said to Li Xia, Miss, at least you talk things over. It's way easier dealing with reasonable people. You guys hit someone with a car, showed up to beat him and smash his phone, then got my nephew fired too. All you have to figure out how to make this right. Can't just let this slide for nothing, right? Li Xia blushed and asked, so tell me, how much do you want as compensation? Uncle thought about it and said, forget it. Just give him some money. He can just send it home, help his dad see a doctor, or maybe just give him a job. Li Xia said, no, don't reject me. We both spoke almost at the same time. Li Xia glanced at me. She whispered, our company doesn't want people with bad character. What's wrong? Chen Xiaojia asked, clearly annoyed. How is my nephew a bad person? Li Xia got a little flustered. Blushing, she said, he stole my food, and gave me his leftovers. I couldn't help bursting out laughing. I said to my second uncle, let's go. You don't need to worry about my job, I can't deliver food anymore. I can do something else. By the way, let me ask. Looking at Li Xia and Li Jiahao, I said, let's call it settled. You guys won't bother me anymore, right? You won't lock me up again, right? Li Xia was blushing after what I said. Li Jiahao said loudly, don't worry. I'm honestly impressed, bro. If you need anything, just tell me. Second uncle ignored Li Jiahao. He said to me, let's go. It's all sorted out. I'll drive you back. I got into that old Santana. Curious, I asked. Did you really knock all those guys out? Chen Xiaojia shot back, what's so hard about that? Suddenly, I didn't know what to say. Second uncle is awesome. He dropped me off downtown. He asked me, what are your plans now? Still gonna deliver food? I said my writer account got banned. Guess I'm done with food delivery. I'll find another job, I can support myself. Before I left, he said the usual thing. Told me to call him if I needed anything. After getting out of the car, I suddenly felt a kind of confusion I'd never felt before. I used to get up early and deliver food non-stop, hoping one day life wouldn't be so rushed. Now that day is finally here. But I don't know what to do next. I was sitting at the curb by the back gate of Dianchi Spring Community, watching the road, looking at the city, feeling lonely and cold. Then a stray dog slowly walked over. It circled around me, and then sat right beside me. 2 strangers, 2 souls, both just sharing the same loneliness. Funny thing is, Lenny Fei feeds stray dogs every day. Because of the dog, Lenny Fei and I finally got over our old issues, chatted and became way friendlier. Woke up at 7:30 the next morning. Started looking for delivery jobs, just like usual. When I found one, I realized my rider account was banned. I can't take orders or deliver food today. My bike suddenly came to mind. My bike is still at Kaidi International Hotel. When I got grabbed yesterday, my e-bike was still there. Now I quickly threw on some clothes. I got a motorbike ride at the gate. Went straight to Kaidi International Hotel. At the security booth of the hotel, I saw the same chubby guard from yesterday. He was on duty. When I noticed him, he saw me too. He held up a rubber baton and asked, "What are you doing here again? Here to get beat up? Get lost." I asked him, annoyed. "Where's my bike?" "What bike?" The chubby guard swung his baton. He threatened me, saying, "There's no bike here for you. Get out." "My e-bike." "Where's my e-bike? I parked it here yesterday." "Who stole it? Pull the security footage for me." The chubby guard just laughed. He asked in a mocking tone, "You think you can just check our hotel surveillance anytime you want? This is Kaidi International Hotel. It's not your house, you know." I really wanted to slap him. The chubby guard was feeling extremely smug. He kept teasing me, "That crappy bike of yours. Just go report it at the police station. They won't even bother to file a case for you. You act like it's a treasure." Before he could finish, the chubby guy suddenly stood at attention and saluted, looking all professional. "Who's that? Are they here?" I turned around. I saw Lishia. That white Range Rover drove up. The car stopped next to me. Lishia looked at me from inside and asked, "What do you want?" I asked back, annoyed. "You think I want to come to your crappy place? I'm here to get my bike. It was parked here yesterday. Now I can't find it." The chubby guard came over and said, "Miss Lee, just ignore him. All this fuss over his crappy bike. He wants our hotel to pull up surveillance. Acts like he's somebody important. Miss Lee, go do your thing. Let me handle his bike issue." Lishia looked at the guard and asked, "How are you gonna handle it? Where's his bike?" The guard looked sneaky. Smiling, he said, "Last night's guard Xiaojiang said they saw his e-bike get yanked away by city inspectors. Now I was totally pissed. You guys saw my bike getting hauled off by city inspectors and didn't even say anything? I was here delivering food to you guys. Now I lost my job. Couldn't you at least watch my bike for me? Don't you people have any heart?" The chubby guard grinned and glared at me, looking all pleased with himself. He even sang, "Why would we help you?" Enough. Lishia was annoyed. She told the guard, "Swipe the elevator for him. Bring him to my office." With that, she drove off toward the parking lot. "Are you serious?" The guard was confused. He looked at me, baffled. "Did I hear that right? Miss Lee wants me to take you to her office?" Lishia's office is on the 29th floor. It says general manager on her door. Never thought Lishia was the manager. Pretty impressive to have that job so young. She really is something. Her office is the fanciest one I've ever seen. Lishia even made me a cup of coffee herself. When she handed me the coffee, she asked, "How much was your e-bike? Any idea why?" I suddenly felt like flirting with Lishia. I looked at her and scoffed, "Money? Is money everything to you? Let me tell you, I've ridden that e-bike for 3 years. Since I started delivering food, that bike's been with me. Been through a lot together. But just because I made one delivery to your company, now it's gone for good. Don't you feel even a little bit guilty?" Lishia sipped her coffee, leaned on her desk, and looked at me. "You're acting all dramatic, like you're really attached to your bike. But it's pointless. I'm not gonna help you get it back from city inspectors. Just make it simple. How much do you want? I'll pay you for it. Can't you talk about anything but money?" Lishia looked super arrogant. She said, "With people like you, money's all I can talk about. That's it. You think I have bad character? Would a decent person steal someone else's food delivery?" I was speechless. Didn't even know what to say. Lishia checked her watch. She said, "Stop wasting my time. I have a meeting to go to. Just name a price. I'll pay whatever you say." I don't know why I was being so stubborn. I just wanted to argue with Lishia. I said loudly, "I don't want money. I just want my bike. How about 5,000? I stayed silent. 8,000, okay? Still didn't answer. "Fine, I'll pay you 10,000. Lishia raised her voice. "That should be enough, right?" I looked at Lishia and asked, "Do you think I'm here to extort you? You really think my character is that bad? Whatever, if you don't want the 20,000, just get out of my office now. Don't come back." I pointed at Lishia and backed away, pointing at her. Trying to be cool, I said, "You're really pathetic. All you care about is money. How could you understand the pain of losing a partner? Talking feelings with you is just a waste of time. Go hug your money and live your life. Goodbye," I said, and headed for the door. "Wait." Lishia called after me. He threatened, "Don't regret this. I'm giving you one last chance. I'll pay you 20,000 compensation." "No thanks." I walked out without looking back. Lishia called after me, "Fine. Let's just say I owe you one. If you ever need help, as long as it doesn't break my rules, I promise I'll pay you back. Remember my number." I left Kaidi International Hotel. I just wanted to slap myself. Man, I really overdid the act. 20 grand. Why didn't I take it? Had to show off in front of that rich girl. Gotta admit, I nailed it. But the price was losing 20 grand. How do I comfort myself now? Well, at least I got Lixia's number again. Guess that's something to feel better about. On my way back, I was just scrolling through my Moments feed. I accidentally saw Lu Jun's post. Turns out today is his birthday. Lu Jun's my high school classmate. Back in high school, we were super close. Not many guys in our liberal arts class. Our seats were based on grades. We were always in the front row. Every test, Lu Jun and I were always top of the class. If I wasn't number one, he was. After high school, Lu Jun got into Yunnan University with a 590. I scored over 600 but gave up. My family had no extra money for tuition. Plus, my dad's kidney disease was expensive. I wanted to work early to support them. 4 years ago, Lu Jun came to Kunming for college. I came to Kunming to work. Back when we first arrived, the two of us hung out all the time. Later, our social circles drifted apart, and we weren't as close as before, but the friendship was still there. Seeing Lu Jun's post, I replied to him, "Happy birthday." He quickly messaged me, "Chen Fan, are you free tonight? Can you come to my birthday party? It's been 6 months, hasn't it?" I replied, "More than 6 months. You're graduating soon, right?" He said he was done with classes, and was looking for an internship. I asked if he had any good leads. He replied, "I majored in business administration. I've already turned down a few offers. I want to find a job in hotel management. Come over tonight. Let's catch up. It's on Dianchi Road. Remember to bring your girlfriend. Let me see that you're doing well." If I could have gone. Then I suddenly thought of Lixia. Didn't she owe me a favor? Could I take her to dinner today? And introduce her to Lu Jun? Doesn't Lu Jun want to do hotel management? Lixia is the GM of Katy International Hotel. Even if she can't get him in there, at least she can give him a referral. Hopefully, she can give him some resources. I quickly called Lixia. When she picked up, she immediately asked, "Do you regret it? Are you asking for that $20,000? Can you be serious?" I teased her, "In your eyes? Is money the only reason I'd call?" Lixia laughed out loud. She asked, "Then what's this about? Didn't you promise me one thing today? As long as it's not unethical, you'd agree to it. Weren't those your words?" "Yeah, I said that. What do you want me to do? Come to a friend's birthday party tonight. Just for a meal. That's not unethical, is it? Too much? Dinner?" Lixia shouted over the phone. "You want me to accompany you to dinner? Do you think I have that much free time? If you won't come, I won't force you. At least I'll see clearly what kind of person you are, Lixia. Besides being obsessed with money, you break your promises. It's up to you if you come." I guess I really annoyed her. She snapped, "Fine, just wait. I'll go to this dinner with you. After that, don't ever bother me again. Then we'll be even. You have to promise me one thing. Don't embarrass me at dinner. I won't do anything inappropriate. Just show up as a friend." Lixia said readily, "Okay. I get it. See you tonight." After getting her to agree, I felt a bit smug. It's been 6 months since we met, and today is Lu Jun's birthday. I bought a red envelope at the store, and put $500 inside. 500 is a lot of money to me. Thinking his friends would be college students, and they can be quite flashy these days. If my envelope was too small, it might embarrass him. At 6:15, I arrived at the restaurant. Lixia's white Range Rover was already there. Seeing me arrive, she got out and walked toward me, wearing professional business attire. I stood at the entrance, looking her up and down. Lixia glared at me. "What are you looking at?" she asked. "You didn't give me a dress code. Besides, I didn't have time to change. After I got your address, I came straight from the office." I smiled. "I never saw you in a suit. You look very elegant." This earned me another eye roll. I led her into the private room. I saw Lu Jun at the head of the table. He was chatting with a guy to his left. There were about a dozen people there. When Lu Jun saw me, he immediately stood up. "Chen Fan," he greeted. "You finally made it. We've been waiting for you. Come sit here." After saying that, he asked the guy next to him to move. I took the seat the guy just left. I offered a smoke to the guy who moved. He glanced at my cheap brand, and politely declined. He pointed to the premium ones on the table, saying he had his own. Lu Jun then introduced me to the others. He said, "Let me introduce everyone. This is Chen Fan, my best friend from high school back home. He was a top student, scoring over 600 on the entrance exam." I gave a bitter smile. I said to Lu Jun, "Forget it. Don't bring up the past. Happy birthday." I handed him the red envelope. Lu Jun felt the thickness of it. He wiped his hand and said, "You're too kind, Chen Fan. I invited you today. Not for a gift or anything. I just thought since it's been 6 months, we should get together. Let's get the food served. We can talk while we eat. Is this your girlfriend? What's her name? Lixia didn't seem to mind being called my girlfriend. She smiled. My name is Lixia. Lu Jun looked at her and said proudly, I'm Lu Jun. I'm a business major at Yunnan University. Chen Fan and I grew up together. When mentioning his school and major, his voice got very loud, and he sounded very proud. Another guy said, serve the food. The room got noisy again. Lu Jun handed me a cigarette. He said to me, Chen Fan, if you had just stuck with it, you wouldn't be delivering food now. A delivery guy? The girl sitting next to Lu Jun asked with contempt, for Tuanchuan? Or the app where drivers steal food? Is that actually true? Before I could even speak, another guy jumped in, saying Wanghui, you're overreacting. What's the big deal about sneaking some food? Haven't you seen that video? In the elevator, someone used the client's soup as mouthwash. And then spit it back in. So disgusting. This industry is messed up now. The platform doesn't even bother to clean things up. It's full of people without steady jobs. Just random folks doing it. Who with a good job would deliver food? Suddenly, my face felt super hot. I couldn't look at the group chatting. Even more, I couldn't look at Lixia next to me. As everyone was talking about it, a girl glanced at Lixia and asked, are you a food delivery worker too? Lixia looked at the girl, smiled and said, both I and Silent deliver food. We're colleagues. The girl said with envy, delivering food every day, in the wind and sun, must be tough, right? Working in such conditions. Your skin still looks so good. I'm really jealous. Lixia just smiled, didn't explain anything. Let those girls who've seen nothing of the world keep talking. Lu Jun seemed pretty awkward. He quietly comforted me, saying, Chen Fan, don't take it personally. They don't mean any harm. They're just chatting. I gave a bitter smile, and told Lu Jun, it's fine. I get it. I'm not just brushing Lu Jun off. I really do understand. After battling in Kunming these years, I've met all kinds of people. College students are actually the wildest bunch. They haven't left campus yet. Few know how to read the room, and few genuinely care about others' feelings. Everyone thinks they're special. After a few rounds of drinks, the conversation started to pick up more topics. Lu Jun asked, how's your dad's illness now? Can he get a kidney transplant? Talking about this, I suddenly felt really heavy. I raised my glass, and finished it all in one go. I whispered, there's no hope. A kidney transplant costs hundreds of thousands. My family can't afford that. Besides, you can't just buy one. It has to match. We've been doing conformative treatments for years. Dialysis at the hospital every week. He's become skin and bones. Lu Jun sighed deeply. He recalled, you scored over 600 on the college entrance exam. Why didn't you stick with university? I remember back then, the whole school held a fundraiser for you. That money was for your education. I cut Lu Jun off, and said, I spent it for my dad's treatment. Do you regret it? If you had gone to school, you could totally have better options now. I shook my head, and lit the cigarette Lu Jun handed me. Feeling down, I said, if I could choose 100 times, I'd still use the money for my dad's treatment. Why are you so clueless? The girl sitting next to Lu Jun chided me in a teacher-like tone. You should have used the money for school. Like us, get into a top university, then earn your diploma and degree. It gives you way more job options. You wouldn't be stuck like now. Besides delivering food, what else can you even do? Lixia, who'd been quiet, finally spoke up. Never judge someone or something you know nothing about. Maybe you're right, but your answer isn't always the right one for every case. That girl rolled her eyes, not convinced. Lu Jun stopped her, Lu Rian. Enough. Chen Fan's dad has been sick for years. His mom stays home to care for him. Now the whole family depends on Chen Fan. Lu Rian muttered dismissively. Short-sighted. What could I say? My hand holding the glass was shaking. Suddenly felt something soft. A warm hand was covering mine. I turned my head, and Sally Shi looking at me, her eyes gentle. Lu Rian shot us a contemptuous glance, then asked Lu Jun, did you send out all the resumes I asked last week? I've already got an interview notice. What about you, did you get yours? Lu Jun pretended to be mysterious and took out his phone, showed it to Lu Rian, excitedly, look, interview notice here. Came in at noon? We go tomorrow morning. Awesome. Lu Rian was super happy, hugged Lu Jun and kissed him. She said, full of hope, I believe. We'll get hired by this hotel. A girl sitting across asked, what's up with you two? You seem really happy. Lu Rian said proudly, we both sent our resumes to our dream hotel, and they told us to interview tomorrow. Congrats. Let's all raise a glass and celebrate. Having a good degree is awesome. You get to pick what you want to do. Lu Jun found so many good companies for you. Rian, you gotta work hard. After dinner, the next round was at KTV. The KTV was about 2 kilometers away. When getting the private room at the restaurant, his college friends walked ahead. Lixia and I walked last. I whispered to Lixia, dinner's done. You did what you promised. You don't have to worry about me anymore. You can go. Thanks for keeping your word. Lixia softly asked. You heading for their second round? I shook my head. I'll make an excuse and slip out. No common topics. Lixia pouted and asked, where you heading? I'll give you a ride. We walked to the restaurant entrance. Lu Jun had flagged down 3 taxis already. 4 people got in the first one. 2 took the second. A couple was getting in the next. 5 of us were left. Me and Lixia, Lu Jun and Lu Rian, and a guy I didn't know. Lu Rian told Lixia, let's squeeze 5 in one car. Tell the driver, it'll be quick. Lixia smiled and said, thanks, but Silent and I have other plans. We'll meet up some other time. Lu Jun, a bit disappointed, said, leaving already? Come join us for a bit. We're rarely together like this. Lu Rian pinched Lu Jun secretly, and told him, enough? Stop forcing them. This is peak late-night food delivery time. They can pick up more orders now. Don't waste their time. I told Lu Jun, next time, since we're all in Kunming, stay in touch, hang out often. We're heading back. Fine then, Lu Jun said reluctantly. Don't say that. Let me get you a cab. Get home safe. No need for a taxi. I haven't been drinking. Lixia pressed the remote. The white Range Rover parked near us, flashed its lights. She waved at Lu Jun warmly, and said goodbye. Lu Jun and Lu Rian froze. Lixia and I walked to the Rover. As we opened the doors, I heard Lu Rian behind us say in a hateful tone, that friend of yours is quite a character, probably borrowed it to show off. I didn't hear what came next, because I was already in the car. I leaned back in my seat, eyes closed. I couldn't see my future, but I felt a tear on my cheek. When life feels suffocating, I can only lick my wounds in the dark. I didn't want her to see me cry, so I rolled down the window, to let the wind dry my face, and evaporate the tears. We stopped at Paris Spring. I got out to say goodbye. Before I left, Lixia called out to me. She asked quietly, do I still owe you anything? I stopped walking, turned to look at her, shook my head, and said, no. That's good. A relieved smile touched her lips. She calmly said goodbye. I slept until the next day. The sun was high, when a phone call woke me. I didn't check the caller ID. Out of habit, I just said hello. It was Lixi's voice. Still sleeping, she asked. Don't be so lazy. I'm lazy? I mumbled. What's it to you? Can you do me a favor? What is it? Come to my office. I'll tell you then. If you want to say no, I won't force you. I hesitated for a moment. I told her, wait for me. I'll be there in 30 minutes. Control your guard dogs. Don't let them bite me. Lixia laughed. As if you've actually been bitten. In Lixia's office, she was working at her desk, handling documents on her computer. I walked up to her, leaned on the desk, and asked, what's so important? That you need me for? She put down her mouse, leaned back in her chair, and crossed her arms. Looking at me, she said, HR is interviewing today. I want your help. Be our HR director for the day. And see if these people are any good. I looked at her, stunned. Are you joking? You want me to interview people? Yes. She said calmly, I'm serious. The candidates are already here. If you're willing to help, you can start right now. My assistant will help you. It's actually not that hard. Just look at the candidates. If they feel right, give them a trial. If not, just turn them away. Go with your gut. I looked at her in disbelief. I really don't understand. Why do you want me to do this? What's your angle? She gave a mysterious smile. She stood up. Go on. Ru will take you to the office. You'll soon see why I asked you. Curious, I followed Ru to the office. 4 files were on the desk. Ru explained. Only 4 passed the first round. But we can only hire 2. Review their files first. I'll go set things up. And call them in one by one. You decide who to keep. It's up to you. That's what Miss Lee wants. I opened the first file. 26 years old. 2 years of hotel management EXP. Graduated from Swapple. The second was a girl. With a degree in management. Her resume wasn't flashy, but her intro was very humble. She seemed like a low-key person. When I opened the third one, I was shocked. It was Lu Jun. Suddenly, I realized what was happening. I quickly opened the fourth file. Sure enough, it was Lu Rian. Last night, they were so excited at dinner, saying they got a hotel interview. They were thrilled. It turns out it was Katie International. And Lixia wanted me to interview them. What did she mean by this? I thought about it for a moment, and realized her good intentions. A moment later, Assistant Ru returned. Everything's ready, she said. Should I send them in? I nodded. Bring all 4 in at once. At once? Ru was surprised, looking at me with doubt, wondering if I knew what I was doing. I insisted, yes, all four together. Since I was firm, she didn't argue. She stepped out to get them. When she came back, all four candidates were with her. In front of the group, Ru introduced me. This is Mr. Chen, our HR director. He will decide who gets the 2 positions today. She then sat at the desk. To my left, using her computer to record the interview, Chen Fan. Lu Jun flirted out my name. Am I seeing things? He asked. I nodded with a smile. Looking at the group, Lu Rian looked overly excited, acting as if she'd already won. I put on a professional act. Please, have a seat. I've reviewed your resumes. Getting this far means you're all very capable. Even if you don't get the job, you've proven your worth. We only have 2 openings. Lu Rian said proudly. It'll definitely be me and Lu Jun. This annoyed the other candidate. Lu Jun quickly pulled her arm. Don't say that, he whispered. Then he apologized to the man. The other girl didn't react, as if she hadn't heard a thing. I picked up my water and took a sip. I continued. The final question is simple. If you earned $5,000 a month and had 3 housing choices, first, an urban village room for $500 a month. Second, a shared apartment in a nice complex for $1,000. Third, renting a whole unit in a complex for $2,500. What would you choose? Lu Rian spoke first. I want an apartment for $2,500 a month. Good environment is a must, with independent living space. Lu Jun, what about you? Lu Jun scratched his head. I live in an apartment complex. I share it with others. I looked at the third girl. Her name was easy to remember. Bai Pei. This was the first time I heard her voice. It was delicate and gentle. She carefully said, I'd choose to share an apartment. After all, living environment's important. My roommates should have similar income and similar values, like friends. We get along great. And expand my social circle. Sharing is pretty good. Finally, the man firmly said, I'd choose to live in an urban village. After all, $5,000 a month isn't much. Spending money on housing? I'd rather spend it on socializing. All four finished sharing their thoughts. I told Sharu next to me. Today's interview is done. Sharu looked at me. Who are the 2 finalists? We'll announce it tomorrow morning. Everyone, just go home and wait for a call. Cheryl stood up. Thank you very much. To all 4 of you. Director Chun means the interview's over. Who will be hired? We'll call you tomorrow morning about your status. It's up to Director Chun now. Thank you all. I'll walk you out. Please follow me. With that, Shaoru led the way out. The man followed Shaoru closely. Then by Pei, Lu Rian saw the first 2 leave. She suddenly rushed to my table and excitedly said, Chen Fan, weren't you a delivery man? How are you here? You interviewing is just great. Lu Zhen and I, can we start next week? My lips curved slightly. Didn't know what to say. Lu Jun pulled Lu Rian, let's go. Chen Fan, you free tonight? You left too early yesterday. We didn't get to drink properly. What time do you get off? I'll come find you. Let's keep drinking tonight. I told Lu Jun, I'll contact you after work. As they were leaving, Lu Rian linked arms with Lu Jun and said confidently, your friend is the HR director of Katie Hotel? Why didn't you tell me sooner? Chen Fan is so capable. We should stay in touch. You know? The 4 walked out of the interview office. I sat in the chair, thinking for a moment. Then got up and walked to Li Xia's office. As I entered, Li Xia was staring at her computer. I could even hear myself. Seeing me, Li Xia smiled. Not bad, Chen Fan. Your last question was very unique. You can see a lot from a simple view on housing. I frowned. You saw that? Li Xia turned her computer screen to me and said, I was just watching a live broadcast. Now I'm watching it a second time. So that office had a camera. I was a bit speechless. Is this a lack of trust in me? Just as I was about to speak, Li Xia quickly explained, don't misunderstand. Our interview offices always have cameras. Sometimes, with many candidates for first and second rounds, we can't decide right away. HR needs to rewatch the interviews multiple times before making a final decision. I nodded. Li Xia smiled and asked, who do you think we should keep? By Pei and Lu Jun. Li Xia asked, why? If you don't keep Lu Rian, aren't you afraid your buddy Lu Jun will break up with you? I habitually took out a cigarette and put it in my mouth. As I went to light it, I realized it might be wrong. After all, I was in her office. So I put the lighter away. Li Xia said, it's fine. I don't mind people smoking around me. I thanked her, then lit the cigarette, and said to Li Xia, I understand why you asked me to come today. Thank you for your thoughtfulness. You're good to me, and I can't be irresponsible to you. Lu Rian is arrogant and lacks good manners. She's not suitable for development. Bai Peipei is a good person, both on her resume and in her words. She showed great humility. Plus, she presents herself well, and has high charisma. Although Lu Jun has little work experience, his life philosophy and values are very sound. Personal relations aside, I also suggest you keep him. As for your question about not keeping Lu Rian and upsetting Lu Jun, I can only say, I won't take your kindness to me and do something detrimental to your company. That's also why I didn't announce the results. Who to hire in the end? You should still decide. Li Xia leaned back, looking at me. She said, after seeing the resumes this morning, I was a bit surprised. Such a coincidence. That's why I called you. Through the interview, you've also seen, from your status as a delivery guy yesterday to HR director today, just a simple change, and some people's attitudes toward you are completely different. This society is very realistic, and the people in it are very hypocritical. I understand your good intentions, to help me regain some self-esteem and confidence in front of my friends, but you've also put me in a bind. Lu Jun and Lu Rian both think I can decide their fate. Now it's really awkward. Li Xia looked completely unconcerned, and said, if you find it difficult, then just keep Lu Jun and Lu Rian. I don't care. I support over 100 people at Katie Hotel. I don't mind one more Lu Rian. It's up to you now. I glanced at Li Xia. I really didn't know what to say. I turned and walked towards the door. With my back to her, I said, you, go play by yourself. I'm leaving. Don't set me up. I'm not playing anymore. Wait. Li Xia called out from behind. If you think your best friend, Lu Jun, can't understand why you didn't hire Lu Rian, and breaks up with you over this, I think that friend isn't worth keeping. He must know exactly what Lu Rian is like. Also, do you think Lu Jun and a hypocritical girl like Lu Rian together, will he be happy later? Of course, we outsiders can't comment on matters of the heart. See it through. I don't want you to bail on what you promised me. Just like that dinner last night I hated, I still stayed with you till the end. Tomorrow, you announce the interview results. If you don't show up, I'll hire Lu Jun and Lu Ruan. Let you look good in front of your friends. Li Xia's kindness turned into a hot potato for me. But I have no idea how to face Lu Jun and Lu Ruan. I can ignore Lu Ruan's feelings, but I don't want Lu Jun to feel bad about it. Tonight's dinner might get awkward. Even if I know it'll be awkward, I can't avoid it. 4:30 in the afternoon, Lu Jun called me. He asked when I get off work. I told Lu Jun I was already done for the day. He sounded super happy. He asked where to meet. He said let's really drink tonight. I told Lu Jun to come to Paris Spring, a small, ordinary restaurant near my apartment. I was hosting dinner tonight. Lu Jun said he'd be right over, said see you soon and hung up. What will happen tonight? I honestly don't know. Will a decade of friendship end here? Or become even stronger? I have no idea. We've both changed over the years. Our circles barely overlap anymore. There are things I just don't know how to say. All I can do is hope. 5:30, Lu Jun and Lu Ruan showed up at the restaurant. I suddenly felt really nervous. I want to keep this friendship, but I also can't go against Li Xi's kindness to me. It's a real dilemma. When all the dishes arrived, we kept talking about only one thing, Kadi International Hotel. They asked what the place was like, how much it paid, and how the whole company was set up. Honestly, I didn't know a lot of answers, so I just couldn't say. All I could do was smile awkwardly and change the subject. Lu Jun and Lu Ruan could tell I was avoiding the topic. The mood at dinner felt awkward all the way through. We all held back. And eventually, Lu Ruan couldn't stand it anymore. She picked up her chopsticks and said in a strange tone, Lu Jun, looks like Chen Fan really wants you to go work at Kadi. Don't think that way. I said, it's not up to me whether you work at Kadi or not. I can't decide. Ruian insisted, you're the one who interviewed us today. I heard little Ru is the assistant to the Kadi GM, and he said you can decide if we get hired. So how is it not up to you? Feels like I can never clear my name now. Lu Jun looked at me and said sincerely, Chen Fan, this job means a lot for both Ruian and me. There are several 5-star hotels in Kunming, but after comparing them, we feel that Kadi suits us best. Why is that? I looked at Lu Jun, confused. Like you said, there are so many 5-star hotels in Kunming. So why Kadi? Lu Jun acted all mysterious and said, you're working at Kadi, so you must have heard. Kadi Group's boss Lee Dejong died in a plane crash in Hawaii. He didn't make it, just like that. Now, I heard the one running Kadi Hotel is Lee Dejong's illegitimate daughter. She's making big staffing changes, trying to build her own team, and her own authority. At a time like this, they need fresh faces. That's why we chose Kadi. For this chance. Tough times make heroes. I want Ruian and I to give it a shot. Instead of a boring company, I'd rather be in a place with real competition, to prove myself. I get where Lu Jun's coming from. It's really a chance to shine. But, I can't just hire Lu Ruian and feel good about it. So I gently tried to convince them. Actually, a quiet workplace is nice too. No office drama. Chen Fan, Lu Jun looked at me. And said seriously, if you can, please keep Ruian and me both. I'm counting on you. But I never gave Lu Jun a clear answer during dinner. I just told him and Ruian to wait for a call. Then I remembered that day at the abandoned warehouse outside town, when Li Xia told Li Jiahao, I promised to take care of you. If I'm right, the illegitimate daughter, Lu Jun mentioned, might actually be Li Xia. When I got home, I went out to the balcony and called Li Xia. She answered and asked why I was calling so late. Anything up? Is this still about hiring? Tonight Lu Jun and Lu Ruian bought me dinner. You can probably guess what they said. I think this joke's gone far enough. Any further and it's too much. You've seen the interview video. I'm sure you know who should be hired. Lu Jun and Bai Pei are the best fit. At least that's what I think. I need you to clear up this misunderstanding. Li Xia sounded really annoyed as she asked. Answer me. How's the thing I asked you to do going? You asked me to have dinner with you. So I skipped an important meeting and went. I really don't like dinners like that, but I still went with you. And in the end, people treated me like a food delivery guy. I still put up with it. Because when I promise you something, I do it. Now you're the one who promised to help me. And you plan to quit halfway? Come on, don't do this. I pleaded with Lu Xia. I know you just wanted to help me vent. I get that you mean well. But now things are actually changing. This is about to mess up my friendship. Li Xia insisted? You can choose not to hurt anyone. Just hire both Lu Jun and Lu Ruian. I'm giving you that right. Why are you being so stubborn? It's your company. Are you playing games with yourself? I'm not. On the phone, I couldn't tell if Li Xia was mad, or just trying to push my buttons. She said, this is revenge. Payback for how you messed with my food at dinner. Tomorrow morning, come to my office, and make the job offer calls yourself. Tell 2 of them to go to HR to sign up. Then you've done what you promised me. If you're a man, don't bail halfway. Then Li Xia hung up. I suddenly felt trapped, like I couldn't get off this crazy ride. I'm lying in bed, thinking about what to do. There's a problem I have to solve. Whatever I do feels wrong. The next day, in Li Xia's office. I really don't like how she looks at me. She's got this mocking look. There's a landline phone on the desk. Li Xia is sitting across from me, over the coffee table, holding a cup of coffee, looking like she's enjoying herself. I'm staring at the phone, feeling torn. Make the call, Li. She said calmly, stepping back for a second. Even if you tell Lu Jun and Lu Ruian, you're not the HR director, they wouldn't believe you anyway. Would they? I looked at Li Xian and asked angrily. So from the start, you didn't actually want to help me be confident. You just wanted to trap me between a rock and a hard place. Didn't you? Li Xia opened her mouth. Her eyes flashed with a bit of sadness. She said coldly, think whatever you like. After that, she got up from the couch and walked back to her desk. It's true, even if I tell Lu Jun and Lu Ruian now, I'm not the HR director. They won't believe me either. So why keep hesitating? So why am I still hesitating? I picked up the phone and dialed the office line. This call goes straight to Sheru. I held the phone and told Sheru, notify Lu Jun. He's hired. He'll report in on Monday. Okay. Sheru asked me on the phone, who's the other person? Who's the second one? I felt my hand shaking holding the phone. On the other side, Li Xia wouldn't stop watching me. Sharu asked on the phone, Director Chen. Who else should stay? The second person, Lu Ruian's name, was on the tip of my tongue more than once. But I just couldn't say it. Sharu's voice came through the phone again to remind me. Director Chen. I'm listening. When Bai Pei said her name, I felt so relieved. My back was all sweaty. Got it. I'll call Lu Jun and Bai Pei right away. Have them report to HR on Monday. It's fine, I'm hanging up now. I was the first to hang up. I leaned against the couch, looked up at the ceiling. Hardly Xia's footsteps getting closer. She sat in front of me on the couch again, and said, Chen Fan. Thank you. Actually, this was a test for you. A test. Hey, I gave a couple of dry laughs. A test for what? Don't make up excuses to try to make me feel better. I'm not a kid. You did all this just for revenge. Payback for me teasing you. If I could, I wish I could go back a few days, and not lie about eating your food. Honestly, I never did. Li Xia said carelessly. It doesn't matter. No one can live on what-ifs. Honestly, I'm glad you lied. It gave us more chances to interact. Either way, let me apologize first. I shouldn't have given you such a tough test. Before she finished her sentence, my phone rang. Just like I thought. It was Lu Jun calling. I picked it up. He asked, "Chun-fan, can you tell me why?" Li Xia was sitting across from me. I couldn't explain everything. So I just said, "I'll call you later." "Okay, I'll wait." After hanging up, I felt even heavier. Li Xia said, "Let me apologize first. Then I'll explain why I did this. As for whether you forgive me or not, I'll still thank you for what you did today." I looked at Li Xia, feeling down. She looked a little guilty. And kind of helpless. She softly said, "I gave you such a tough problem. But you still thought about me when it mattered. The company has some issues lately. We're making changes in all the departments. I want people around me who really care about me. To build my own team. Honestly, the reason I had you help interview yesterday was just to let you save some face in front of your friends. Nothing more. Even if you hired both Lu Jun and Lu Rian, it wouldn't have mattered. For the company, it just means adding one more intern. Worst case, you can quit in a month." She stopped for a second. Xia paused. She checked my reaction carefully. Then kept talking. "Yesterday during the interviews, I was watching the whole time. I was surprised you didn't pick Lu Rian right away. Back in my office, you told me Lu Rian wasn't the right fit. I agreed she wasn't right for my company either. Let's not get into the reasons. When you told me that, it gave me a new idea. You just had to be the one to decide this hire. I wanted to see what you'd do in the end. And you didn't let me down. You stuck with the right choice. It wasn't easy for you. You might even fall out with old friends. But I wanted to know why you stuck to it. Did you do it for me?" I gave a sneering smile. "Don't overthink it. I've got my own principles. Honestly, I just can't go against my conscience." "Good," Li Xia said happily, "that's exactly what I need. Let's have a real talk." "Talk about what?" I took out a cigarette and put it in my mouth. Li Xia frowned without meaning to. I said loudly, "Don't frown. I'm not your employee right now. If I want to smoke, I will. You can't stop me. Even if I was your employee, you can't stop me from smoking anyway." "It's fine," Li Xia said calmly. "You smoked in my office yesterday, too. Maybe smoking inspires you. The company is reshuffling every department. Which one do you want to join? Which department interests you? What kind of jobs have you done before? Any work experience?" Delivering food and snacking on it a bit. Li Xia glared at me hard. She said, "I'm serious. Stop joking around. I was a food delivery guy and worked as a server in a KTV. Even moved bricks on construction sites." The more I talked, the less confident I felt. "I've done every basic job out there. If you really want to give me a chance, say it," Li Xia encouraged me. "Just tell me what you want. I'll make sure the salary makes you happy. It won't be less than your delivery job salary. Don't underestimate me. A delivery guy can make 6,000 to 7,000 a month. I'll give you 8,000. Then I'll be a security guard." You should have seen Li Xi's expression. She stared at me for a long time. She asked, "Are you serious?" Of course, I asked again. "Does being a security guard include free meals and housing? Is there any attendance bonus or anything? How are the shifts scheduled? How many hours do you work? How many hours do you rest? I could use my break time to read more. Being a security guard isn't bad. Start work on Monday. I'll have Sharu set up your security job personally. The company provides food and housing, but you'll be living in a shared dorm room. You only get a bed. You can rest there when you're off duty." "How does the security department arrange shifts specifically?" "I'm not really sure. The staff handles all that." Then Li Xia checked the time on her watch. She said, "Want to have lunch together?" I asked first, "Is it my treat or yours?" That earned me a huge eye roll from Li Xia. We had lunch at the hotel. As we were leaving, Li Xia had Sharu bring me a security uniform and told me to wear it Monday and go see Sharu. He'll assign you your duties. I even asked Li Xia, "Is it really 8,000 to be a security guard?" Li Xia calmly said yes. Back home, I put on the uniform in my bedroom. I thought I looked pretty sharp in the mirror. While I was admiring myself, Lu Jun called. He called again. After I explained Li Xia's background, he understood too. Monday morning, 8 a.m. I went to see Xiaoru in my uniform. He checked me out and said I looked good. But I said proudly, if I could run the uniforms, I'd have all the guards wear tactical gear. Now that's cool. He just laughed and said after I start, I could change into the department's uniform. Then he took me to the security office on the second floor. He knocked right on the vice director's office. The person inside didn't even look up and told us to get out. We knocked again and walked in. Xiaori said calmly, "Director Chow. Hope we're not disturbing your game?" And he immediately hit his phone and stood up, flustered. Xiaoru introduced me to Director Chow. Said he must support me as the new director. After some intros, Xiaoru took me to another office. This office was spacious and clean. I never dreamed. A few days ago I was a delivery guy. And now I have my own office. Xiaoru handed me the keys and said I'm in charge now. If you run into issues, call me. Chow will bring some documents later. There's lots of chores in this job. Hang in there. I'll live up to your only Shia's trust. Good luck at work. But I hadn't even sat down yet. When I heard knocking, a guard shouted at the door, "Director, there's a problem with a guest outside. Can you come deal with it? Isn't that the lobby manager's job? At Daike Hotel, if guests cause trouble, our security department has to handle it." The guard complained impatiently with a cigarette. They blocked the parking lot entrance with their car. Director Chow was waiting there. He told me to ask you for a solution. When I got there, I found out. It was a BMW blocking the exit. The owner was mad because his car got scratched. And there was no camera footage. Of all spots, his didn't have a camera. That camera was broken. Director Chow pointed at me, "This is our new director. Don't worry, he'll sort it out." The owner yelled, "So you're responsible? Give me an answer. How are you going to compensate me?" Wow. Not even 1 hour on the job and here's a test. I was at a loss, when a gorgeous woman walked up. She said she put the scratch there. She mistook the BMW for her ex-husband's car. First crisis solved just like that. Director Chow was left speechless. But before I could really settle in, Lee Mingquan, the big boss, walked in with Director Chow. And the director, Lee Mingquan, gave me a look and just said, "You're dismissed. Chow Yue is the new security director." I was dumbfounded. I just started. Luckily, Chow Ru and Li Xia walked in. Chow Ru smiled and said, "Hey, the general manager assigned him. You can't just fire him. Isn't that unfair?" The man in the suit looked surprised. "Xia, are you the one who placed him here?" Li Xia calmly replied, "Too many security complaints lately. Switching directors hasn't fixed it. So I decided to handle it myself." "Any objections, brother?" Li Mingquan laughed. "No objections at all. But to change department heads, shouldn't that go through the board?" Li Xia said, "Even for an intern? That needs the board too?" "No need for all that. Schedule a meeting when it's official. I don't think a disobedient vice director is necessary. Should we let him go?" "Brother, what do you think?" Chow Yue was shocked. He looked at Li Mingquan. Xiaoru gave me a look to stay quiet. The man quickly said, "Let's not fire anyone yet. The new director is still learning. Old Chow can show him the ropes. Let old Chow help out for now." Li Xia said, "Fine, we'll do as you say. One more chance for Chow Yue." Then Li Xia and Xiaoru left. When Li Mingquan left the house, he gave me a cold, piercing look. I found out later, he's Li Xia's half-brother, Li Mingquan. After Li Dejung passed away, he handed the company to his illegitimate daughter, Li Xia. Li Mingquan seemed to help her on the surface, but he actually used cheese changes to stir up dissatisfaction among shareholders. His own popularity shot up. Li Xia's position became shaky. I got home that night, and felt worn out. I crashed on the couch and fell asleep. Lin Fei ended up waking me up, and I got a free meal out of it. Ever since we cleared the air thanks to the stray dog, we've gotten closer. After dinner, my second uncle's call suddenly woke me up. He said to come drink at the bar. Coincidentally, I wanted to relax too, so I casually invited Lin Fei to join. Surprisingly, she agreed. My second uncle took me into the bar. There were 3 guys and 1 woman in the booth, all around 30. The woman was petite and attractive. Chen Xiaojia introduced them, said I should call them brother. "This is Sister Huan." I raised my glass to toast the 3 brothers. Sister Huan and my second uncle too. My second uncle, Edi Huan, looked confused. "Who's your uncle?" "Chen Xiaojia. He told me to call you old brother. I can't let you guys get that for free. I'll drink more with you." Everyone laughed. Inihua said to Chen Xiaojia, "You really are something. Your nephew's more interesting than you. Little bro, let sister drink with you." Chatting, I learned they're all gym trainers. Chen Xiaojia teaches MMA. Drinking was casual. Nobody pushed anyone to drink. I really liked the vibe. We were chatting happily, when Li Jiahao suddenly showed up. He grabbed a bottle of beer from the table and chugged it. Panting, he said to Chen Xiaojia, "Bro Jia, I finished 300 push-ups." I was stunned. Li Jiahao grabbed another bottle, looked at me and said, "Bro, I'm here to apologize. You can't know someone till you fight them. I'll drain this beer. You do whatever you like." He said and drank it all. I looked at my second uncle. He smiled, he's my gym member. Learns MMA from me. Li Jiahao slammed another beer. I've never admired anyone before. Except Bro Jia. It was all a misunderstanding before. Don't take it personally. Let bygones be bygones. We're all men here. I slid closer to Lin Fei, grabbed my glass, and toasted him. Li Jiahao emptied his 3rd beer enthusiastically. While chatting, I asked which department he works at Daike. He shook his head. "I don't like working at Daike. My sister doesn't let me join either." "Why? Isn't Daike your family's company? Your sister's the chairwoman and GM, right?" Li Jiahao sighed. "Don't look down on me. I've never achieved anything. Dropped out in high school and just drifted. Even cursed out my mom. Only after she died did she tell us siblings. Our dad is Li Dezhong. He treated us pretty well. Gave us a lot of money. He died unexpectedly earlier this year. Split Daike shares 3 ways. My sister, me, and our half-brother Lee Mingquan each got a share. But my sister got to be chairwoman. She wanted me to help out. But after a week at work, everyone was unfriendly. I'm lazy by nature, and it became another excuse for people to target my sister. So I just quit. She got more worked up as she spoke. She picked up the beer. Don't you think I'm useless? I clinked glasses with her. Don't think that way. You're just not cut out for all the scheming. Means you're a simple person. I'd rather be friends with someone like you. I don't have many strengths, but I'm loyal. Li Jiahao patted his chest. We fought, now we're friends. If you need anything, just ask. If I ever chicken out, I'm your grandkid. Cheers. After drinking, I told him, your sister arranged for me to work at Daike's security department. Security, as a guard. Your sister really doesn't treat me right. I'll tell her tonight. And get you switched to a new department. I chose it myself. So many hotel departments to pick from. Why security? I lit up a cigarette, and said helplessly, can't do anything else, gotta start at the bottom. Your sister's already been good to me. Let me be the head of security right away. I'm already happy with that. Li Jiahao gave 2 awkward laughs. To be honest, did someone make trouble for you on your first day? If not, I'll drink 3 more beers. Everyone's eyes were on me. I forced a smile. The deputy head set me up. What happened? Normally quiet, Chen Xiaoji asked. I explained everything that happened today. At the end, I added, stop solving things by fighting. Violence won't fix this. I want to do my job and treat it as a challenge. If I can't handle this, I'd look down on myself. Manhwa nodded. Chen Fanhua, sister's got your back. To survive somewhere, you have to adapt to the unspoken rules. Violence won't solve the problem. Chen Xiaojia, who'd been silent, suddenly spoke up. Strike at his WeChat contacts. Break up his team. Solve the problem at its root. I kept repeating and thinking in my head, the specifics. Sounds easy, but doing it is hard. Yu Zhuang, sitting next to Chen Xiaojia, laughed. The security department has dozens of people. They won't all side with him. Some are just pressured by authority. Show your strength and attitude, and some will switch sides. As a leader, personal charisma matters more than power. Give them a reason to break out. The more I thought, the more it made sense. This night's drinking wasn't wasted. I couldn't sleep all night. Kept thinking about what comes next. Didn't fall asleep till 2 a.m. In the morning I texted Li Xia first thing. I want to do well at Daike. And everything I'll do in security. Hope you'll support me. Sent the message. Still didn't get a reply by the time I got to work. Feeling uneasy, but there's no turning back now. After a quick meeting, just as expected, not everyone sided with Director Chow. The guy whose shift went wrong that day, I fired him right away. Chow Yue argued with me big time over it. Soon someone from HR tracked me down. Li Mingquan opposed firing that guard. Luckily, Lu Sherry showed up in time. She told HR, Boss Li said to tell you. Let the security department decide. The HR staff looked troubled. I'll tell the director when I get back. After he left, Lu Shari smiled. You saw it too. It's not just firing a guard. It's a fight between forces behind the scenes. I took a deep breath. Yeah, I get it. Removing rivals as soon as you step in. Building your own team too fast gets you backlash. But I'm with you. Lu Xiara's phone suddenly rang. She said a few words then hung up. This is getting out of hand. The board is using this to target Xia. He wants you to be ready. What's going on? I asked Lu Xiaoru. I've caused trouble for Xia. What does she need me to do? Lu Xiaoru explained. Li Mingquan is mad you fired veterans. He's calling a board meeting. To impeach Xia. Meetings at 2 p.m. This started because of you. You have to be there. It's up to you to save her. I'm a bit nervous. Shareholders only care about profit. Just convince them to back Xia. And you'll be fine, Lu Xiara said. If we fail, Li Mingquan will nominate a new GM. Maybe even a new chairman. Xi can't lose control of Ditsai. I get it. I took a deep breath. I'm on standby for the notice. After Lu Xiaoru left, I went to buy tactical gear. Spent over 1,000 on light, breathable styles. I look like special forces. 29th floor conference room. As soon as I walked in, a shareholder asked Xi crossly. He's so young. Is he reliable? An older man said, he needs a reason to be late. Since the meeting is about him, let's hear what he's actually done. Li Mingquan sighed, nothing much. Just firing veterans on his second day. She is hiring is poor, and she's doing mass layoffs. I worry for Ditsai's future. So I want to discuss the company, and nominate a new GM. His intent was obvious. He wanted to impeach Li Xia. Right as he finished, a shareholder said, I invest for profit. I'll back whoever is capable. Well said. Another added, Ditsai isn't just for the lease. We respect the old chairman's will. But we support competence. Whether it's Xia, Minghuan, or someone else. Show me results and you have my vote. Thank you, everyone, Li Xia said. I replaced the security head. Due to too many complaints. Director Chen, tell us your thoughts. I took the seat next to Xia. I looked around the room. I bought this gear today out of pocket. Security reflects the hotel's image. Current guards wear shirts and slacks. They look lazy and sloppy. That doesn't fit its lie. I'll put everyone in tactical gear. And start daily training. I'll lead by example. Training with the team. To build a better image. As for firing those veterans, here is the situation. I briefly explained yesterday. Someone who can't even monitor cameras. Has no place in security. I'm building an elite team. No more lazy freeloaders. I hope for your support. I'm confident I can lead them well. Thank you. Right as I finished, an old man started clapping. Li Jiahao followed suit. Everyone else joined in. Then I said to them, excuse me. I'll take my leave now. Then I left the room. Back in my office, I saw several applications on the floor. Guards wanting to be team leads. I was reading them. When Li Xia walked in, she looked exhausted. How was the board meeting? She managed a bitter smile. She interrupted me. The board is fine. They approved your ideas. And backed your changes. But you only have a 1-month trial. It's all on you now. I said softly. Thanks for the opportunity. If I deliver your food again, I promise not to steal a bite. She gave me a massive eye roll. She stayed for about 10 minutes. Then left after some small talk. I sorted the applications, locked the door, feeling motivated, but knew it wouldn't be easy. Home, my uncle called to check in. After I told him everything, he said to sideline Qiao Yue. Make the 3 leads my loyalists. Give them real authority. Enough to counter Qiao. He said I'm still new, and don't know the situation. Power makes them value the job more. His words were a wake-up call. I made a management plan that night. At the office the next day, I picked 3 team leaders. One was He Dazhuang, a military veteran. I was quite happy with him. Called a full meeting that afternoon. Right in front of Qiao Yue. I announced the appointments. You must obey your leads. Leads mistakes get double penalty. Qiao snapped. Director Chen, do you even respect me? Why wasn't I consulted on this? All eyes were on me. I smiled. You're the deputy. You should be consulting me. If you have any problems, tell your lead directly. Or talk to Director Qiao. If they can't solve it, the lead will report it to me. Meeting adjourned. Qiao was fuming. After that, I asked Lu Xiara for the budget. She said I needed finance's approval. Once it was approved, I went to negotiate the purchase. The next day, the shop owner delivered it himself. After checking the goods, I invited him to my office. He didn't hesitate. After he followed me in, he actually locked the door. Broad daylight? Is he gay? While I was wondering, he put an envelope on the desk. He smirked. Manager Chen, please take this. What is this? He smiled. Director Chen, this is how it works. My shop is small. Please look out for me. Pad the next invoice, and I'll give you more. I opened the envelope. It was a stack of $100 bills. I was tempted. Dad needs money for dialysis. I used to grind for delivery pennies. Never thought money could be so easy. But I was struggling inside. One voice said to take it. It's just industry rules. The other reminded me, Xia would be disappointed. I struggled with it for a long time. I decided to turn in the money to finance. Earning trust is worth way more than 10,000 yuan. I was just about to head out. Got a call from the team leader and Dishwan. They said Team 1 was already gathered in the hotel backyard. About to start our first training session. I promised I'd join them soon. So I just tossed the envelope in the drawer. Put on my uniform and hurried over. Trained with them for half an hour. I dragged my tired body back to the office. Lit a Hongshan cigarette. Took a puff and felt something was off. Opened the drawer. The envelope with the money was gone. I checked both drawers over and over. But the envelope was nowhere to be found. The office door lock wasn't broken. And there's security bars outside the window. Only possibility is someone else has an office key. Chill to the bone, I called He Dazhuan right away. Told him to check the cameras. See who came into the office in that half hour. But the conference room camera, months ago, had already been blocked with bubble gum by the security guy. 6 or 7 people had entered the meeting room in that half hour. So everyone's a suspect. Just then Li Xia sent me a WeChat video. As soon as I opened it, I froze. In the video, it's the whole process of the army supply store owner giving me the envelope. Even the conversation is crystal clear. I realized my office actually had a hidden camera, and I had no clue. Then came a call from Lu Xiaru, even scarier. She snapped, "You've gone too far. Taking kickbacks just 3 days into the job. If you have to do it, at least be careful. Did you get hit on the head or what?" The kickback video is already spreading in all the company groups. How do you think the higher-ups see you now? Anything else you want to explain? I stood there stunned with the phone in my hand, trying hard to explain. Sharu, listen to me. I was actually going to turn the money into finance. Lu Sharu just scoffed. You think I'll buy that? Suddenly I realized how ridiculous my story sounded. If I were her, I wouldn't buy left it in the drawer to turn in either. Saying I wanted to hand it in. She hung up, furious. After watching the video in the work chat, suddenly, it all made sense. All that's left in the office is awkward silence. I lit another cigarette. No point in explaining anymore. It wouldn't help anyway. At that moment, the HR director walked in. Just told me I was fired and had to leave. They're reserving the right to pursue other charges. Fired on my third day. What a joke. Then, I sat, feeling down, on the steps by the old town pool. Grabbed a beer and drank hard. Didn't know when Lashia came over. She quietly sat beside me. You're not here for that 10,000 yuan, are you? No, Lashia explained. Work's just been rough lately. I used to live near the old town with my mom. Used to take walks with her here all the time. Came by to remember old times today. I let you down, right? I stared off into the distance. I said I was going to give the money to finance. Would you believe me? I gave a self-deprecating laugh. Forget it, who'd believe that? Did you get the HR notice? Lishia quietly asked. Yeah, got it, I said, drinking. And I know it was Chow Yue who recorded it. He also took the 10,000 from the drawer. She replied pretty calmly. And I know he turned it into legal. I laughed. So what? They want to charge me with corruption and bribery, Chen Fan. Lishia comforted me. I get it all. Try not to take it too hard. I said, what a dramatic mess. Got parachuted in to run security. Was hoping to do some real work. But got fired for bribery on day 3. I know I got set up by Chow Yue. All because I blocked his way. Thought I could really make a difference. Ended up ruining myself. Maybe, Lishia whispered, you're just too young. I only wanted you to have a good job. I didn't think it'd turn out like this. I stood up and said, it's not your fault. I was just too naive. Thanks for helping me out tonight. With that, I grabbed my half-empty beer. Wobbled towards the exit. Suddenly I wanted to just leave the city, but had no idea where to go. I wandered outside for a while. A little girl, 6 or 7, walked up to me. She was so cute, and I had nothing to do, so I bought some flowers from her, and started chatting with her. Her grandma was with her too. After talking to the old lady for a while, I learned. Her daughter and son-in-law went to Kunming for work years ago and disappeared. She brought Noyo, who was 3, to look for them. It's been 3 years now. They've slept in streets and alleys. Then were taken in by the flower field owner. Now they live in a mud house and watch over the fields. They get by selling leftover flowers from shipments. The little girl is really sweet and mature. I talked with the grandmother and girl until late. I felt so bad for them. Compared to them, what right do I have to be so pessimistic? I got their contact info, planning to help however I can. Back home, Linny Fei was sitting on the couch, looking down. Turns out he quit his job. He couldn't handle the office politics. I showed him a photo of Nyonyo. Told him their story. He was really touched. Said he'd help me support Nyonyo and her family. Then Li Jiahao called me. Chen Fan. Where are you? Come now. Genius Fitness Club. Me and your second uncle are both here. If there's something, let's talk face to face. Come quick, he joked. That's my second cousin, Chen Xiaojia, basically taking advantage of me in his own way. The call ended in laughter. I changed cars and rushed to the club. In the lounge area, Chen Xiaojia was smoking quietly. A few guys from the last bar night were chatting. Chen Xiaojia put out his cigarette and scolded me, you got played. Why didn't you tell me? How many times have I told you? If there's a problem, just call. I didn't dare argue. Felt a little embarrassed. Inihua stepped in, Xiaojia. Take it easy. Chen Fan just didn't want to bother you. Chen Xiaojia let it go. Called and said, you can come in now. Soon a guy walked in. Li Jiahao cursed, you idiot. You're here, don't be mad. I didn't expect things to go this far either. The guy apologized awkwardly. I looked up. Turned out it was the owner of the Defense Army Supplies shop. When he saw me, he hurriedly said, Mr. Chen. Really sorry about this. This 10,000 yuan brought you so much trouble. No need to apologize. Solving the problem is what matters. Chen Xiaojia said coldly. Let's go over the plan. The owner pulled out a USB drive and put it on the table. All the WeChat chats and video evidence are ready. Li Jiahao came up with his laptop. I was curious what's on the USB drive. I was completely shocked when I opened it. Didn't know you could do that. The first file on the USB is a 2-minute video. The army surplus store owner talks to the camera and says, a day ago, someone added me on WeChat. Asked me to give Director Chen a 10,000 yuan kickback. If I didn't, they'd return the goods. I thought Director Chen was using an alt account to ask for a kickback. So I went along with it. He got fired later. That's when I realized I'd been set up. That WeChat account has already blocked me. Here's a chat screenshot as proof. Screen switches to WeChat screenshots. The last one shows I've been blocked. Li Jiao explains. That WeChat profile pic is Chao Yue's. The video and screenshots are all to frame him. Chen Fan, you can return to Dekai whenever you want. This time, Chao Yue can't clear his name. Second bro is impressive. I look at my uncle. I know this was all his doing, but I just lost interest. Forget it. Let's not set up Chao Yue anymore. I don't want to go back to Dekai's backstabbing scene. My personality doesn't fit. You can find work anywhere. You scared now? Chen Xiaojie questions me. No one feels sorry for the weak in society. If your last name is Chen, you should get up where you fell. We see surviving differently. Don't push your views on me. I say, feeling down. I just want a simple life. I don't need major achievements. Chen Xiaojie gets mad and grabs an ashtray to hit me. Manhwa and the other trainers quickly stop him. Chen Fan, cut it out. Your uncle is really mad right now. Manhwa pulls me along. Let's go get lunch. You haven't eaten, right? Hurry, or I can't hold your uncle off. Li Jiahao urges us. Manhwa drags me to a small restaurant. Lunch is really awkward. When we say goodbye, Manhwa asks if I'm really not going back to Dekai. I just say not for now. Then Li Jiahao calls me. He says all the evidence is ready. What are you afraid of? I'm not scared. I just don't like that kind of environment. You're fine being misunderstood? And my sister always doubting you? She says seriously. You did take the 10,000 yuan. Says she's turning it into accounting. Who's gonna believe my sister won't argue? She just thinks 10,000 isn't a big deal. But you have no clue what she really thinks. I freeze. I never thought about that. My sister's under a lot of pressure. There's a lot of shareholders at Dekai. She and my brother are always in a power struggle. She needs people she can trust. Li Jiahao goes on. Think it over. I'll wait for your update anytime. Chao Yue has to go. That's my sister's warning. I say nothing. Just ask for a few days to think. Figure out what life I really want. In the evening, Lin Fei and I bring flyers with pictures of Nionio and her grandma. We find Nionio and her grandma. We talk about it and agree. Selling flowers only helps for now. What really matters is helping them find family. Lin Fei kneels to give Nionio a flyer. Nionia, tonight we'll hand out flowers. Tell people the flowers are free. Just ask them to look at the flyer. Take a pic and post it online. And take a photo of you, too. Got it? Nionia nods hard. After working all night, the results are obvious. Kind people started sharing our story online. They posted videos of Nionia with her grandma. A lot of people even wanted to donate money. Since her grandma doesn't use a smartphone, Lin Fei collected 3,000 yuan for them. After it was over, he gave it to grandma. We imagine the moment Nionio meets her parents again. But what comes is devastating news. A local news blog posts an article claiming Lin Fei paid Nionio and her grandma to fake it for money. Since the donations went to Lin Fei, and his face is on the video, while I'm only barely seen on the edge, so my face just shows up as a blur. He suddenly became everyone's target. People started doxing him, even exposing his job and where he works. So I just kept trying to comfort Lin Fei. Crying in my arms, Lin Fei asks, Chen Fan, what's wrong with this world? Why is it so hard to do good things for nothing in return? Why is it so tough? It's okay, I say to comfort her. Let's go check on Yuanyang and her grandma. No idea how they're holding up now. The truth will come out eventually. But we barely step outside before people start hating us. Not only do they insult us, some actually get physical. I get beat up protecting Lin Fei, covered in blood. Lin Fei breaks down in tears. She says she's exhausted. Can we go home? We end up not looking for Nionio and her grandma, so the two of us just turned off our phones. Like that, it's as if we disappeared from the world. We tried everything, wrote clarifying articles, called the newspaper hotlines, but nothing worked. We just sat hopeless on the couch. That day, a few bloggers with cameras showed up as reporters. After lots of interviews and questions, Lin Fei and I hoped they'd help clear it up. But instead, it turned into an even worse nightmare. Around 3 p.m., another public account posted an even more outrageous article. There was a video in the article. The video showed the woman interviewing us, but the entire thing was dubbed. The footage had a slight blur. Viewers could just see, under the blur, our mouths were moving. But everything said was voiceover. The dubbed content was Lin Fei and I admitting we used Nunios to scam money. We admitted knowing the old lady didn't use WeChat, but still acted on purpose, and showed our own WeChat QR codes for payment. At the end of the video, the two of us apologized to everyone, begging for forgiveness. What's worse is, there was another video in the second part of the article. It showed interviews with the old lady and Yonio. They had no idea what was going on, right in front of the camera. They kept saying thank you to Lenny Fei and me. Even through the screen I could see. The old lady and Yoni looked truly happy. They really meant what they were saying. Thanking Lenny Fei and me. The two videos made a sharp contrast, which triggered the audience's emotions. And shares kept rising. But the message of that article was that Lenny Fei and I hid the truth from the old lady. And Yonyo used their story for personal profit. What I couldn't accept the most was that this public account had over 30,000 fans and spread the story instantly. In just over an hour, views had already passed 100,000. Shares were also over 100,000. And the comments underneath were disgusting. Lenny Fei's tears kept falling. He quietly asked me, "Chen Fan, can you tell me what's wrong with this world? Why are people treating us this way? Did we do anything wrong?" I had nothing to say. I just hugged Lenny Fei tightly and tried to comfort him, saying, "Wait a bit. Just wait, things will get better, Len." Ify quietly said, "I'm tired. I want to lie down for a while." I watched Lenny Fei walk into the bedroom. His back looked so lonely. Inihua called to comfort me. Said Uncle Tu was already helping investigate. This local public account was run by people in Kunming. They were taking advantage of this for hype, just to boost their own popularity. But what no one expected was that Lenny Fei chose the simplest, most direct way to end his pain. When the police broke in, I was in Lenny Fei's room and found his suicide note. I wanted to read it, but the police put it in a plastic bag. I was taken away as a suspect. In the room for giving my statement, I told them how I met Lenny Fei and explained everything leading to why he took his life. 2 hours went by before I noticed. In those 2 hours, the police even offered me his pack of cigarettes and gave me a bottle of water. When I talked about why Lenny Fei jumped, I choked up and couldn't go on. The female officer writing my statement was crying too. I didn't want to sound too dramatic, but that's just what happened. Officer Chinmu, who stayed silent throughout, handed me my statement and said, choking up, "Take a look. If there's nothing wrong, just sign your name at the bottom." I didn't read carefully what she wrote. I just signed my name at the bottom. Then I looked at the officer and said, "It was this local public account that forced Linifei to his death. The person who runs this account can't escape responsibility. Please, I'm begging you to clear his name." The female officer nodded. She took out her own phone and handed it to me and told me, "The original suicide note can't be given to you yet. I can only let you see a photo of it." I took her phone and saw a letter on the screen. It was Lenny Fei's farewell note before jumping. After reading it, I finally understood how sad Lenny Fei's life was. His dad cheated and left the family. His mom couldn't handle it and also passed away. At 16, he became homeless. When I finished reading, I was sobbing, lying on the table, crying uncontrollably. I didn't even realize the phone fell from my hand. Officer Chinmu picked the phone up for me. She comforted me and said, "Don't worry. I'll help you find the people running those two accounts and give him justice." "Justice?" I yelled, "and you bring up justice right now? What's the point? He's already gone. What good is justice now? Where were you guys before?" After realizing I lost my temper, I stopped talking. I looked into Chinmu's eyes and said, "I want to see Lenny Fei. If you trust me, let me see him." "You wouldn't want to see him like that. Just remember him as he was at his best. Or let's do something else instead. Didn't you say a media person came to your place for an interview today? I can help you find out who runs the account." He did some searching and quickly found the public account's registered owner. The name was Ju Dalong. He was the one who interviewed Lenny Fei and me. Chinmu kept working on the computer and soon found the local info. The public account belongs to an ad company. The owner of the ad company is Tian Ifan. We searched for Tian Ifan in the police network again. This time, the woman who popped up was the same one who interviewed us today. If I hadn't controlled my emotions, I really would have punched the screen. Then Chinmu made a call. Got the license plate of their BMW X5 and its location. I told Uncle Tu what I'd learned, then left with Chinmu to find them. I didn't expect Chinmu to help. He said Lenny Fei was a kind girl. A girl like that deserves sympathy. Chinmu didn't want her to be wrong. On the way, Chinmu told me to keep an eye on him. He was worried he might do something rash. I was really surprised by that answer. Half an hour later, we found Tian Ifan's BMW at Starbar. Chinmu and I were looking for a parking spot, watching the BMW closely. Then Tian Ifan and Ju Dalong showed up. The first thing I did when I saw them was tell Chinmu, "Quick, park the car. They're right there." Chinmu was much calmer than me. He said, "Why wait here? Just block their BMW up front. Are you really worried they'll escape?" Chinmu drove straight toward the BMW. Suddenly, two bright lights came from the front. High beams that made it hard to keep our eyes open. Then I heard the engine roar and the sound of sudden braking. The next second, we heard someone scream. Then that car with its high beams on zoomed past us. The whole thing lasted maybe 10 seconds. Once the car sped off, and our vision was back to normal, we realized both Tian Ifan and Zhu Dalong were gone. Qin Mu and I were stunned. Just like that, two people vanished. Qin Mu quickly put the car in reverse, trying to catch up to them, to the car that just sped past us. But after we turned around, we couldn't even see their taillights. We got out and saw two people lying on the ground. Zhu Dalong was collapsed by the side of the road, still a little conscious, but Tuni Ifan was completely knocked out. A lot of people actually witnessed this accident. And shockingly, the driver just took off and vanished. I never thought my second uncle would have my back like this. I was totally shocked. But honestly, this still isn't the same as Lenny Fei's death. Then suddenly, Chimu asked to check my phone. He suspected I set all this up. I held onto my phone tightly. I said, "You don't have the right to look at my personal stuff. A phone is private." While we were arguing, a familiar voice sounded nearby. Qin Mu and I turned our heads at the same time. Li Xia appeared with a few people. She looked at Qin Mu and politely said, "I'm the general manager of Dakai International Hotel. Li Xia, Qin Fan works for us at Dakai. I want to take her back to the company. There's something that needs to be handled." Qin Mu was a bit stunned. He lifted his head stubbornly. He insisted to Li Xia that she's a suspect. "She needs to come with me to the police station." Li Xia gave a slight smile. "She really has a strong presence." She asked, "Can a suspect be taken from the station just like that? And who are you, exactly? What's your status, Chimu?" He realized right away Li Xia was challenging him. So he changed his tone, and said, "I'm acting on my supervisor's orders. I'm escorting the suspect on duty. You can check my identity if you want. I'm a police officer. And what right do police have to just detain a citizen? Citizens have their rights. I suggest you discuss this with our company's lawyer first." "You really think that's needed?" Qin Mu was so annoyed by Li Xia, he couldn't speak. That was the first time I'd ever seen Li Xia talk to someone like that. I'd heard from Li Jiahao. His sister usually kept her emotions hidden. She's got a deep game. Now I get it. Qin Mu looked kind of inexperienced. Aside from having a bold personality, he's just not that calculating. Li Xia looked at me and told me, "Qin Fan, come with me for now. Any issues, let the company's lawyer handle them." Qin Mu called out loudly after me, "Qin Fan, I know I can't stop you, but can you promise me something? If we need you in the next couple days, can you come to the station right away to help out? We won't keep you long. We're just having you stay at the guest house for your own safety." Honestly, since I arrived at the station, Chimo's been decent to me. He even used his own methods to track down Zhu Daolong and the others. I looked at Chimu and nodded, saying, "Don't worry. If you need my help, just call me. I'll come right away." After I got in the car, I realized Li Jiahao was the driver. Lu Xiaoru was sitting in the front seat, while Li Xia and I sat on the back. As soon as I got in, Li Jiahao turned around, real excited, saying, "Chen Fan, bet you didn't see this coming." "What do you mean?" "Of course, my second brother did this. Even I didn't expect him to be so efficient. I was just thinking about beating him up myself. Who knew he'd drive off like that?" Li Xia told Li Jiahao, "Just drive us over. I want to talk to Chen Fan alone." Inside the luxury hotel suite, it was just me and Li Xia. She handed me a glass of water. "Have some water first. I've heard about what happened these last few days. I'll use every connection I have to help clear things up for you. The facts don't matter anymore." I looked out the window and said to Li Xia, "Even if everyone admits they were wrong, for Lenny Fei, there's no way to save him now." I gave a bitter smile. I've let go of a lot already. Who cares what other people think? Li Xia listened and said, "Chen Fan, don't be like this. I know you're hurting inside. If I were you, I'd be just as sad. Don't give up. I really don't know how to make you feel better. But no matter what, I'll do everything I can to help you." I looked at Li Xia and asked, "Why do you want to help me? We're basically just acquaintances." Li Xia shook her head and said, "I don't really know either. Maybe you just feel really familiar to me. Just rest here tonight. I have an early meeting tomorrow, so get some sleep." I watched Li Xia walk out of the room, got out my phone, and deleted a few WeChat messages with my second uncle. Then I laid on the bed, hoping to fall asleep early. But I just couldn't sleep. So I figured, might as well go home. When I got back, I saw Lenny Fei's door was sealed off. I found a bag of rice in the kitchen and put it in his milk pot, and set 3 sticks of incense in front of his door. Late that night, Qingmu called. Zhu Dalong had reported it. He suspected I caused the accident. Wanted me back for questioning. I laughed coldly and said, "When it happened I was in your car. You were the one driving. They still have to investigate?" Qingmu yelled. "I still think you're involved. You said you'd come whenever I called. Are you coming yourself or should we come get you?" Back at the station, Qin Mu was in the duty room drinking coffee. There were also 2 other officers from North District. They want to ask you about what happened. No need for an official statement. The officers said Zhu Dalong claimed I threatened him. I denied it and said, karma is real. How come you didn't get hit by the car yourself? That's not a crime, right? Then I told them about Zhu Dalong and Tian Ifan's malicious interviews, which caused Lenny Fei to jump. I joked in the end, maybe it's Lenny Fei's ghost getting revenge. The security cam proves it. At the time, he was in my car. I was moved by their story, and took him for fish in North District. That's where we bumped into Zhu Dalong. Their vengeful spirits taking revenge is just nonsense. It was just a coincidence. The officer said, you have a motive. We can't rule out you ordered someone. We'll need your cooperation later. You can contact me anytime. After that, I took Chinmu out for a late-night snack. We talked a lot. He's actually a really good guy. He suspected me at first, but just helped me out. After the late-night meal, Chinu arranged for me to stay at the guest house. The next morning, Chinu woke me up by banging on the door. Last night we posted Lenny Fei's last words online. The Time News reported it today. Both the provincial and city TV stations are following the story. You need to be ready to face reporters. Nongyo and Grandma came too. Both of them were really upset. They kept crying after seeing me. Later, Grandma knelt in front of the media with her ID. She explained everything about how Lenny Fei and I helped them. She told the whole story. Finally, the truth came out. They couldn't reach Lenny Fei's father or other relatives, so the police helped organize his funeral. We thought about putting his ashes at the crematorium, but I really couldn't afford a grave. In the end, Nonyo's grandma buried him in the family cemetery back home, and said she took him as her grandson. 3 days later, Chinmoy asked to meet me. He told me Tian Ifan didn't make it. He asked again if it had anything to do with me. I acted calm and denied it. Are you guys solving the case with tricks and lies? Chinmu kept a straight face. He said the driver should lay low for now. They'd already pulled up the route for that car. If they check, they'll find out who it was. Then he got up and left. I couldn't decide if I should tell my second uncle to run, but I was worried Chinmu was tricking me. After thinking it over, I decided to meet him at the gym. I told him that Tian Ifan had died in the hospital. He was really calm. I lowered my voice and told him to lay low for a few days. He stayed silent. I reminded him that I'm already a suspect. The police might find you next. He lit a cigarette and sat in the lounge area. He kept his head down and stayed quiet. You could tell he was a bit scared, because someone had died after all. How did you become a suspect? He asked if I called to report to you. Chinmu found out about Tian Ifan's movements, and suspects I leaked her location. He wanted to check my phone that night. Thankfully Li Xia showed up just in time. Today he came and told me Tian Ifan was dead, and told me to warn the driver to hide. They've already checked the car's route on the cameras. My second uncle stared at me, confused. He doesn't know it was you. He's just asking you to pass the message. Uncle finished his cigarette, got up and said, don't worry, at most it's head and run. They can't give me the death penalty. Not sure if they'll even be able to find me. I called him out. You know they'll find you eventually, right? He glanced at me. Stop overthinking. Just get yourself a steady job, and make more money for your dad's treatment. I sent 5,000 yuan to the family 2 days ago. If I really go to jail, you'll have to bear the full burden. Watching him try to act relaxed, I suddenly wanted to cry. Life is never gentle to anyone, but we still have to hang in there. Mishuji ordered me quietly to toughen up. I should act like a real man, and not tear up all the time. That Santana had fake plates, and I was even wearing a mask. Whether they can find me or not, depends on whether that officer, Chimu, turns us in. I looked up and asked him. It's important, he's the only one who might connect the dots. Then I gave you her location. Uncle calmly analyzed it. How likely do you think he'll keep digging? I don't know. I lit a cigarette, bowed my head and took a drag. We've only known each other a short while, but I can tell he's got a sense of justice, and just says what he thinks. Uncle stayed quiet for a bit, got up and said, get back to work. Call your parents more when you can. He sounded all casual, but it felt like he was saying his last words. That day I got a call from Officer Chimu at the station. She said Nyonyo's dad had been found. But the bad news is, he refuses to admit Nyonyo as his daughter. Nyonyo's mom is still missing. We already met them to come meet at the station. I'm worried it might get awkward. It probably won't go well. Come by if you have time. After all, you did the most to help. Half an hour later, I arrived at the police station. A flashy red BMW X6 was parked out front. Chinmu introduced it. Said it belongs to Dang Qiming. He's Nyonyo's dad. How could someone who drives a BMW X6 let his kid suffer like this? It's complicated. The political officer is trying to talk to him. Chinmu said. The colleagues picking up Nonyo and Grandma are almost here. Let's wait in the chief's office. What we didn't expect was, after Nonyo and Grandma arrived, Dang Changming was really cold. Grandma looked at Dang Changming. Where's Suelan? Where's Suelan? Where's she? Dang Changming sighed. Mom, Suelan and I divorced 3 years ago. Didn't you know? Grandma was completely stunned. We were all surprised too. Dang Changming kept a straight face and said, we divorced 3 years ago. We split by agreement. Suelan got custody of Nyonyo. He took out the divorce papers and put them on the table. We haven't been in touch since the divorce. I thought they were doing fine. He took a tissue, wiped his eyes, and sighed. How did it come to this? Grandma just stared, dazed, kept mumbling, where did Suelan go? How has there been no news for 3 years? Later, Dang Qiming took Nyonyo away, and Grandma left too. At noon, Li Xia suddenly asked me out to eat. She said she wanted to talk about her brother. Li Xia picked up the wine and poured us some. She casually asked, is Chen Xiaoji your relative? You call him second uncle. He's my grandpa's adopted son. So do you actually know what he does? I suddenly realized she probably knows something. Thinking back to how he and Li Jiahao showed up that night. Was that really a coincidence? I took a breath, looked at Li Xia. If you want to talk, just say it. It's nothing really. I just wanted to know a bit about Chen Xiaojia. Li Xia gave a faint smile. My parents and Jiahao's died early, so I didn't pay enough attention to him. Now he's close with Chen Xiaojia, so I'm trying to see what kind of person he is. I stayed quiet for a few seconds. Don't worry, Chen Xiaojia has good character. He just has a bit of a street vibe. Li Xia raised her glass for a toast. She casually asked if Chen Xiaojia has been to jail. And why? You didn't hit someone with your car, did you? That question hit my most sensitive nerve. I stared into his eyes. He looked right back at me, no hesitation. His gaze was pushing me to confess. I pulled out a cigarette and lit it. Used that move to catch my breath. Yeah, he did time. More than once, actually. He was a regular at the police station back in school. Got 6 months for fighting a few years ago. Never heard he did time over a car accident. Eat something? Li Xia changed the subject at the right moment. The grilled fish here is really good. He paused and said Jiahao is my only family. I don't want him getting in trouble. Can you talk to Chen Xiaojia for me? Tell him to leave Jiahao out of it. I hung my head. Didn't want to look at her. Pretty as she is, she still feels like a stranger to me. Chen Fan, you still don't have a job, right? Want to come back to Daikei? No need, I cut him off. It's about Lenny Fei. The landlord took back the apartment. I need to find a new place first. Then job hunt nearby. That meal was really suffocating. Afterward, I turned down the ride from the driver. I called my second uncle. Asked how many people knew about the accident that night. Why were Li Jiahao and Li Xia nearby? At first, Chen Xiaojia didn't want to say. I insisted, and he finally told me. When I called him, he was with Li Jiahao for kickboxing practice. As he went out, Li Jiahao followed him by car. Jiahao lost him in North District. While searching, they ran into the accident. Li Xia came to pick up Jiahao for dinner. And she saw the scene too. He must have figured out the truth early on. Just never said it. I realize Li Xia knows too. But unlike Qinmu, she doesn't have that strong sense of justice. She just doesn't want Chen Xiaojia to drag Jiahao down. So I'm not worried she'll report us. That afternoon, with Lu Chong's help, I moved to the second floor of a quiet bar in Guangzhou Old Town. There's a little courtyard in the back. Go out the back door of the bar. There's a winding staircase. Landlord's name is Old Joe. He owns the bar downstairs too, though business isn't good. I showered and was about to rest, when a strange number called. It was the police asking me to come to the station for questioning. Still about that car accident. At the North District Police Station, the officer brought out Zhu Dalong's report. You threatened Zhu Dalong at the scene. Yeah, I admitted it. He deliberately framed me and Lin Fei. The accident just hurt our bodies, but he trampled our reputations, and hurt us emotionally. Saying harsh things made me feel better. How long after the accident? Did you arrive at the scene? 1 or 2 minutes. Can't remember. Heard someone yelling, so I went to check. Where were you before it happened? In Qianmu's car. We were looking for a parking spot nearby. Why were you in the area? Lin Fei jumped off the building. Qianmu wouldn't let me see the body. Said we'd get barbecue to distract me. So you were with Qianmu when it happened? He was driving, I was in the car. Mumbled a few words to the officer. Got up and said, thanks for your cooperation. Stay in touch. Planning to leave Kunming soon? I can't leave Kunming. Just asking. Walking out of the station. I didn't leave right away. Thought Qianmu might show up. Half an hour later, he showed up in his car. I hid in the dark. Then looked up and saw cameras everywhere. So many cameras all around. Instantly, I felt guilty. My mind went blank. Should I go meet Qianmu? Or keep hiding? A few seconds later, I decided not to show myself. If I did, the cops would think we were coordinating stories. Check the surveillance. They'd see I never left. I just watched Chinmo walk into the station, hoping he wouldn't say anything stupid. My heart was pounding. If our reasons for being in North District don't line up, we're screwed. I even wanted to run, but had no idea where I'd go. 40 minutes later, Chinmu came out and got in the car. My phone rang right then. I saw you. In the car, I spoke first. You didn't leave? He asked. I figured they'd probably call you in too. So I waited a bit. Feeling guilty? What's there to feel guilty about? Just yes, that's all. Stop talking. Meet me at the next intersection. I'll come pick you up. Chinmu hung up. I really was nervous, but didn't want to show it. Before getting in the car, I bought 2 colas, hoping to distract him. A few minutes later, Chinmu pulled up. I took a deep breath, got in and handed him a Coke. I know you like Coke better, right? Chinmu rolled his eyes. Took the Coke. Getting in my car, you still need to pump yourself up? That's a clear sign you're nervous. I was speechless for a moment. Detectives are really sensitive, huh? You get it. Girls shouldn't be so sensitive. I tried to play it cool. Saw the news the other day. Guy had lipstick on his shirt. Wife made him kneel on the keyboard. He just brushed up against someone on the bus. So unlucky, don't change the subject. Why are you feeling guilty? I'm not. Chin moves too sharp. He saw me deny it, and gave a cold laugh. When I was questioned, they asked why I went to North District. They asked you that too, right? What did you say? I pressed him, anxious. You sure you're not nervous? Chinmu shot back. You made a 3-minute call to someone ending in 4400. I found out. You're investigating me. He shouted nonsense. How can I explain myself without figuring things out? You think I don't know anything just because you deny it? That's my second uncle's phone. Something this big happened. I called him. What's up? I raised my voice, trying to cover up my nervousness. Chimu gave me a disdainful look. If I wanted to investigate, I'd have already checked who owns the phone. They asked why I went to the North District. I said I went to eat. I'm the one who invited you. Did they ask you what you wanted to eat? Yeah, but I said I don't remember what I actually promised to eat. Just said there's good food in the North District. I patted my chest. Luckily, I claimed we went for barbecue to cheer up. Chinmu grinned, like, so you're admitting it. Don't try to trick me. He smiled even brighter. Chen Fan. Stop lying in front of me. I'm a cop. But my sense of justice is built on morals, not on law. Zhu Delong and Tian Ifan deserve to die. They wronged Lenny Fei, building their interests on others' pain. Living only harms more people. I have to rethink Chinmo. His words moved me. And I'm happy for Lenny Fei. I might need your help soon. He changed the topic. I looked into Dang Qiming and missing Shui Lan. Found a lot of suspicious stuff. Shui Lan's disappearance and their divorce both seem weird. You said you'll do your best. Dang Qiming's current wife Tajin is the CFO at Daike. You're close with Daike's general manager. Can you check his work from inside? And his marriage status? If it's too much trouble, forget it. Alright, I'll let you know. This isn't hard. Because of the car accident, I wasn't focused on job hunting. When old Joe got business, I'd help him out. Just making some extra cash. Next day, I invited Lashia to a bar. Planned to talk to her about Dang Jing. Did you see what happened with Nuno a few days ago in WeChat Moments? Her real father, Dang Qiming, is Dang Jing's current husband. So what's it got to do with Nuno? 3 years ago, Dang Qiming and his wife Shuilan came to Kunming to work. After the divorce, Shuilan disappeared. Dang Qiming said she ran off with a rich guy. He just wanted Nuno. Lashia frowned. So you're saying, Shuilan was set on divorcing, used buying a house as an excuse to get married, then left. I was surprised Lashia caught the deeper meaning. Women are really sharp. Pretty much. I poured myself a coffee. Dang Qiming disappeared for 3 years. Now he's driving a million-yuan BMW X6. His success must be tied to Dang Jing. Dang Jing is your company's CFO. Don't you think that's suspicious? But you can't just say he's using his position for personal gain. That'd be too rushed. Only the facts show it. I pretended to be calm. I want to investigate them. Not just because of Dang Jing, but also because of Tuilan. Missing for 3 years. A mother? How could she not contact her daughter or her own mom for 3 years? All recent moments were about Nilyo. There's no way she didn't see it. Lishia sipped her red wine. I get what you mean. How do you want me to help, Chen Fan? I know what's on your mind. He said casually. The company is pretty messy now. Me and Li Guangmin just pretend to get along. The fighting is pretty intense. My dad gave me the company, not only from guilt, but cause Li Chuanmin's character sucks. Keeps a mistress and gambles. All the shareholders know. Lately, there are more hotel complaints. Poor product quality. Li Guangmin is in charge of purchases. Dang Jing controls finances. If you need to investigate Dang Jing, I'm with you. You'll need the recent financial breakdowns. I'll send them to you privately. Every big expense goes through Dang Jing. I asked naively. Any expense? Finance keeps records. Just allocated to different departments. He said for sure. Send me the last 3 months first. I paused, picked up my coffee and took a sip. Actually, I suspect. Dang Qiming killed Nunya's real mom. Li Xia nodded slightly. Check it out. I support you. You did a great job fixing up Daike's security department before. The guards look way better now. Wish you hadn't quit all pissed off. Jiahao also mentioned it, right? I smiled bitterly and shook my head. Places full of scheming aren't for me. That's just workplace life. Depends how you see it. He stressed there's no totally peaceful team. Where there's people, there are conflicts. All that built-up emotion has to come out. Chatted with Li Xia for a long time. He has a unique view on things, especially on business management. Winning shareholder support isn't all thanks to his dad. Next morning, Li Xia emailed me. Inside were Daike's last 3 months' financial details. Total nearly 200 million. Monthly net profit about 30 million. Daily income over 1 million. He messaged me alone. Don't share these details around. You know, if it leaks, I'll be in trouble. Then I called Qinmu. I've got Daike's 3-month financial breakdown. Every transaction was confirmed by Dang Jing. Should be helpful for you. Awesome. Send it to me now. I'm checking right away. Qinmu said excitedly. Hold up, let me remind you. These details are for you only. If you share, someone will go after the source. He helped us out of sympathy for Nodio. We can't mess him over. Relax, I know how to handle it. Let's meet at noon to discuss specifics. Hung up. I forwarded the email to Qinmu. He has a sense of justice beyond professional ethics. Doesn't always play by the rules, but won't cross moral lines. I really trust him. Had lunch with Qinmu. He said he found something in Daike's financials. They spend tens of millions each month, mainly on booze and cigarettes. Qinmu paused on purpose. Guess what I found? What? The supplier for Daike's booze and ciggies is always the same company. The real owner behind is Dang Qiming. Right away, I got why Dang Qiming got rich. But that's not the main thing. Qinmu took out his notebook. Opened up a page. Dang Qiming owns several companies. All of them got complaints and reports. Reported. One of his tobacco and booze companies got shut down 2 years ago. But Daike was still buying from them then. You should tell Ashia about this. She'll thank you. I don't know how to bring it up. Even when I get a chance to be nice, I miss it. Qinmu rolled his eyes. I'm still investigating. Dang Qiming's first company was registered 3.5 years ago. Back then, he hadn't divorced Trialan. Even if I'm ready for it. Qinmu's words really shocked and saddened me. Maybe it's for the sake of love, sullied as it is. In my heart, love should mean sharing ups and downs. Never abandoning each other. Qin Fan, I know you don't want to accept this guess. But facts need to be confirmed. Qinmu sighed. I've given up looking for Chuilan. I'm focusing on investigating Dang Qiming. Once I get solid evidence, we'll see what he has to say then. It's just a pity for Niuniao. Do you need me to do anything else? I asked, feeling gloomy. Not for now. I'll reach out if something comes up. He reminded me. Tell Ishia what I found. Let her be prepared. It's a favor, too. After that, I called Ishia. I told her about Dang Jin abusing his power for profit. She was strangely calm. She only asked if more evidence could be found. I was just about to call Qinmu for help. Li Jiahao called me. He sounded super angry. Chen Fan, what are you doing? Stop stalling, come help me out. I'm gonna take him down tonight. Who pissed you off? Come with me for a fight. If anything happens, I'll take the blame. I'll send you my location on WeChat. Take a cab over. The gear's all ready. After I failed to talk him out of it, I hurried over. When I arrived, there were already a few guys about Li Jiahao's age, waiting for him. Pass me a metal pipe. Those jerks are waiting for someone inside the bar. Just go in and fight. Don't go easy, but don't injure anyone. I weighed the pipe in my hand. It felt light. It wouldn't really hurt anyone. How? What's going on? Can't settle this? He was firm. We gotta do this, I can't talk him out. A few minutes later, 2 more guys showed up. All 6 of us entered the bar. At the university town bar around 8 or 9, it was peak hours. As soon as we walked in, everyone stared at us. A group in the corner, 4 guys and 3 girls, stood up too. These are the ones, let's go. Li Jiahao shouted, leading the way. We followed behind, gripping metal pipes. The fight was pretty one-sided. The outcome was just as expected. We all got taken by the local police. Handcuffed, squatting in the interrogation room. He promised he'd take the blame if something happened. Now Li Jiahao was totally deflated. After a quick investigation, police said everyone gets fined 500 yuan. Family has to come pick us up. Next time, we'd be detained. Officer, we know we messed up. I'll pay the fine. Can you not tell our parents? My parents are gone. Li Jiahao said hurriedly. The officer lectured. How could you say that? Your own parents? No respect at all? I'm not lying, really. You can check for yourself. After checking, the cops found his parents really had passed away. Even his household registration was cancelled. With no other choice, I called Chenchong. I had just got home. Li Xia came over, furious. First time I've seen her this mad. What are you trying to do? Didn't I warn you? Don't lead Jiahao astray. I stared, totally confused by her questions. Why are you silent? Why'd you take Jiahao to a fight? And got caught by the police. You can't say that didn't happen, right? No, I was about to explain. Li Jiahao rushed over and blocked me. Sis, calm down. This is between us guys, stay out of it. Gotta stand up for my brothers. If anyone is to blame, blame me. Li Xia was so angry her face went pale. The scene was tense. Li Xia was fuming. Li Jiahao looked indifferent. Sorry, I was a bit reckless. Shouldn't have pulled Jiahao into it. My apologies. It won't happen again. Chen Fan and Li Jiahao looked grateful, but only called my name. Do me a favor, you and your family. Stay away from my brother from now on. Li Xia yelled loudly. You're not good enough to be friends with my brother. She grabbed Li Jiahao and warned him not to hang out with us anymore. Sis, Li Jiahao shook off her hand. You're way out of line. How can you talk about people like that? I knew if this kept going, Li Jiahao would spill the truth. I quickly stopped him. Jiahao, don't argue with your sister. Listen to her. Just head home first. Chen Fan, I waved to cut him off. Go home in 2 days. Qin Mu brought the second batch of investigation files. I was really surprised. He checked all companies registered by Dan Qiming, even those under family members' names. All were shell trading companies. These firms only dealt in hotel supplies. With Dang Jin's help, Dang Qiming sold cheap goods to Daike. Each company only made one deal. After earning money, they'd disappear. When Daike realized the goods were subpar, they couldn't find anyone, had to buy new stock at higher prices. Then his next company would pop up, keeping the scam going. 6 such companies in 3 years. You owe me a meal, don't you? Qin Mu grinned smugly at me. Give these files to Li Xia. She owe you a big favor. What do you want to eat? Forget the meal. Help me with something in a few days. Qin Mu smiled slyly. My parents are pushing me to find a boyfriend. Be my fake boyfriend for 1 meal. Just need you for dinner. My mom's easygoing. My dad's a bit strict. Don't stress. I shrugged. A little pressure. But it's just a meal with elders. So I agreed anyway. At night, I sent the files Qin Mu gave me about Dang Qiming, the evidence of him stealing Daike's money. Snapped pictures and sent them to Li Xia. I don't expect thanks. Just hope he shows mercy. Doesn't rat on me. After Uncle was scolded by him last time. We haven't spoken since. Only Li Jiahao messaged me a few heartfelt words. Sent the files over. No reply from him. I lay in bed smoking, worrying about Uncle. Just as I finished my cigarette, my mom called. She rarely calls first. Trying to save on phone bills. Mom, you had time to call me? She acted casual. How's your work lately? Pretty good, staying busy means more cash. Don't overwork, stay safe. She paused. Dad has dialysis tomorrow. I sold our old hen that used to lay eggs. If you want eggs, buy them yourself. Pick the transparent ones. Fresh ones. Listening to her, my heart aches. Mom got her bonus a few days ago. I was named Employee of the Month. She got 2,000 yuan. I made up an excuse. I'll transfer it to you tomorrow. I'll get my salary at the end of the month. I'll go home to see you and Dad then. As he was talking, he started to cry. Kept saying he was holding me back. Apologized to me. It just made my heart heavier. After that, I went to the gym to mooch a meal off Uncle too. Li Jiahao was here every day. His body looks better and better. When he saw me, he insisted on taking the trainers out to a bar. Inua thought it was too noisy. He suggested we eat barbecue and drink beer at a street stand, by the night market stalls. About 7 or 8 of us ordered 2 cases of beer. Halfway through the meal, over 20 guys with clubs surrounded us. The one leading them was the same guy we fought at the college bar. Move aside if it's nothing to do with you. I'm here for him today. He pointed at Li Jiahao. Everyone looked at Uncle too. Li Jiahao stood up and cursed, trying to scare me because you have so many people? If you're tough, fight me one-on-one. Only cowards gang up on the weak. The other guy said cockily, let's see who dares get involved. Uncle too stood up and said, man, let's just let this go. Settle this over drinks. How about that? The guy walked to our table and poured a glass of beer. He sneered at Li Jiahao. Kneel and drink this beer. Then we can call it even. Li Jiahao instantly started cursing. He splashed the beer right in his face. Li Jiahao grabbed a beer bottle, ready to fight back. The others all raised their steel pipes. A fight was about to explode. Li Jiahao backed down when he saw that. He didn't dare make a move. Duan Wentao got even more smug. He leaned in, pointing to his own head. Come on, hit me right here. I've planned this for a while. Tomorrow I'll show Xiaotin the video. Let her see how gutless you are. Still think you can steal my girl? You, a loser with dead parents, think you can take me on? This is just step one. Your sister won't be DK's CEO much longer. If you kneel and beg today, maybe my dad will keep supporting her. People around us burst out laughing. Li Jiahua's face turned pale. His hands were shaking. There were 5 guys on our side. I can't fight. And he chickened out again. Only Uncle Tu and 2 others were left. But there were over 20 of them. Once they brought up Li Jiahao finally gave in. Fine, I'll admit it, I'll kneel. His knees buckled to drop down. Uncle Tu grabbed his shoulder with his left hand, picked up a beer bottle with his right, and smashed it right on Duan Wenthao's head. I thought Uncle Tu would dial it down since he's older, but he was crazier than ever. The moment the bottle broke, he charged forward, and kicked Duan Wentao 3 meters away. All of them rushed us swinging metal pipes. At first, they were cocky because of their numbers. But after Uncle Tu smashed someone's head and people ran, they all lost their nerve. Everyone took off running. I was completely shocked. Ian and the 2 female trainers didn't fight, and didn't try to break it up neither. Only after they all ran did they hand us tissues. Li Jiahao looked both relieved and worried. Duan Wentao is a shareholder's son in DKI. He was afraid his trouble would drag in Li Xia. That's why he gave in earlier. Fighting means you'll get arrested. Uncle Tu told us all to leave. He stayed to wait for the cops. I'll take the blame, bro. Li Jiahao stepped up and said. Bro, you get out of here. Yihua got anxious. He knows Uncle Tu can't go to the police now. No need, Uncle Tu said, cigarette in mouth. Jiahao and I will stay. The rest of you leave. If it's fate, it's fate. Chunfan, you go too. Don't worry your parents. He waved his hand, hurrying me out. Looking annoyed. Let's go, Inihao pulled me and flagged down a cab. We went to Daichen Gardens in Century City. It's an upscale neighborhood. Way above Dinshi Chen Tian's level. Arrived at Iniha's villa. I saw that. Santana in the garage. It always gave me a bad feeling. Upstairs was Alchin Shaoji's stuff. Obvious they'd been living together a while. Late at night, I covered my face with a scarf, drove the Santana straight to the abandoned levee by Denshi Lake. Released the handbrake, and gave the car a shove. It slowly sank into the water. The water here was deep enough to cover it. Got back in at 3 a.m. Inihua was still up waiting for me. Did anyone see you? He asked with concern. I shook my head. Has Jin Shajia called you? You're worried about the accident, right? Inihua nodded. My heart was pounding. I just felt something bad was coming. That 6th sense. Isn't scientifically proven, but it's eerily accurate. After a restless night. The next morning, Inihua took me to the police station. He wanted to help Uncle Tu's family. But the officer said, Li Jiahao's family had already paid the fine and compensation. He'd been released. But Uncle Tu was involved in a hit and run from half a month ago, and had been taken in for investigation. I panicked right away. Speak of the devil. How did they suddenly link the accident to Chen Xiaojia? I called Li Jiahao 3 times in a row, but his phone was off. Inihua stood beside me. Jiahua said his only relative is his sister. You know her, right? Call her and ask what's going on. We can't just sit here waiting. He was calmer than before. Whatever happens, we have to face it, and try to fix it. I called Li Xia. She didn't answer the first time. The second time, Xiaoru picked up. Stop calling President Li. He doesn't want to talk to you. I won't bother him. I just want to know about Li Jiahao. How did he get out? Why is Uncle Tu being dragged into something else? Before Xiaoru could say more, Li Xia took the phone. I warned you. Don't let Uncle Tu drag Jiahao into trouble. Since none of you listened, I'll have to handle it my own way. And hung up. I swore at the phone, but it didn't help. What's going on? Inihua asked urgently. I was starting to think Li Xia reported Xiaojia for the hit and run. Now it's serious. I said as I dialed the number a 3rd time. Li Xia still didn't answer. Inihua said, I'll figure something out, and left by himself. I already knew the answer, but I still hoped I was wrong. I decided to go to DKI and ask face to face. I snuck into DKI's private elevator, pushed open Li Xia's office door, rushed to her desk, and slapped my hand down. Tell me, what did you actually say? Li Xia looked serious. Li Xia said she can tolerate anything, but she can't stand Jiahao going down the wrong path. He's my only brother. My mom's last wish was for me to take care of him. If something happens to him, I won't be able to face my parents who passed away, and won't be able to face the future. What about my second uncle? With tears in my eyes, I asked her. I got beat up for sticking up for Jiahao, and now my own guys reported me and want me gone. Did you ever think about him? Is he actually wrong? Do you truly know what happened? Did your conscience hurt when you reported him? Li Xia avoided my gaze and looked far away. I don't want to know. I just want Jahao to grow up well. That's all. Tears finally spilled out. I raised my hand and pointed at her. Backing away, I said, I hope when you know the truth, your conscience won't hurt. I turned and left the office. I can't describe the pain and despair inside. This rainy, hot late summer drenched my youth. I thought of Lin Fei again. The road ahead is still long. How can I stay strong? Iniwo called me. His tone was urgent. Chen Fan, tell me where you live. Turn off your phone now. Don't contact anyone. I'll come find you as soon as I'm free. Remember, before that, don't let any officials find you. Especially police. If they can't find you, they can't make you confess. Be careful what you say to them. I held the phone and asked, when will you come find me? Who are you bringing? Should I turn off my phone now? Iniwa added, our company's lawyer. We'll talk more later when we meet. You turn off your phone first. Their own company lawyer. I got a bit nervous. Looks like Inahua's family is pretty well off. When Inihua came, he brought a middle-aged man in a gray suit, carrying a briefcase. Just call him Jobo. Inihua said, he's lawyer Jogofa. We can totally trust him. Hello, Mr. Joe. Thanks for helping. No need to be formal, we're family. After sitting down, Jogofa said, I need to know everything. To handle any future charges. The night of the accident, did you call Chen Xiaojia? I nodded, yes. I told him where the victim would be. I just wanted him to beat that guy up. Unexpectedly, Jobo raised his hand and told me to slow down. That night, did you call Chen Xiaojia? What did you say? Do you know how to answer? I suddenly understood. Did your uncle really hit someone with a car? Did you see it yourself? He kept asking. I shook my head. You didn't see it yourself. No one told you either. So why say he was at the scene? Does that mean he's involved? Where was Xiaoji that night? You don't actually know, right? You guys never met, right? Chen Fan's accusation without evidence isn't valid. Iniwo chimed in. Jobo's been a lawyer over 20 years. He wins 99% of his cases. With him here, Xiaojia will be cleared. You just gotta stay calm. I nodded firmly. I get what's safe to say, and what not to say. Halfway through dinner, the cops showed up. I knew it must be about my uncle. While taking notes, the police looked super serious. I didn't have to ask. You know why we're here, right? Confess and you'll get leniency. Refuse and it'll be harsher. Your friends already told us everything. Think carefully about what you want to say. I've already told everything before. There's nothing more to add. Stop being stubborn. I didn't do anything. No need for leniency. I remembered Jobo's advice. The police got nothing out of me. They had me keep my phone on and left. By then, it was already dark outside. I felt pretty anxious. If me and Chen Xiaoji get arrested, who'll pay for my dad's dialysis? The weight on my shoulders is suffocating. Next day, Li Jiahao, missing for 2 days, suddenly appeared in front of me. He dropped to his knees with a thud, crying. He wanted to explain. I helped him up. I know you're loyal. This isn't really your fault. Don't take it too hard. Chen Fan, forgive my sister. She worries about me so much. She's scared my second brother will lead me astray. She was crying non-stop. But I didn't expect her to be so selfish. She kept me locked up for 2 days. I just had a huge fight with her. Take me with you. I'll stick with you. Don't want to go home and see her. Help me out, will you? I patted his shoulder. Let him ask Lixia to come out and talk. Li Jiahao's house, living room. Lixia was already waiting. There were fruits and coffee on the table. Chen Fan, sit anywhere you like. Li Jiahao said. I sat across from Lixia. Just stared at her, saying nothing. She looked guilty. Sorry, Jiahao told me how it started. And what happened. I didn't know. Here's the thing, Duan Wentao is the son of Daike's main shareholder. We both like Chao Qian, Li Jiahao added from the side. Last time I took you to the bar to beat him up, it was because of her. His dad threatened my sister. Said I was causing trouble. And wouldn't support him. Then he got even cockier. Stole Xiao Qin away. Even brought people and forced me to kneel. It was my second brother who stood up for me. I owe him so much. Forget it, now's not the time to apologize. I sighed softly. Looked at Li Xia. Things are already like this. Nothing can be fixed. Reporting with real names isn't a joke. Chen Xiaojia already had a lot of suspicion. If they find him guilty, it'll be murder and fleeing the scene. Thinking about it made my heart ache. Li Xia looked gloomy. Regretfully mumbled. Sorry, I lit a cigarette. Kept saying, if you kill, you pay with your life. He could get the death penalty, suspended or life. His life is basically ruined. I won't escape either. I'm not afraid of prison. But I have things I can't let go. My dad has kidney failure. He needs dialysis 2 or 3 times a week. My mom lost her job. She makes a living selling sweet potatoes. After graduating high school, I went to Kunming for work. Moved bricks, carried cement, delivered food. Saved every penny. Just wanted to send more money home. Chen Xiaojia has no blood relation to my family. All the money I've earned went to my dad. Maybe soon, we both might end up in jail. The cigarette is burning. Feels like my heart is bleeding. I took a deep drag. Held back my tears. I'm here to talk to you today. Not to blame or argue. I know you're doing this for Jiahao. I'm here to beg you. If I get locked up, can you look after my parents for me? Send them a few thousand each month, so my dad can get dialysis. I know it's a big ask, but if I don't say it now, I might not get another chance. Once I'm out, I'll pay back every cent. That's all I'm asking. Please. As I was speaking, I bent my knees, about to kneel. Li Jiahao rushed over, knelt first and hugged me. He cried, Chen Fan, don't worry, no matter what happens, I won't forget your request. I'll keep Dad's illness in mind. I won't smoke or drink, or hit up clubs, but I'll make sure he has the money. I'm in charge of the medical stuff. From now on, your parents are my parents too. You're my brother for life. When Lashia got up to leave, her eyes were red. She tried to hide it, but I still saw it. I trust Jiahao to keep his word. A few thousand isn't a big deal to him. That night, he insisted I take him to my house to get familiar. I figured I might get caught any time, so best he knows where my home is. So I drove him home that night. To meet my parents, Jiahao and I drove back in Li Shi's white Range Rover. That car was a gift from Duan Wentao's dad, a DK shareholder, hoping to get his son to marry Li Xia, add his shares to the Duan family. On the way, Jiahao told me a lot. He and Xia only inherited DK shares. Their grandpa left the property and money for Uncle Li Chueming's business. They don't have much cash on hand. Li Xia is good with money. She plays stocks with allowance Grandpa sneaks her. That's why Grandpa left her the chairman spot. We drove over 4 hours, reached the small town at 1 a.m. We checked into a hotel. Jiahao didn't get it. Why not just go home directly? My dad sleeps early. Mom works the street stand and cares for him all day. He needs his sleep. I barely slept that night, thinking how to tell my parents what's next. Next morning, we bought apples, watermelon, and 2 pounds of pork filling. Mom was selling roasted sweet potatoes on the corner. She was surprised to see me back, and in a nice car. She rushed over and asked why I came back. Before I could answer, Jiahao stepped up and called her mom, then turned to me, is this our mom? My mom was stunned. I explained, he's my sworn brother. Just treat Jiahao as your son. Mom, I'm here to see you. Is Dad home? Jiahao sounded so genuine. Mom was super confused. I packed up the card and said we're done for today. Let's have your homemade wontons for lunch. I bought some meat filling. Dad was so happy when we got home. Jiahao called the mom and dad. Really sweet talker. Told my parents. He lost his parents. Just him and his sister. They instantly felt sorry for him. Told him to bring his sister for holidays. Jiahao acted like family, even fought to wash the dishes. Said, as a son, you gotta help out at home. Finally, I have a mom. Feels great. In the afternoon, I went to rest in my room. It's a tiny room, like 8 square meters. Shared it with Chen Xiaojia. There's still that faded Young and Dangerous poster on the wall. Xiaojia's idol back then. Jiahao really liked it. That's my idol right there. From now on, I follow second bro. He picked up the nunchucks on the wall. Feels good. They're pretty worn out. Did you use them a lot? Uncles. If you like them, keep em. He used to practice. Hit his own head a lot. One time, during a fight, he brought these nunchucks. 17 or 18 guys couldn't get close. So cool. I'll ask him to teach me in Kunming. In the afternoon, we went to the market. Got fruit, veggies, and meat. Filled up the fridge. It felt like saying goodbye. During dinner, Dad asked if we caused trouble in Kunming. Don't try to handle it all alone. It's better to talk about it. Don't overthink. I denied it. We're all good. Just busy with some work projects. This visit is so Jiahao can get to know you. Not sure when I'll come back again. Let him check on you for me. Dad sighed. Been disabled all my life. I really should have left earlier. So I wouldn't be a burden. Mom cut him off. You're not a burden on anyone. Just stay alive. This family needs you. At night, Jiahao and I squeezed on one bed. Used to be Xiaojiana here. I'm used to it. He wasn't feeling well at first, but fell asleep later. Next morning, the city police called. Told me to come by. I said I'm back home. They got suspicious right away. Are you running away? I promised I'd be there by 2 p.m. I said it quickly. Then the cop calmed down. Hung up. I felt even more nervous. Before heading to Kunming, I bought an anonymous SIM at the local station, put it in Jiahao's phone, and called Inihu on the way back. Chun Fan, are you alright? First thing he asked when he picked up. Came home the night before yesterday. Took care of my family stuff. Feels like my time with mom and dad is running out. I sighed. This morning, the city police want me there by 2. Got to cooperate with their investigation. Houston Shaoji sighed. Cops are already onto him. He messed up when questioned. Annie spoke quietly. My heartbeat shot up. What did he say wrong? Is it bad? I'm making a statement this afternoon. What should I say? He first denied leaving the gym, but the camera caught when he left. Then he said he couldn't remember where he went. He sighed. Cops tracked his phone movements. They're sure he's the killer, just missing specific evidence. What should I do? I totally panicked. I should turn myself in. It's all my fault. Don't do anything crazy. Inuo got anxious. Shaoji met with me once. His only hope is you. He begged me to protect you. He said you're his family's last hope. Your mom and dad still count on you. Right now the police don't have enough evidence to charge him. I'm trying to pull some strings to bail him out. I couldn't hold back my tears. I choked up. Got it, Sister Hua. I'll listen to you. There, don't cry. Believe me, Shaoji will be fine. I hung up the phone. I held my head and sobbed loudly. Li Jiahao heard everything. He offered tissues and a cigarette. He kept apologizing. All I hoped was that after what happened to me in Qinshaojia, he'd take care of my parents. Getting close to Kunming, I still felt uneasy. I called Qinmu again. Finally decided to call me, huh? Ready to thank me for the info I gave you? Qinmu laughed over the phone. Let's not talk about that right now. I fought back my sadness. Can I totally trust you? I'm feeling really helpless right now. Of course, Qinmu replied seriously. Just for what you and Lenny Fei did for Yongyong, I already consider you a good friend. I took a deep breath. Actually, you've known all along that accident was connected to me, right? There was a pause on the line. Chen Fan, some things don't need to be spelled out. As long as we both get it. Chen Shaoji is under investigation. The police confirmed he was at the scene that day. He got reported and arrested. I kept talking. The police want me at the station by 2 p.m. to help with the investigation. I'm on my way now. I don't know what to do. Don't worry, Qinmu said. We were together the whole day. You called Qinshaojia, just chatted about family stuff, and even mentioned grabbing some food in the North District. I can vouch for all that. The police care about evidence. Without enough proof, they can't convict you. I'll meet you at the police station this afternoon. About what time will you get there? I checked my watch. About an hour left. You head in first. I'll be there soon. Qinmu encouraged me. Trust me, I'll see you soon. We will meet for sure. I'm worried I'll get locked up for questioning. You won't, Qinmu said confidently. See you soon. Hung up on Qinmu. I lit a cigarette. Li Jiahao, who was driving, suddenly asked in a low voice, Do you really hate my sister? I froze for a second. Just as I was about to deny it, she jumped in, about all this. I hate her too. Sometimes I just want to beat her up. But she's my big sister. She's always looked after me. Saying sorry doesn't help. I promise, I'll take good care of mom and dad. I will. I looked at her, nodded politely. Let's drop it. Please take care of mom and dad. As for hate or not, it's all in the past. You can't hide forever. What you do will come out eventually. Even if he didn't report it, they'd have found out sooner or later. Li Jiahao stopped talking. Back in Kunming, we didn't eat lunch. We headed straight to the city police station. He said he'd wait for me outside. I told him to head home first. I couldn't tell him I might not get out. This time in the interrogation, it was a whole different setup. A light box on each side at 45 degrees, for police officers present. 2 asking questions, 1 filming with the DV, 1 taking notes on a computer. I sat down under pressure. With previous experience, I wasn't as nervous. They kept asking about my whereabouts when it happened, and what I talked to Qin Shaoji about. Whether he knew about my grudge with Xu Dalong. I stuck with what Qinmu told me. Tweaked a few details. Just said I was chatting with Qin Shaojia. He asked what I'd eat that night. I said I was on my way to North District Food City. A friend was driving, so just grabbing something to eat. Questioning done. Police said I'm a major suspect in this case, and they'll have to detain me for now. I laughed at myself. Figured as much. Right as they were about to cuff me, someone knocked on the interrogation room door. A middle-aged cop with no hat, badge number 001, walked in. Behind him was Qinmu in a police uniform. He secretly winked at me. A few cops stood at attention and saluted. Director Qin, is Qin Fan's investigation over? Director Qin asked, It's done. He's Jin Shaoji's nephew. We asked him to help with the case. The police replied quickly. If it's over, come have dinner with us. Director Qin said. That's it. The police quickly responded. We're just asking Mr. Chen to cooperate with the investigation. Qinwu jumped out from behind. Linked arms with me, Qin Fan, let me introduce you. This is my dad. Troublemaker. Director Qin laughed. Do you have any dads that aren't real? Qinmu stuck out her tongue. Why don't you greet my dad? Hello, Uncle Qin. First time meeting him here. Feels a bit awkward. I quickly said. Nothing wrong with that. Director Chin smiled. Go home with Mumu first. Your aunt made food. Let's talk tonight. Turns out, Director Chin actually thinks I'm Chin Mu's boyfriend. Got into Chin Mu's car. He complained, you're so heartless. You promised to pretend to be my boyfriend last time. So why did you vanish on me? I wasn't avoiding you. I always keep my word. I explained. Your dad isn't that mean, really. That's just around other people. Chin Mu huffed, watch out tonight. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. As long as my mom likes you, my dad won't lose his temper. How do I win your mom over? If it's more than $200, I can't afford it. I scratched my head and asked. Chin Mu rolled her eyes, we don't need guests at my place. There's only one way to please my mom. Just take care of me in front of her. I don't need to teach you that, right? Traffic was bad the whole way. By the time we got to Chin Mu's neighborhood, it was already 4:30. I felt nervous, but I had to face it sooner or later. Chin Mu's family lives in a duplex with elevator entry. In the elevator, he could tell I was tense. He held my arm and said with a smile, just act natural. Even if it's fake, you have to make it look real. How did you act with your ex-girlfriends? Just do that with me today. Give it your best show. Still, I was nervous. Chin Mu rolled his eyes. Once inside, I saw a middle-aged woman, cleaning the living room. Mom, he called out. Then turned to me, Chin Fan. This is my mom. I greeted her right away. Hello, Auntie. Chin Mu's mom was extra warm. She handed me slippers. Told Mumu to bring you home ages ago. But this kid always found excuses. Having a relationship and still being sneaky about it. I'm not bringing him home. Guess I can do better. Chin Mu put on her cute slippers. Joked, yeah, right. Chin Mu's mom scolded her. If you actually got married, I'd consider myself blessed. Stop being picky, I think Chen Fan is great. She turned to me. Chen Fan, sit wherever you like. Auntie will wash some fruit for you. No need, really. I don't eat fruit much. I glanced at Chin Mu, looking like a spoiled princess. I want the apple from last night. We waited as Chin Mu's mom went to the kitchen. Soon it was just the two of us in the living room. Sit here for a bit. I'm going to change, she said, and I moved closer to her. Quietly asked, since we're a couple, aren't you going to invite me in to watch you change? Chin Mu just rolled her eyes hard. I spotted a treadmill, dumbbells, and a punching bag in the corner. I pictured her in workout gear and boxing gloves. Pretty sexy and strong. A few minutes later, Chin Mu came out changed. Her mom brought a plate of fruit. Chin Mu picked up an apple, handed it to me to peel. This kid is so spoiled by me. Chin Mu's mom complained, but she clearly doted on her. I smiled, took the apple and the knife. Started peeling slowly. Her mom chatted with me, just said Chin Mu is naughty and stubborn, and asked me to be patient. Never asked about my education, job, or family. Sometimes Chin Mu argued back a bit, but her mom didn't care about me at all. I cut up the peeled apple into small pieces. Chin Mu sat cross-legged on the couch, playing games on her phone. Opened her mouth, hinting for me to feed her. I did it while handed half to her mom too. Auntie, have some as well. I already ate this afternoon. She politely turned me down. Look at Mumu. So spoiled. She turned to Chin Mu, stop playing games. Chun Fan is here for the first time. Keep him company. I'm heading downstairs to buy some groceries. Chen Fan, eat at our place tonight. Before I could say anything, Chin Mu shouted. Chen Fan likes braised fish. You're the one craving it, aren't you? You're so greedy, Chin Mu's mom joked. Chin Mu laughed. Chen Fan, you stay here, I'll get fish at the store. I'll be right back. Wait, I'll come too. Chin Wu put down her phone and got up. What are you coming for? You just make things harder. Her mom said with disdain. I still want to go. So I ended up driving them as their chauffeur. Back home, Director Chin was off work too. Seeing him made me nervous. Maybe because of Chin Xiaoji's case, I felt guilty. He didn't ask about my job, income, or family. Just asked if I play chess. I'm not great at chess, but I play slowly, and analyze the board seriously. He kept saying, take your time, no rush. We played nearly an hour. Nobody won. Chin Mu's mom called us for dinner. During dinner, Director Chin asked if I drank. I politely declined. Drank juice with Chin Mu instead. Kind of played waiter the whole time. Served food to Chin Mu. Tried hard to act helpful. After dinner, Chin Mu dragged me out for a walk. I said goodbye early. Left the chess game unfinished. In the elevator, I finally relaxed. Your princess is already out of your house. No need to keep such a tight grip. Chin Mu grinned mischievously. Props to you. You're a pro actor. Thanks. Your parents might have figured out I'm just a stand-in. Otherwise, why not ask about my job, income, or family? No way, you acted great. He didn't care at all. My parents hope my boyfriend joins the police. So they don't care what you do now. Once it's official, they'll help you find a respectable job. That made me a little tempted. Having a police chief as a father-in-law sounds awesome. But it was just a quick daydream. Chinmu drove me to the Guangzhou Old Town parking lot. Then he headed back. The next day, Chinmu brought burgers and fried chicken to my place. About second uncle. He had a new idea. No evidence, yet they hold the suspect forever. That isn't right. He told me to use online buzz to help second uncle. But I don't know any social media connections. The only one I could think of was Li Jiahao. I called him. He answered excitedly, Chen Fan. You're awake. Are you busy now? Got something to tell you. Super busy, have to stay here, can't leave. What are you doing? Outside the or? He paused a bit. Dad's in surgery. Almost done now. Dad's having surgery? I was totally stunned. What happened to Dad? What kind of surgery? Dude, it's our dad. Li Jiahao corrected me. He's having a kidney transplant. After it's successful, no more dialysis every week. Getting a new kidney actually fixes the problem. I couldn't believe my ears. Yeah, I'm so proud. Been busy all week. Finding a kidney, talking to hospitals. Took just 3 days to find a match. Negotiated the price. Brought doctors to check the kidney. And got Dad to Shanghai for surgery right away. Not bad for efficiency, right? You owe me a barbecue, bro. Jiahao, are you messing with me? How could I joke about this? I'm in Shanghai with my parents right now. I told them you're really busy lately. Just come see us when the surgery's done. A transplant? That's got to cost 4 or 500,000 yuan, surgery and kidney included. Don't worry. Dad will be healthy soon. We'll go back to Kunming next week to recover. Leave hospital only after we're sure there's no rejection. He paused. Mom's out of the restroom. Handing the phone over. A few seconds later, Mom's voice came, Chen Fan. Is that you? Mom, Jiahao brought you here to Shanghai for a new kidney? Why didn't you tell me? Mom was surprised. Jiahao said you knew. What's really going on? It's fine. Just help Dad finish the surgery first. I'll come over tomorrow. Plane tickets are expensive. So is everything here. I can take care of your dad. You just wait and relax. Even phone calls cost money. Anything else you want to say to Jiahao? Give the phone back to him. Phone's back in Li Jiahao's hand. He smiled. So? See, I wasn't lying. I took a deep breath. Bro. Thank you, I owe you big time. Whatever you ask, I'll do it. No complaints. Huh, forget that. He joked, why not be my brother-in-law instead? To be honest with you, finding the kidney, contacting hospitals. My sister thought of all this and led the way. I'm just here with my parents for the surgery. If you want to thank someone, do it in person. Let my sister think about it. My sister is really pretty. You won't lose out being her boyfriend. I know Li Jiahao was just joking about being my sister's boyfriend. He can't possibly handle something as big as my dad's kidney transplant. There's no way he could pull that off. It was probably Li Xia who led the whole thing. He's reliable. Way more mature than Li Jiahao. Hung up the phone. I'm thinking about how I should thank Li Xia. Chimu grabbed the last chicken wing, listening to you on the phone. Your dad's in surgery now. Li Xia helped arrange it. Maybe he feels guilty. Chimu smiled a bit. If he hadn't reported it, the police wouldn't have started investigating Chi Xiaojia. Just let him spend money for peace of mind. Still, I'm grateful to Li Xia. When I tried to grab a burger, I realized only the staple food was left. Chimu ate all the chicken wings and drumsticks. He noticed I was looking at him. He chuckled, sorry. I didn't have lunch either. Forgot it was for you. He's a quirky guy, but pretty likable. Chimu left after staying with me for over 2 hours. I felt all kinds of emotions. No matter why Li Xia did it, I'll remember this favor. I wanted to call and apologize several times, but I just didn't have the guts. Him yelling at me for being a bad influence on Li Jiahao still feels fresh. It's still clear in my mind. Even though we met at his place later, he barely spoke to me. He went back to his room right after hearing what I had to say. There's a wall between us, after all. After thinking about it all night, I decided to go to the Dakai Hotel to thank Li Xia in person. Just got to the office floor. I ran into Gao Su rushing out. Su, what brings you here? Looking for me or for President Li? Both, actually. Thank Li Xia, and ask you out for drinks tonight. Wanna vent a little? I'd wait till later to find Mr. Li if I were you. Gao Su lowered his voice. Something's going down with him. Board meeting this morning. Staff meeting this afternoon. Rumor is he was demoted for embezzling company funds. Li Guangming is trying to snatch the chairman's position. Gao Su looked around. This isn't the best place to talk. Let's go up to Starbucks on the 3rd floor and chat there. I need to see Li Xia. Let's talk later. Gao Su quickly warned me. Duan Jingnan is in his office now. That's Duan Wentao's dad. You definitely won't see him now. So I followed Gao Su to Starbucks. We sat in a corner. Today's board meeting was called by Li Guangmin. Gao Su lowered his voice. Finance Director Dang Jing reported Li Xia. Said he moved 800,000 yuan last week. Li Quanmin used it to suggest cutting his power. Any spending over 500,000. Needs half the board's approval now. The demotion's basically settled. But some shareholders gave him 3 days. If he explains clearly what the money was for, they'll reverse the decision. Spending over 100,000 needs approval now. The chairman's basically just a figurehead. I scratched my head. Sounds about right. Gaosu took a sip of coffee. The company's really split into factions. Dang Jing is one of Li Chuanmeng's people. Some other shareholders are with him too. But big shareholders still support Li Xia. This afternoon, the floor staff all had a meeting. Special reminder, all expenses need receipts. Plus, signed by a supervisor. While we were talking, Dang Jing came into Starbucks. She sat diagonally across and made a call. Don't worry, Mr. Ming. I have Li Xi's email. It has his bank account info. The 800,000 definitely got wired over. He can't deny this money. It's been over a week. No receipts, no reimbursement forms. If I dared report him, I've already burned all my bridges. Mr. Ming, don't forget me. Pause for a sec. She said, I get it. I have all the department heads' expenses. If you look into it, no one's clean. Let's just wait and see. The accounts are all done. Whoever's info you want. I can send it anytime. Dang Jing hung up. I whispered to Gaosu, is she threatening other staff? Gaosu nodded. Made a shush gesture. This company's messy. Li Chuanming's people are definitely going after Li Xia. All the proof is with Dang Jing. She's clearly holding something over them. Once Dang Jing left, we went back to the Dakai office floor. Gaosu went to work. I got to Li Xi's office door. Rang the bell. His assistant answered. Lu Xiao looked pretty unfriendly. What are you doing here? Who is it? Lu Xia called from inside. That's the guy who lasted 3 days as minister before getting fired. Lu Xiao glared at me. Let him in. Let's talk, just the two of us. Lu Xia handed me some water. Smiling. Honestly, I should have come to apologize earlier. Jiahao told me why you fought that day. I really regret it. If you hadn't fought Duan went out, maybe I wouldn't have lost control and reported Qin Shaojia. Sorry, and thank you. I looked at him. I came here just to thank you. If it wasn't for you, my dad couldn't afford a 300 to 400,000 yuan transplant. I don't want to owe you anything, but I really don't have the money to pay you back right now. I got stuck for words. If it were Chimu, I'd probably joke and say, how about I marry you? But I can't joke like that with him. Why aren't you saying anything? He asked, and I blushed. Wanted to say, if you need help, just ask. But then I thought, I can't really help with anything. I'd just be pretending. So I just kept quiet. I'm just really grateful. Li Xia smiled. Then I have to say this politely. Just hearing you say that is enough. Isn't that what people always say at dinners? I sighed. Quit teasing me. I know you helped my dad with the kidney and lung stuff. Probably to ease your own guilt. He shot me a glare. You heartless guy. Think whatever you want. Didn't you say you want to say thanks and not owe me? Then go buy me a vanilla cornetto downstairs. Get it and we're good. Surprised. That's it? What else? He joked. Or you could come back to Dakai as security chief. That's too heavy. So I just went and bought the cornetto. Came back with it to the office. Li Xia was lying on the desk. Head in his hands, spaced out. I handed him the ice cream. Vanilla flavor. He lifted his eyelids. Carefully tore open the wrapper. Stuck out his pink tongue and took a lick. Looked so satisfied. I asked, happy now? Super happy. Cornetto is my favorite. He squinted his eyes all happy. Chen Fan, what's your favorite snack? I shook my head. Never ate snacks as a kid. If I have to pick one, it's those 50-cent spicy strips. My hands would get super oily. Second uncle always took snacks from others for me. That's how we got our snacks as kids. Li Xia couldn't get it. He doesn't understand why boys would steal snacks from each other. After eating his cornetto, Li Xia suddenly asked Chen Fan, you doing anything this afternoon? Why? I want to take you to Moonbay. I only found out later. Moonbay has a special activity, bungee jumping. If I had known it was this, I would never have come, even if you killed me. I've been scared of heights since I was a kid. Standing 100 meters up, looking down, I get dizzy. Li Xi geared up and looked at me, saying, aren't you gonna try? Feeling the wind roar past your ears. It makes you forget all your worries. It's like going crazy, like being reborn. I warned him, what if something goes wrong with the safety? Then you'd really just blank out forever. He smirked, and said carelessly, if something happens, so be it. Living like this is too exhausting. Leaving this way wouldn't be so bad. After that, he opened his arms and jumped. I grabbed the railing tight and peered down. He looked smaller and smaller. Hey kid, want to try it out? It's a rush, the worker said. Lots of people go bungee jumping. They want to feel what it's like to face death. If you aren't afraid of dying, what else is there to be afraid of? He kept talking. That girl who just jumped comes here a lot. She used to come alone. Today she brought you along. Pretty surprising. He comes here to test fate a lot. I asked if everyone's here just to blow off pressure. The worker laughed. Nope, not me, I want to live longer. Quickly let that thought go. I just wanted to leave soon. Half an hour later, I saw Li Xia again, but I felt like something was different about him. But I couldn't pinpoint what. He never shows emotion on his face, but somehow his vibe always changes. On the way back to Kunming, he started talking about Qin Shaojia. He asked me if I had any way to fix things. I just mentioned offhand. Zhu Daolong used media pressure, so maybe we could fight back the same way. I was just randomly chatting. Didn't expect that the next day, a few hot Kunming local media accounts all posted articles at the same time, and instantly this blew up. One post had especially pointed content. One article alone set off the whole topic. The title was eye-catching. The local side just wanted more clicks, which led to the death of Lenny Fei, who helped Nyo. People had forgotten about Lenny Fei's jumping case, but this post brought it right back up. The article insisted the local posts forced Lenny Fei to take his own life, with detailed arguments. It made a solid case. Another article dug into Zhu Daolong and Tian Yifan, exposing that Tian Yifan died in a car accident. But public opinion one-sidedly said he deserved it. Both posts were timed perfectly, published after the local authorities posted. You can only post once a day on WeChat Media. Even if Zhu Daolong wanted to reply, he'd have to wait until after midnight. That gave us enough time to sway opinion. And the next day, we could still respond and attack his rebuttal. No doubt this was Li Shi's work. Now I owed him another favor. Things kept escalating. By the third day, the focus shifted to my uncle. Police didn't have enough evidence to charge him, so they had to let him go for now. I was gonna see my uncle the day he got out. But Inni, who has stopped me, said his situation is sensitive right now. Chimu also called to warn me to not get too close to Chishavjia for a bit, and not to talk much on the phone. The forensic tech is way better than you'd think. Pressuring the police with the media was actually Chimu's idea. He knows the police's weak spots best. In the afternoon, on the packed bus, I suddenly heard a smack. A voice I knew yelled sharply, "Get your filthy hand off me." I looked over, and couldn't believe my eyes. I actually ran into Li Xia on the bus. At first I thought I was seeing things. Why would he be riding the bus? The guy who just got slapped was a nerdy man in his 30s. Li Xia's slap nearly shook his glasses right off. The guy froze at first. Maybe he was embarrassed with everyone watching. Trying to save face, he insisted, "Who said I touched your butt? You got proof?" Hearing that, Li Xia got even madder. He raised his hand to slap him again, but before his hand reached the guy's face, the guy grabbed it. In his hand. The man held Li Xia's wrist up high, and said to everyone around, "See? This chick just hit me, and now she's accusing me of groping her." Everyone was about to talk when he stopped, suddenly lost for words, because my fist had already landed right on his face. He cried out in pain, let go of Li Xia's hand, clutched his nose, backing up 2 steps. I stepped in front of Li Xia, blocking her. Looked at the guy and asked, "Well, did you touch her or not? Why so guilty then?" Another passenger glared at him and said, "You just look creepy. Shameless. Bus perv." Someone in the crowd shouted, "Hit him." A person closest to him kicked him right away. A bunch of people joined in kicking, but almost no one actually hit him hard. He got kicked to the very front door of the bus. Then just cowered there, not moving. I barely joined in the group beating. Li Xia stood next to me, looking so wronged. Watching the whole thing, I wanted to take her to where I had been sitting, but saw that seat was already gone. The bus stopped at Zangyefeng station. The guy who'd been beaten ran off from the front door, and slipped away fast. A few other passengers got off from the back. Now there were a few seats free. With my years of bus packing experience, it was easy to get Li Xia a seat. I stood beside her, my hands on the seat in front, and the seat next to Li Xia, making sure no one else would come close to her. She sat there, looked up at me, and asked, "What are you doing? Are you dumb?" I was kinda annoyed. Said to Li Xia, "I'm just putting you in a little barrier, so pervs can't get to you again. Now just think of me as your bodyguard." Li Xia rolled her eyes, and told me, "Honestly, I really can't picture that posture having anything to do with a bodyguard. You look more like you're catching pigs." Catching pigs? Are you the pig? Li Xia realized what she said, and just gave up arguing with me. She turned her head to look out the window, not talking to me anymore. Standing next to her, I asked, "You really taking the bus? Are you just experiencing normal life today?" Li Xia casually replied, "Yep, that's exactly what I'm doing." "Why, is that not okay? Can we just talk like normal people? It's like we have to bicker every time we meet. How about you tell me, how did it feel to get groped just now?" Li Xia glared at me hard, then turned back to stare out the window. She didn't even want to talk to me. I was just joking with her, that's all. Was that really necessary? The bus rattled for 6 or 7 stops. It was getting close to Lishia's neighborhood. He stood up and told me to move aside. I'm getting off now. Is that how you talk to the person who saved your life? Can you at least be a little nicer? Savior? Lishia gave a mocking, disdainful smirk. And just what did you save me from? I chased off a pervert for you. Isn't that the truth? If someone helped me chase off a creep, I'd definitely buy them dinner. Was that what you said when you got off? What do you think? I just happily followed Lishia off the bus. There's a shopping street near the neighborhood. After we got off, Lishia led me straight to the shopping street. She asked me while walking what I wanted to eat. When I'm home alone, I'm too lazy to cook. Anything's fine, I joked. Lishia said, just don't ask me to pay. And I don't mind what we eat. When I said that, people walking by on the street all gave me looks of contempt. Probably a lot of people were thinking, how thick-skinned can this guy be? Lishia was just done with me. She said, can you act a little decent? I shrugged my hands and asked, what's wrong? Is there something wrong with my image? Lishia sighed softly. She turned right and walked into a Korean barbecue place. She picked a booth. She said, let's just eat here. I really don't want to be seen with you walking around more. You've been mocking me non-stop the whole way. I'm not petty. I'm not gonna stoop to your level. Lishia clearly didn't want to have this boring conversation with me. She looked at the menu and asked. She asked what kind of job I do now. Lately I've had so much going on. I barely worked at all. I just do odd jobs whenever I've got spare time. Chen Fan, seriously. Have you ever thought about going back to work at Daikei? Actually, a lot of higher-ups at the company think highly of you. Even though you only worked 3 days, the whole security department's vibe changed. He Doshuang is now the head of security. Cha Yue already got fired by me. At this, Lishia closed the menu. She looked at me and said seriously, Chen Fan, I think we should really talk today. Lishia and I sat facing each other. He looked serious, not joking at all. 2 things. First, like before, I can't control Jiahao anymore. But can you ask Chen Xiaojia not to drag him into fights? If something happened to him, what would I do? Last time, the fight wasn't Chen Xiaoji's fault. But I still worry. Got it? Now, the second thing. Second. About you, I really hope you come back to Daikei. I stared at him in disbelief, trying to find the answer in his eyes. Don't doubt my sincerity. Lishi explained, I think you're very capable. You only worked 3 days last time, and most of the security guys thought highly of you. Said you have good ideas, good leadership skills, and your style really impresses people. Want to think about coming back? Finding a good job now is tough. If you're okay making just 3 or 5 grand a month, you could deliver food or be a security guard. Not that I look down on that work. I just think you should think about the long term, and not just go after a few $1,000. What do you think? That was some real advice. Before, all I thought about was making money for Dad's treatment, and never thought about stability or future development. Her words really hit home. I was silent for a moment. Then I nodded and said, thank you for telling me this. You're right. Let me think it over. After that, we talked about studying. She asked, were you a good student in school? I only got a bit over 60 in the Chinese part of the college entrance exam. I didn't even write the essay. But my total score was over 600. Lishia's eyes went wide. She looked totally shocked. We ate and talked for almost an hour. When we were about to leave, I sincerely asked her if I could come to her for help when I didn't understand something. She told me to ask anytime, as long as I buy her food. After spending time together lately, I felt like my relationship with Lishia had changed a bit. 2 days later, in the morning, Li Jiahao suddenly called. The kidney transplant went great. No major rejection signs. We'll be at Changshui Airport at 1 p.m. Come pick us up. Finally, my worries were gone. The first thing I did was call my second uncle to share the news. Turned out he already knew. Li Jiahao trusted him more. After lunch, I rushed to Changshui Airport. At the domestic arrivals exit, Manhwa was leaning against Chen Xiaojia on a chair nearby. Lishia was sitting alone looking at some files. They all knew each other, but pretended to be strangers now. Chen Fan, you're here. Manhwa greeted me first. I looked at my second uncle. Ready to start a new life now? Get lost, he cursed. I walked over to Lishia. He didn't look up until I stood in front of him. He casually smoothed his hair. You got Jiahao's call, right? He put away his files. Your dad's illness is under control now. You must feel a lot better. Thank you, I was truly grateful. My mom's dumplings are amazing. Once he's stable, come to my house, and I'll have mom make some for you. Sure thing, Lishia agreed right away. Promise? Deal. Just as we finished talking, Li Jiahao brought my parents out from the exit. Hey second brother, sister Hua, we're back. He waved and called out loudly. My big brother and second uncle went to greet them. I said to Lixia, let's go see. Lixia walked up with me. Second uncle introduced Manhwa to my parents. We chatted for a bit. And then I spoke up. Dad, you're feeling a lot better, right? All thanks to Jiahao. Otherwise, I'd be useless for the rest of my life. Dad looked really grateful. Jiahao called out sweetly, Dad. Don't thank me. My sister handled the kidney donor stuff. Let me introduce you to my sister. Xia, Dad said excitedly. Kid, thank you, uncle. It's nothing, sir. Lixia smiled and said, Jiahao and Xinfan really get along. They became your godson, so we're all family now. No need to be so formal. Exactly, Li Jiahao agreed. Dad, don't be so formal. Let's not hang around the airport. Come on, second brother. Let's find somewhere to eat first. The five of us went to the parking lot, and were surprised to see Lixia was driving the company's Buick GL8 van for the meeting. Li Jiahao was stunned. How are you driving this car? Range Rover says it's time for maintenance. I had someone send it to the dealership. No way, Li Jiahao argued. I just did the second maintenance before leaving. Why is it saying maintenance? Did you bump into someone? I accidentally scraped it. It's a small issue, Lixia followed up. Li Jiahao didn't ask anymore. I stopped Lixia from going to the driver's seat. You're not used to this car. Let me drive. He hesitated for a second. Handed me the keys. Alright, you drive. I took the keys. I stared into his eyes and asked, tell me, did you use company money for my dad's transplant? Your Range Rover was never at the dealership. You sold it. Used the money to cover company funds. Right? Lixia looked at me with disdain, and asked, what? Does this have to do with you? He didn't give me a chance to ask more. Walked around the car to the passenger side. Back in the city. Had a simple lunch. Went to the hospital to get admitted. Li Jiahao paid all the bills. The doctor said 1 to 2 weeks of observation. My parents thought it wasn't needed. Lixia and Li Jiahao insisted otherwise. Settled my parents. They both left first. I stayed in the hospital room. Dad sat on the bed and said, the hospital said stitches come out in 7 days. After that, more observation. 7 days, gotta stay for 2 weeks. We've been in Shanghai for over 10 days. Just 3 days in Kunming is enough. Don't waste money. I advised, we already checked in. Stay a week, it's fine. Then think about going home. You've suffered with illness all these years. Just relax for these last few days. Dad carefully said, this Shanghai trip cost a lot. The surgery alone was over 600,000. Not counting flights and hotels. Your mom and I decided, we'll sell the house when we're back. Find another way if it's still not enough. Where will you two live then? I got upset. Mom said next to me, a house is just a place to live. We'll move to the old neighborhoods. Rent a tiny 30 to 40 square meter place. You and Xiaoji barely visit. The big house feels empty. That's final. Dad cut me off. Used to think if I was gone, at least leave your mama home. Now I'm healthy again, not worried about earning money. You don't need to comment. I'm even more stubborn than you. Remember how you insisted on not going to college? I really had nothing left to say. He truly is my dad. That evening Chen Xiaojia and Inihua came. Chen Xiaojia brought lots of dad's favorite snacks. Inihua gave mom a big red envelope. I took Chen Xiaoji out to the balcony. Made sure no one could hear. Quietly asked, is it still risky now? I'm not nervous at all. Why are you nervous? There's not enough evidence. They can't do anything to me. Your handling of that Santana car was pretty good. I scratched my head and laughed. That day, at Hua's sister's house, I hated that car. Moved it out overnight. Safe? Yeah, it's safe. I said, this season at Dianchi Lake, the water is all green. Pollution's really bad. Only when it's clear can you see anything. By then, the car will be so corroded you won't recognize it. Chen Xiaojia had his left hand in his pocket, holding a cigarette in his right, looking outside. Let's not talk about it anymore. If the cops ask you again, just say what you said before. I've dealt with the police a lot lately. Handling it is easy now. I joked. He didn't reply. That calmness, I can't match it. I couldn't help but ask, do you know how the police found you? Yeah, Chen Xiaojia replied calmly. Yahoo told me everything. He speaks like it's no big deal. Didn't plan to say more. I tried asking, you really got nothing to say? Don't you resent Li Xia? Resentment? Of course. And it's strong. He admitted frankly. But I understand his point of view. Understanding doesn't mean forgiveness. Not forgiving doesn't mean I want revenge. Your dad's kidney was paid for by him. That amount would take us 10 years to earn. You gotta be grateful. I'll handle it. Even if we're not friends, we won't be enemies either. I felt relieved. Glad you think that way. I was worried your stubbornness would make you go too far. Chen Xiaojia turned and looked at me with disdain. Just because I'm stubborn doesn't mean I'm dumb or cold. You idiot. If only I could beat him. I'd really punch him. Wan and my parents were chatting happily. I wanted to stay to help, But Chin Shouja and my parents kicked me out together. They're afraid I'll be tired at work tomorrow. I didn't explain much. Having Chin Shouja there is good. I wanted to get out early myself. Not to rest, but suddenly wanted to see Li Xia. Even just sitting face to face for a bit. Didn't know what I'd say exactly. I've been to Li Xia's fancy apartment complex. Security stopped me at the gate. Said a resident must unlock entry for you. I wondered if I should call, then. Li Xia showed up, arriving on a moped, carrying a Gucci bag on her arm. She got off and gave the driver 10. He gave her 5 back. She paused when she saw me. Why aren't you at the hospital with your parents? What are you doing here? You sure have guts. Carrying a Gucci bag, modeling, not afraid of being robbed? I crossed my arms. Li Xia smoothed her hair and tucked it behind her ear. Think a model's Gucci bag is real? A thief wouldn't risk it for a cheap knockoff. I gave her a thumbs up. Not bad. You think robbers have no brains? She pulled out an entry card. Led me into the complex. A breeze carried her scent. I turned and asked, I just want to know, did you sell your Range Rover to pay for my dad's transplant? Yeah, she answered casually. Jiahao and I only own shares in Decai. We just live off our paychecks. Didn't have 700,000 to 800,000 saved. Had to sell the car first. You first used company funds, then sold the car to cover it after you got caught, right? Li Xia stopped walking. What's the difference? Why did you do it? Just to ease your own guilt? I regretted saying that. That was too harsh. She kept walking. You don't need to worry about my reasons. Or know them. I'm not asking you to pay me back. Why are you so nervous? I grabbed her. Seriously, thank you. No matter what your intention is, I truly appreciate it. I have no idea how to repay you. But I want to do something for you. Li Xia glanced at my face. Then glanced at me again. She held his hand. Don't say you're gonna marry me. I can't handle that. I quickly let go. I'm serious. Don't take it lightly. He shrugged. Just don't lead Jiahao astray. That's all I ask. He finished and turned to walk toward the building. Took a few steps. He paused and looked back, wondering something. Not coming up for a bit? No, I feel relieved seeing you're okay. I should head back. Good night, whatever. He turned around gracefully and disappeared from sight. I still don't get it. The real reason he helped me. Was it peace of mind or regret? No solid answer. So I let it go, leaving the community. I splurged on a pack of Hongha, 22 bucks. To celebrate Dad's recovery. Lit a cigarette and called Chinmo. His accent cracks me up. The ringtone went for over 10 seconds before he picked up. First thing he said was, Chin Fan. How was it? Funny, right? You're that pig. What pig? I was confused. Didn't you hear my ringtone? He sounded a bit disappointed. No way, you gotta listen again. He hung up right after. I sighed and called back. As soon as he answered, I said, I heard it. I'm that pig. Don't hang up, Chinmu laughed. Calling this late? Must be something, right? You sound so sure. Of course, he said bluntly. You always call me when you need something. Otherwise you don't even bother liking my posts. Thinking about it, he's right. I blushed a little. Suddenly didn't know how to start the conversation I planned. Chinmu sighed, let's forget it. I won't hold it against you. Go ahead, what's up this time? His words made me embarrassed. Holding the phone, nervous, I said, how about? I treat you to live music at the bar. Weird. Chinmu murmured, people invite you to the bar to drink. How come you just want to listen to music? Shouldn't we be drinking? I said, I'm worried if I say drinks on me. You'll think I have some sneaky plan. Like trying to get you drunk. Take you to a hotel. Don't worry, Chinmu said coolly, you can't get me drunk. Even if I do get drunk, I wouldn't just check into a hotel with you. Send me the address. I happen to be free today. I sent him the bar's address. The place is peaceful. More like a lounge bar. Snacks and beer are almost free. Liquor is just at cost. No need to worry about getting ripped off. Go ahead, Chinmu held his beer mug. We can talk face to face. So, what do you want to tell me? Help me collect evidence of Dang Jing and Dang Qiming scamming Decai. I really need it. Chinmu rolled his eyes. I remember I used to offer it proactively. You always ignored me. Now what? You want me to help gather evidence? If I'm not wrong, Li Xia asked you to help, right? No, Chinmu raised his voice. Little Chin Fan, don't lie. You're bad at lying, it shows. I can spot it instantly. No lies, I looked at him calmly. I really want to help Li Xia. My dad had kidney disease for years. He survived on dialysis. I'm not capable. Been in Kunming for over 4 years. Still didn't make enough for a transplant. A while ago, Chen Xiaojia helped Li Jiahao in a fight. Li Xia thought Chen Xiaojia started it. She reported him out of anger. I prepared for the worst. If Chen Xiaojia is found guilty, it's probably death penalty, suspended, or life. I'd be involved too. I told Li Jiahao. When we get caught, Just ask him to look after my dad. Give him some dialysis money every week. I'll pay him back when I'm released. Later, Li Xia sent my dad to Shanghai for a transplant. She used embezzled funds. Dang Jing and Li Guangming attacked her for it. Called a board meeting and cut her authority. She had no choice. Sold her Land Rover to cover the shortage. I felt I should do something for her. That's my original reason. No lies. Qinmu listened seriously. Qin Fan, I believe you. Sounds just like you. When people are nice to you, you give back even more. I checked Dang Qiming's files before. They could be evidence. I'll double-check the transactions later. Put everything together for you. Thanks, I said. We barely know each other. You've helped me so many times. Besides saying thanks, I really don't know what else I can do for you. Jim squinted and smiled. Sure, just come home with me sometimes and deal with my parents. Last time we only had one meal. My mom likes you a ton. She keeps bugging me to bring you home. When can you visit my place next? Just to keep my mom happy. Save me from her nagging. Don't worry, I won't mess up your thing with Li Xia. What? I exclaimed. Me chasing Li Xia? Don't play matchmaker for no reason. When did I say I'm after Li Xia? Where'd you get that idea? Qinmu bragged. Do I even need rumors? I already know. Whenever you talk about Li Xia, your eyes go soft. Your voice gets lower without thinking. You just sound gentle. Especially when you talk about Li Xia selling her Land Rover for you. It's all heartfelt. Full of emotion. Don't think I haven't noticed these little details. I bet you haven't even noticed yourself. So I'm sure, as your fake boyfriend, I'm gonna support you all the way. Go get your goddess. I rolled my eyes and said, ridiculous, you're totally guessing. Qinmu grinned. Some people are halfway clueless. Just keep being your half-clueless self. I'll get you those files ASAP. Don't forget what you promised me. Deal? I'll stay your fake boyfriend till the end. Hope you find a real one soon. We talked for over 2 hours. We just casually chatted at home. After my shower, I sent Gaustu a voice message. I asked about anything Dakai did to target Li Xia lately. Chun Fan, you haven't called. I almost called you myself. Gaustu got excited. Dakai's in big trouble these days. What happened? After the embezzlement scandal about Li Xia broke out, support from the shareholders dropped a lot. Li Guangming used the chance to accuse him of openly winning over top management. I cut him off. Is someone really taking his side? It can't be that simple. Li Xia has already lost his authority. All title, no power. Gaustu explained. Everyone saw Li Chuanmeng's foundation. Turns out he's got even more clout now. I'm thinking, from a neutral view, people would definitely lose some trust in Li Xia. He did embezzle company funds first, after all. But I just can't get it. Why'd he dare do that now of all times? Gaustu sighed, said party discipline is Li Chuanmeng's people. The finance power is in their hands. Isn't this just handing over Dakai's control? It's not worth it. Hearing this, I realized, Li Xia took a big risk for me. He must have known the risks. But he still did it. Next day, I went to the police station to find Chimo. He tossed me a file folder. All the evidence you wanted is in here. It's enough to prove against party discipline. Dang Qiming and the purchasing manager were colluding for kickbacks. How you use it is up to you. I've done my part. What about your promise to me? Tonight, I'll bring 2 turkeys to your place. No way, Chimo glared at me. Not sincere enough. Chimo shot me a look. Not playing with you. I'm still at work. Remember your promise. I'll invite you next time. Don't come tonight. I'm on duty. He just left. Gaustu sent a horror emoji on WeChat. Chen found big trouble at Dakai. Emergency board meeting now. They're voting to fire Li Xia as chairman and GM. Today doesn't look good. After Gaustu's text, I panicked instantly. I grabbed my phone to reply. What's going on? How'd you know? I always keep up with the execs. I'm well connected. Li Guangming just announced the board meeting for 2:30 p.m. Colleagues are talking. He's getting to replace Li Xia. He wants the top spot. I grabbed the folder from Qinmu and headed straight for Dakai. It's a 7 or 8 kilometer trip. I flagged down an e-bike. The driver sped up. Didn't care about traffic at all. Holding the file tight in my left hand, I dialed with my right. Li Xia's phone rang a few times, then hung up. I tried again, not giving up. She picked up and said, Chen Fan, I have an emergency right now. I'll get back to you soon, wait for me. Before she finished, she hung up again. Called a 3rd time. Now shows the phone's off. No choice, so I called Gaustu instead. He picked up right away. What's wrong? I'm on my way to Dakai. Can't get there before 2. I'll be a few minutes late. I said, can you do me a favor? Sneak into the boardroom quietly. Hide your phone in a corner. Keep the line open. I want to hear what's happening inside. And then what? Gaustu didn't understand. No more questions, not much time. You know the boardroom, hurry. Okay. I gripped my phone. Kept urging the e-bike driver. Gasu's voice came through the phone. President Lee, I have a file for you to see. The board meeting's about to start. Anything else, let's talk after the meeting. After that, Gasu and quiet. Just a bunch of noisy chatter left. Old Su, what do you think? Lee Kwangming calling a board meeting now. He must be set on switching chairman. This sibling fight isn't good for shareholders. May the best take over. Who's best for Dakai? That's who I support. Lishia's got skills, for sure. Even in the low season, occupancy was up 20% over last year. I'd still vote for him. Don't forget he embezzled company funds. He did pay it back later, but never gave a reason for it. Doing this in just half a year, imagine what else could happen. Didn't the board already restrict his power? Stop arguing, here comes the next chairman. Then Lee Chuanmin's voice came on the mic. Everyone showed up early. Last-minute meeting. Sorry about that. President Lee isn't here yet. He's not gonna skip, right? No way. Lu Shiru spoke up. You really hope President Lee doesn't come, so you get what you want. Lee Kuan-min laughed. No way. We're discussing big stuff today. Can't miss President Lee for that. Most people are here now. Let's start. Li Xia's voice was totally calm. Some shareholders jointly called this emergency meeting. Their shares add up to over 40%. As usual, we respect the request. So, I officially call this meeting to order. What's on the agenda today? Lee Kwangming, since President Lee said so, let me just get to the point. Current chairman and GM embezzled company funds. Even after paying it back, never gave the board a reason. That's dereliction of duty. Today's board meeting has one goal. Vote to elect a new chairman and GM. It was instant chaos on the other end. I yelled at the e-bike driver. Come on. Go faster, I'll pay extra. Don't rush, the driver said, helpless. It's an e-bike. Can't go as fast as a motorcycle. Almost there. Another 10 seconds of noise on the phone. Then Li Xia's calm voice. Can I ask everyone here? How many agree with Lee Chuanmin's proposal to re-elect chairman and GM? If more than half agree, I'll accept the outcome. An old voice spoke up. The room went quiet. Since Li Xia took over Dakai, the company's performance has been obvious. This year jumped up a lot compared to before. If you want to impeach just for embezzlement, it makes sense. But today's vote feels like someone planned this. As a shareholder, I support whoever's capable. I hope the next one is even better than Li Xia. Let's see the nominees first, then decide about a re-vote. Mr. Yes, right. I support Mr. Yi. Good points. Lee Kwangming replied with a smile. A few shareholders already nominated me. If you have someone in mind, you can nominate too. We'll have a fair and open vote. Then forget it. I don't agree to a re-election, Mr. Yi said. You not agreeing doesn't matter. Someone else chimed in. I support Lee Kuan-min. I back Shelley too. Everyone's talking at once. It's chaos again. I can barely make anything out. I'm just guessing. Everybody, quiet down. Lee Chuan-min's voice came up. Let's do a quick count. Shareholders who agree to change, please vote. I know he's ready for this. Getting more anxious. He keeps urging, almost there. Cross this street and we're there. Pushed to the limit, I crossed on a red light. It scared the hell out of me. The voting results are in. Over half support replacing him, Lee Kuan-min announces. By the rules, the board first nominates candidates. I nominate my sister. Li Jiahao called out. A revote doesn't mean she has no shot. I have a 13% share. My sister does too. That's 26% together. Anyone else back my sister? I do, a stranger's voice rings out. Duan Jingnan holds Daiki's shares too. Count mine in. That's enough. I suddenly get it. That's Duan Wentao's dad. He's always wanted his son with Li Xia. But Duan Wentao likes another shareholder's daughter. Any more nominations? Lee Kuan-min sounds disappointed. If not, get ready to vote. President Lee, can we start now? Go ahead. Li Xia sounds calm as ever. Like she's already given up. Another voice speaks up. We're here in the process. Nothing more for me to say. Hope you all vote carefully. Pick someone who can truly lead Daike forward. The scooter finally stopped in front of Daike. I tossed the driver 50 yuan. Rushed in without looking back. Security stopped me. What are you doing? Got an appointment? Show your card. I told He Dazhuang, pointing at his badge. Minister Chen's here. Go chat with him later. I'm a shareholder of Daike. Even late for the board meeting. Security's still not sure. But let me on the elevator. I added. Tell He Dazhuang I'll get him promoted. He smiled and saluted. No objections? Let's vote. Lee Chuan-min's voice came again. Wait up. I yelled into the phone on reflex. But no one could hear me. Suddenly, no signal in the elevator. No idea what's going on in the meeting room. Is the vote really about to start? I'm so anxious, wish the elevator could fly. Doors open. I almost burst out. Headed straight to the conference room. Worked here for a few days before. I know the place well. Made it to the door in 40 seconds. I could hear the chaos inside. Took a deep breath. Fixed up my messy look. The file folder in my hand is the key. I pushed the meeting door open. The room instantly goes quiet. Everyone froze. All eyes on me. Lixia looks totally shocked, but stays calm. Li Kuan-min stood up and asked, "What are you doing? Who let you in?" I ignored him. Walked straight to Lixia. Bent down and said loudly, "Presidently, I've organized all the finance investigation documents. Ready to share with everyone now. You want to announce the results, or should I?" "Go ahead, you do it." He said it without a care. I stood behind him. Grabbed the mic and looked around. Dang Jing is here too. Many Daiki XX are small shareholders. I handed the folder to Lu Xiaoru. "Please put the docs on the projector. Project them on the big screen, so everyone's clear on our results." Xiaoru did it right away. "Fellow shareholders, here come the investigation results." I held the mic. "You all know, Daikei's had big procurement issues lately. Low-quality hotel supplies at high prices, endless complaints. President Lee told me to investigate quietly. I finally got everything. Please watch the screen. First supplier's info is up." I explained. "The company's legal rep is Dang Qiming. Worked with Daikei years ago. Here's the purchase contract." Xiaoru put up the contract. I went on. "After working together, the company vanished. Daikei had no way to defend its rights. We took a loss. Daikei looked for new partners. Xiaoru, show the second company's info. Still Dang Qiming running it. Did the same thing. After the purchase, gone again." I pointed at the screen. "Third, fourth, same story. All these years. All the bad progs came from him. Every time there's a problem, Daikei has to spend big on new supplies. But Dang Qiming already set up his next company. Guess you all wonder, who is he? Why's procurement keep going to him? What nonsense." A chubby middle-aged guy stood up and pointed at me. "On the head of procurement. Where'd you get those fake documents?" I want an answer. "I'm not letting this go." "Take it easy," I said. "We'll see if they're real soon. First, Dang Qiming's identity. Get out." Li Kuan-min suddenly lost it. Yelling, "What crap are you spreading here?" When he finished, a dignified elder spoke up, "As shareholders, we have a right to know the truth." "Go on, young man." I nodded. "Dang Qiming is the husband of Dang Jing, our finance director. Purchases need leader signatures. Procurement did the deals and got the money. You all can guess the rest. I found this by looking into the bad suppliers. That's the big secret. I won't say more without solid proof. Today we're choosing new leadership. I hope you really consider it." I finished and put the mic in front of Lixia. Respectfully stepped back. The meeting room went dead silent. After a minute, the elder slammed the table. "Procurement and finance. Explain yourselves." I moved to adjourn today's meeting. Put off the leadership change for now. Wu Boingming. Li Jiahao raised his hand first. "I support adjourning. Have my sister keep running things. As board chair. Find them all first. Then talk about elections." "I agree." "Me too." Everyone raised their hands. Meeting can't go on. But Lixia didn't adjourn right away. She looked at Li Kuan-min. "Ming, as board chair and GM, I order you to investigate this. Give all shareholders a good answer in 3 days. Can you do it?" I was stunned. Lixia definitely knew. Li Kuan-ming and Dang Jing are working together. Why let him investigate? Is she confused? Or trying to make peace with Li Kuan-ming? Kuan-ming just looked at him, totally clueless. Les snuck a glance at Dang Jing. Dang Jing's face was pale. She was clearly terrified. Dang Qiming was really discreet with his moves. He closed down the company after every deal. But Qimu still found all the companies, registered under him and his relatives, and dug them all up. The files on the projector clearly showed the legal representatives and how they're connected. I really don't get why Li Xia would have Li Kuan-ming investigate. Isn't that just handing him a chance to cover things up? I'll get to the bottom of this and report back to the board soon. Li Kuan-ming spoke up after a few seconds of silence. Li Xian nodded. "Told everyone since you all suggested taking a break. Let's call it for today." He stood up and left. Shoru packed up the files and followed. She gave me a look, telling me to come along. When we got to Li Xia's office, Shoru excitedly slapped the documents on the desk, hugged her and said, "Xia, you're awesome. We totally dodged a bullet today. You Hutchin fan look into this earlier. Why didn't you tell me? Had me worried all day. Let go of me, silly girl. You're choking me." Li Xia patted her back. "Well, you never told me that you had prepped in advance." Shoru let go and laughed. "No, I didn't. Chin fan showing up was pure luck." Li Xia shook her head. Shoru looked at me, then back at her. "You're not lying, are you?" "Really, I'm not." Shoru lost her excitement and stared at me suspiciously. I shrugged. "Don't look at me like that. I'm stressed out too. Honestly, you're annoying sometimes. But I'll give you this, pretty impressive this time. I won't give you attitude anymore. Sharik shot me a glare. Sharu, you head out first. I want to talk to Chinfan alone, Li Xia said. Now it's just the two of us in the office. Li Xia spoke softly. I honestly didn't expect you to show up right when I needed help most. I was ready to give up my position. Li Guangming has been scheming for so long. He thought tonight was his big win. But you threw off all his plans. Why give up so easily? I chuckled. I already gave you evidence that Dang Jing and Dang Qiming were scamming the company. Why didn't you use it? Everyone knows Dang Jing is on Li Chuaming's side. Li Shi looked troubled. Dekai's inner power struggle is more complicated than you think. Li Guangming is just a tool for the people behind him. The group backing him is strong. Targeting Dang Jing alone won't change anything. I just started running Dekai. My footing isn't stable yet. So I didn't want to turn things ugly. But today, I had no choice. If I kept trying to please everyone. I guess she was just trying to keep the peace. She wondered, how was I? You had Li Guangming investigate Dang Jing and the head of purchasing. Isn't that just letting him play favorites? He could easily rig the process. Let Dang Jing off the hook. And everyone saves face. Everything stays peaceful. Isn't that what you wanted? A faint smile appeared on Li Xia's lips. She didn't answer and instead asked, Chen Fan. What do you think I'm like? Like what? I was a bit taken aback. Why are you asking me so suddenly? How should I answer? Just say it. Whatever comes to mind. After thinking for a while, I said, you won't give up until you get what you want. Why do you say that? Am I someone who'll stop at nothing? She paused. Yeah, I said awkwardly, like when you reported Chen Xiaojia. You just didn't want him to corrupt Li Jiahao. No need to go that far. But you still went ahead for your goal. Li Xia took a deep breath. Alright, also, to get my dad a kidney. You risked getting caught by Li Guangming. And embezzled company funds. Didn't even care about your own situation. All you cared about was getting it done. That's also never giving up. Thank you, really? My dad's been so worn out all these years. Without you, who knows how much longer he'd suffer. It's nothing. You helped me a lot, too. I'd say we're even. We chatted for a bit after that. Then I left. 2 nights later. I was wandering the streets, bored. Opened up my moments. Noticed Li Shi had just posted an update a minute ago. It was a street view and a stretched shadow under a streetlight. I didn't think much of it. Dialed her number. She picked up right away. I asked where she was. I'll come get you. Take you home. She hesitated for a second. I'm right by the gate of my complex. Why do you suddenly want to drive me home? I saw your post on Moments. Thought you're just like me. Lost and nameless. Out walking the streets. Li Xia replied. Then come pick me up. I'll take you somewhere where you can find peace. Hung up right away. And sent me a location. I borrowed landlord Laojua's car. Got there in 10 minutes. Li Xia was standing under a streetlight. Holding a cup of milk tea. She didn't notice me. Until I walked up. And she looked surprised. Wow, that was quick. Getting ready to find your soul's resting place? Of course, I joked. Get in. Tonight's on me, luxury ride. Let's go for a spin. She walked right to the passenger seat. No complaints or attitude. Honestly, it felt weird to me. Even after getting in, she never put down her milk tea. Is that milk tea really that good? You just can't let go? I asked. Here, try some. She handed the milk tea to me. It's taro flavor. If you don't mind, give it a try. I took the milk tea. And tried it through her straw. A nice, light flavor. It actually tastes pretty good. Told you, right? She looked at me excitedly. Not bad. I set it in the cup holder. But still, it's not worth carrying around at midnight. Strolling the streets with milk tea in your phone. Just to post on Moments? Li Xia sighed. Then mimicked my tone. Souls have nowhere to rest. Come on, let's go find a spot. I started the engine. She set up the GPS on her phone. Half an hour later, we arrived at the harbor dam. It's a dam on Danchi Lake, stretching hundreds of meters. I used to deliver food around here. First time coming this late at night. Li Xia climbed the dam steps first. Jumping and skipping on top. Why are you so slow? You move like you're 80. I walked up slowly. Found a bench and sat down. Fish lights sparkled on Danchi Lake. The moon hung in the distance. Its reflection floated on the water. The world suddenly got quiet. Li Xia was done dancing. She sat next to me. Chen Fan, do you like this place? How about resting your soul here? I turned to look at her. Her long hair was blowing in the wind. I caught the scent of her hair. She noticed me watching. She asked, why are you looking at me? You seem really familiar with this place. He took a deep breath. Leaning back on the bench. Staring off into the distance. I never saw my dad as a kid. Just lived with my mom and brother. Middle school essay class, write about your dad. I didn't write a single word. Said I didn't have a dad. Everyone stared at me strangely. Dad always secretly gave Mom lots of money. We lived well. But Mom didn't work. Later, kids started gossiping. They said my mom went out to sell herself. Made money for us to go to school. Tears rolled down her cheeks. Awkwardly, I pulled out a crumpled tissue for her. No idea how to comfort her. I hugged Li Xia. She didn't resist. She quietly leaned on my shoulder. Chen Fan, we're both unhappy. Right? She choked up. I often dream of my mom. She always says take care of Jia Hao. For him, I'd do anything. Even report Chen Xiujia. Chen Fan, I'm sorry. She cried harder. Her body kept shaking. Her tears soaked my shoulder. Turns out I'm not the only one suffering. I couldn't help but kiss her forehead. She hugged me tighter, trying not to show how nervous I was. She actually already noticed. But strangely, she didn't say anything. It was late and quiet. We just cuddled together like that. She didn't resist either. After a long while, she softly said, Chen Fan, I'm cold. Let's go back. Don't catch a chill. I let go. You got clothes in your car? I kinda want to sit longer. No, so I took off my jacket and put it on her. Let's walk along the dam. It's even colder just sitting. She wore my jacket, stayed really close to me. I wanted to hold her hand, but worried it'd be too sudden. Just held back that urge. When I get stressed, I come here for a walk, he whispered. Open spaces feel soothing. I'm used to coming here to zone out and secretly cry sometimes. Chen Fan, he cut me off. Can you please not use my full name? Just call me Xia, okay? When you call me that, it feels weird. Or maybe you just see me as a regular friend. No, I was afraid you'd be upset. It's alright, he managed to smile. Everyone should have some close friends. I'm even willing to cry in front of you. You still think I treat you like any friend? Like a bestie? Not sure, she said softly. Anyway, if you call me that, I won't be mad. When she said that, I felt a little happy. Feels like she treats me differently now. I casually asked, how's work these days? Li Kuoming didn't bother you anymore, right? Did he find anything on Dang Jing? I still don't get why you asked him to check Dang Jing. Isn't that a conflict? Everyone at work knows. Dang Jing is his person. He said, that day at the board meeting. I said it in front of everyone. Wanted them to watch how he handles it. He'll definitely protect Dang Jing. Cover it up. I didn't give him the chance. Talking about work, he instantly became decisive. I sued Dang Jing in the board's name. For abusing power. It's not just an internal company issue now. He could go to jail. Once things blow up, Li Kuoming won't escape either. He can't protect him. Now he's stuck. Protecting Dang Jing would expose himself. Letting him take the fall would hurt everyone else. It's a battle of wits. Let's see how he responds. I was shocked. Didn't expect him to think so deep. That day's meeting only lasted minutes. But he set up this big trap. Oldly put Dekai in his hands. That was smart. He's got a side that cries. And a smart, steady one. Whoever underestimates him will pay big time. Thinking about all this, I felt oddly happy. Oh, he suddenly stopped walking. He looked at me. Where'd you get those files? Someone must be helping you. And probably someone close, right? The lawyers were shocked by the files. Can you get me a meeting with them? I want to thank them in person. I've got something important to ask. Let Lixia meet Qinmu. You really want that? Honestly, I never thought Lixia and Qinmu would meet. Just feels like they shouldn't cross paths. I didn't answer. He cautiously asked if it wasn't convenient. If it's not, just thank Qinmu for me. No, I explained. I just didn't expect you'd want to meet him. I'll arrange it another day. See how he feels about it. Qinmu's investigating Dang Jing's husband, and the fewer people know, the better. It's not exactly official. He himself avoids talking about it. Got it. Li Xia smiled, it's getting late. Let's head back. 1 a.m. I dropped him off at home. Went back to the bar at 1:30. Old Joe, the landlord, was still awake. Sitting by the booth, reading by the lamp. A pot of coffee was on the table. I put my car keys on the table. Thanked him and left. Next day, noon. Li Xia called. It's Friday. Let's go to the hospital together to see your parents. Jia Hao said they're arguing to be discharged again. He can't control them. You, as their son, have to talk to them yourself. I sighed helplessly. Alright, I'll head over in a bit. He reminded me. We're going together. Meet me at the Ditsai Hotel after work. I'll wait for you at 6:15. I rushed to the Ditsai Hotel. Only he was in Li Xia's office. There were piles of paperwork on the desk. Need an assistant? I know a bunch of guys. Reading documents is no problem. I played along and pretended to ask. Sure, he replied casually. Come be my secretary tomorrow. Then you owe me an electric scooter first. Mine got stolen here. You never helped me look for it. Li Xia put down the files. She looked up at me. Come on, let's buy you one now. But you have to keep your word. Pick me up for work every morning. I gave in, scratched my head and changed the subject. Let's go to the hospital first. Settle things with the elders before anything else. He didn't argue, grabbed his bone china bag and walked beside me. We got to the private hospital room. Li Jiahao was playing chess with my dad. My mom was wiping the room spotless. Li Xia bought expensive fruit at the door and brought it in. Bro-in-law, you brought my sister to see us? Are mom and dad ready to admit your relationship? As soon as we walked in, Li Jiahao yelled out. That call of bro-in-law stunned both me and Li Xia. His face turned red. He shot me a deep look. My parents stared at us in shock. Don't say that, I put the fruit on the coffee table. Why not? Li Jiahao said confidently. Are you worried mom and dad won't approve? Nothing to hide. My mom took it seriously. She asked earnestly. Son, are you dating Xia? I hurried to explain. Don't listen to Jiahao's nonsense. My mom said regretfully. Yeah, she is so great. Why would she be into you? Auntie, don't say that. Li Xia said with a smile. Chun Fan is thoughtful and caring. He's got a lot going for him too. I sat on the sofa next to my dad. Heard you wanted out of the hospital. It's only been 3 or 4 days. Didn't we agree on a week? Dad widened his eyes. This bed costs over 600 a day. I can't afford this. Good timing now that you're here. We'll do the discharge tomorrow morning. I'm going home. He didn't seem to care about our concern. Just wanted to save money. I felt a little awkward. My tongue got firm. Did I say you could leave the hospital? Do I need your permission? Dad was louder than me. The air instantly got tense. A family fight was about to erupt. My dad's even more stubborn than me. I had to raise my voice. You just had surgery. Jiahao and Xi spent tens of thousands. All just to get you healthy. We already spent so much money. Can't you just stay for observation? Isn't it worth a little more? I know my own body. Don't need your nagging. Stop arguing, my mom cut in quickly. Every time you two are together, it's bickering. Talk things out, take it outside. Dad looked at my mom with a cold face. You all leave for a minute. I need to talk to this little brat alone. Dad, Jiahao tried to persuade. My bro-in-law means well. And the bed fee really isn't a big deal. Kid. Dad's tone was way gentler toward Jiahao. You and Xi go out and get dinner. I'll have a word with Chin Fan. Li Xia gave me a sympathetic look. Followed my mom out. Jiahao stuck out his tongue at me as he left last. Just my dad and I were left in the room. We sat in silence for a long time. Son, it's not that dad doesn't get it. He's just worried Xia will see us as a burden. If she wants to date you, she look at the whole family. No one wants to get married and just take care of in-laws. If I get out of the hospital early, it shows I'm still healthy. So I don't become your problem. I'm not dating Li Xia. Jiahao just made that up. What exactly did he tell you? What Jiahao says doesn't matter. Your mom and I see everything. She is a good girl. What part of her isn't good enough? Jiahao already treats you like a brother. She genuinely cares about you too. Why not tie the knot? Come on, Dad, I pleaded, let's be reasonable. There's no way between me and her. Why would she even like me? You're awesome in my eyes, son. And I can tell she likes you. Stop, I said. Let's drop this subject. Then I went out of the hospital. Dad threatened me like a kid. If you don't date Xia, I'm getting discharged. Dad grinned smugly at me. It's up to you. Your mom and I already agreed. We really like Xia, she should stay in the hospital. I gave in. Lie down and rest. We'll talk about the rest later. Jiahao came back with 6 containers of food. For entrees, 2 veggies, and rib lotus soup. You could tell he picked it all. My mom would never spend that much. Too generous. How much did this cost? Dad mumbled in pain. It's nothing. Jiahao grinned. Once you're discharged, I'll take my sister to our place. Have mom make dumplings. Didn't get enough last time. Sure, sure. My mom laughed so hard she couldn't close her mouth. We'll have dumplings after you're discharged. For some reason, the whole atmosphere felt odd. After dinner, Li Xia and I left the hospital. I took the initiative to explain. My folks were talking nonsense today. Don't take it to heart. What did they say? He asked, knowing the answer. What did they say? They just treated you like their daughter-in-law. Don't mind it. I know you could never be with me. All of a sudden, he asked, then why did you sneak a kiss on me? I was speechless for a second. My face turned bright red. So he knew all along. I quickly took out a cigarette and stuck it in my mouth. Pretended I couldn't find my lighter. I'm going to grab a lighter. Didn't wait for his response. I just turned and ran off. The next day, Gasu asked me to grab a drink. I learned from him. Dang Jing and her husband Dang Qiming both got busted. When did that happen? I was totally shocked. The day after the board meeting, Dang Jing was taken away at the company by the cops. Rumor has it Dang Qiming was arrested for fraud and tax evasion. Tomorrow's Monday. Bet there'll be even crazier news. Dang Jing and Dang Chiming both got arrested. What about Nunu? I called Shinmu right away, but he already knew, and told me. Nyonyo's grandma came to Kunming 2 days ago. He set up her and Nyonyo at the police guest house. After I hung up, I told Gosu, that's it for dinner tonight. I gotta go to the police station. Do you need urgent help? Gosu is really loyal. Not for now. I hurried out of the hot pot place. Got a cab straight to the station. I haven't seen Yongyong in a long time. Not sure if she still remembers me. I also thought of Lenny Fei. Her last wish might never come true. Inside the station, Chin Mu was in uniform, teaching an old guy at the front desk how to fill a form. He saw me walk in, told his coworker to cover for him. Said he'd hit the restroom, then gave me a look, signaled me to head to the guest house. I looped around to the back door. Chin Mu was already there waiting. I'm there for Chimo. He was still in uniform, arms crossed, looking a bit defiant and annoyed. You finally came to see me, but for someone else. We've known each other so long, but you've never once come for me. Before I could make up an excuse, he cut me off. Tell me I'm wrong. Can you deny it? Can you say you came for me even once? Fine, I got nothing. I'll work on it next time. I actually wanted to ask you to a movie. Just worried you get too many dates. What if I ask and get turned down? That's embarrassing. Hey, Chimu, you always look for excuses. Next time, you try. Come on, I'll show you to Grandma and Yo-Yo. Thank you for this, he said proudly. That's my job as a cop. Nyonyo's mom. Suelan is still missing. She's now listed as a missing person. Is Nonyo okay? Does she still know you? Of course. Chinmu grinned. When I held her, she even kissed me on the cheek. Third floor of the guest house. Nyonyo was at the desk writing. Grandma was crocheting slippers. When I came in, Grandma happily got up and grabbed my hand. Chen Fan, are you doing well? Why so thin lately? Work's been tough. It's not hard, things are fine. Grandma called out. Nyoyo, come look. She already saw me. She stood there quietly, then finally came over to say hi. I picked her up. Are you happy at your dad's? Did you start kindergarten? Nyoyo nodded, then shook her head. Why not then shake your head? School is fun. Home isn't. I want to be with Grandma. Grandma looked sad hearing that. She couldn't help but sigh. After Dang Keeming took Nunu. He never contacted you? I asked, and she said no. Grandma understood. Young people get busy. Who has time for me? As long as he takes care of Nunu. I didn't have the heart to say that Dang Keeming isn't doing honest work. Or that his arrest was tied to us. Chatted with the old lady a bit. Then we made an excuse to slip out. We stopped at the entrance. Chimu asked nervously. If Grandma knew Dang Keeming was arrested because of us, would she hate us? No idea. I glanced back. It's clear. She's pretty understanding. Mostly because of Nyonya. So what now? Chinmu spoke up. Lixia isn't letting them off. Taking it to court. Those guys won't be out for at least 3 or 5 years. I'm worried Nyonya just found her dad. Now she might lose him again. She's so young, can she handle it? You should get close to Dang Keeming. And find out where Suelan is. I said, even if I have to expect the worst. I hope we're wrong. Suelan's still alive. Chinmu sighed deeply. Yeah, that's all we can do. If we find Suelan, it's better for the kid to be with mom rather than dad. At least no stepmom. She shivered. Stepmoms are scary. I didn't get anything done all day. At night, I went home. Hung out at Old Joe's bar for a bit. Then sat on the curb smoking. When the streetlights turned on, a pair of red high heels suddenly appeared by my pile of cigarette butts. I looked up instinctively. Lixia was standing there. You came. I didn't get up. Just said hi. Not happy to see me? Of course you're welcome. I stood up. My landlord, Old Joe. Thanks to you, his bar isn't empty. What do you want to drink tonight? I want coffee, but you have to make it. Lixia picked a booth. Do I look like I know how to make coffee? Old Joe laughed behind the bar. Come on, I'll show you. A few minutes later, I brought coffee to Lixia. Sat across from her. Here you go, ma'am. Anything else you need? Need someone to chat with. What do you want to talk about? Seriously, who says that? He complained. Aren't you supposed to start the conversation? Not in the mood today. Barely ate all day. Too hungry to talk. What do you want to eat? Let me treat you. You don't feel like eating, so why are you here this late? Not just for a cup of coffee, right? Lixia let out a sigh. Duan Jingnan talked to me today. Duan Jingnan? Oh right, he's a big shareholder of Daike. His son, Duan Wentao, got beat up by Li Jiahao and me. What did he want? Still want to set you up with his son? The company's having a new shareholder vote. Choosing new chairman and CEO. Li Quanmin failed last time. But I was still removed from my post once. Now they're doing an official election. Duan Jingnan said. He supports me. He's on my side. And then? I'm guessing he had more reasons to see you. Duan Jingnan noticed I haven't been driving lately. Thinking of when I moved company money before. He gently asked if I sold my car to cover it up. Li Xia said. What did you tell him? I think Duan Jingnan's a sharp guy. He sipped his coffee. Just told him the truth. No point lying. He offered to buy me another car. That nice to you? He's got a good relationship with my dad. I call him Uncle Duan. But I politely turned him down. Subway works fine now. If I go out for work. The company has a car. I took a deep breath. I'll buy a lottery ticket tomorrow. If I win 5 million, I'll pay you back. Can you be more ambitious? He sneered. What guy puts his hope on the lottery? Isn't that a bit hopeless? I'm just saying. I don't want to hear it. Fine, I'll say something you like. You look really pretty today. Happy now? Li Xia shot me an annoyed glare. Take me for a walk in the old town. Isn't the old town lively at night? I've hardly ever walked around there. Let's go. I'll be your free tour guide. Guangzhou Old Town is really lively at night. Both sides of the stone path are full of snack stalls. Aunties are dancing in the square. Kids are laughing and playing. Li Xia was super interested in the street little trinkets. She was really into them. She stopped to check them out every few steps. Asked tons of questions but never bought anything. All I could do was chase after her. 2 kids ran right into us. Li Xia yelped in pain. The boy in front just said sorry and took off. Are you okay? That looked painful. I asked with concern. I twisted my ankle. Ouch, help me out. She had tears in her eyes. I put my arm around her waist to steady her. Let me check if it's serious. Should be fine. Just a little twist. I had her sit on a bench. Saw a lady selling cotton candy with a bike. Told her, wait here for me. Where are you going? Are you leaving me behind? Wait for me. I spent $5 on a huge cotton candy. When I came back, Li Xia was excited and covered her mouth. A bunch of people had gathered around. They thought I was confessing my love. Someone even took a video. Come on, make me look good. Just take it. I whispered. So many people are watching me. With tears in her eyes, Li Xia took the cotton candy, used it to cover her face, reached out to grab me. Come on, pull me up. So shy, it's my first time grabbing her hand. Her fingers are slim. Feels comfy holding them. With everyone looking at us. She stuck close to me as we walked. Think someone will post the video online? Confessing with cotton candy saves money compared to roses. I teased. How's that a confession? She scoffed. People love to exaggerate. Maybe they'll say bad guys are using cotton candy to trick girls. You're no little girl. She glared at me fiercely. I didn't dare say more. Back at the bar, I took Li Xia upstairs. My bedroom is on the left. Landlord Laojia's is on the right. How is your place this tiny? She asked, surprised. It's fine, this bed is 5 feet wide. As long as it's comfy to sleep. I don't have many clothes. 1 suitcase is enough. Why need a big room? I lay back on the bed. See? Without a mattress, it's super comfy. You want to try it? Surprisingly, Li Xia actually lay down like me. Her head rested right on my arm. Felt weird for a second. She tilted her head a little. Softly asked, does my arm hurt you? I bent my arm to hug her. Stared at the ceiling and asked, so? Isn't my bed comfy? Bet it's harder than your fancy Dutsai sweet bed. Li Xia lay in my arms. She scoffed, it's hard. Still call it comfy? Hard beds are good for your back. That's what Chinese medicine says. Keeps your spine healthy. I gently put my hand on her waist. Feels warmer hugging you, right? Why are you hugging me? She asked, but didn't move away, nor pushed my hand off. I pressed on. When a gorgeous girl with a great body hugs you, missing out would be lame. Gotta go for it. Oh, before I finished talking, Li Xia smacked my belly. I yelled in pain. She got up from bed, shot me an angry look, called me a creep and walked out. I rushed after her. Saw her leaning on the second floor's wooden railing, staring at the small abandoned pool below. What are you thinking? I went over to her. Assumed she was still mad. Already planned how to cheer her up. Chen Fan, look how pretty this pool is. She said quietly. The stone roads all around. If you plan rushes or club rush, set up some tables and chairs. Have tea and breeze here in the afternoon. That'd be wonderful. Great idea, sounds relaxing already. I agreed with her. How about you and Landlord Joe try it? Try opening a bar. At the back door, first floor. Put a shade on the roof. Add some chairs. I would totally love it here. Alright, I'll set it up for you. You can enjoy it whenever. I replied without thinking. Deal. Isn't Ditsai Sky Garden on the 8th floor the same? Why not enjoy it there? Too many people there. All guests staying. Can't really go during work hours. True. I'm heading back. Li Xia looked at me. I'll come find you when I'm free. Take me around the old town. And buy me cotton candy. No need to see me off. She just said one word, dummy. Her footsteps echoed in the stairwell. I leaned on the rail and stared at the pool, thinking planting aquatic plants might actually look nice. Next morning, I got ready to head out early. Landlord Joe was cleaning downstairs. Up early, got a new job? Nope. Heading to Donan Flower Market to buy some aquatic plant seeds. Why suddenly buy those? Yesterday Licia and I realized the pool downstairs can be used. Open up the back door. Put up an umbrella. Set tables, plant some greenery. Have tea in the afternoon. So comfy, Joe chuckled. You seem like a young guy who just fell for someone. Getting hints from the girl you like. And going all out. Don't talk nonsense, she'd never like me. What matters is you like her. If you do, go for it. Don't regret it. I scratched my head shyly. I'm inexperienced. Go get the seeds. I'll help you renovate when you're back. Joe's words got me fired up. But then I remembered how broken lame I am. Got nervous again. Like a toad dreaming of a swan. Still, I went. Just giving myself something to do. Next day, came downstairs after getting up. Saw. Joe had already set up a sun umbrella by the little pool. Hammocks and swings were placed neatly. Sunlight shone down, making it feel peaceful. I grabbed the watering can. Watered the plants in the bar. Joe lives like a total boss. Watering flowers, reading, painting, drinking. At noon, Joe cooked noodles. And added a fried egg. The two of us are facing each other. Feet up on the bench. We're eating messy food, soup splashing everywhere. Licia suddenly showed up. Are you really enjoying your meal? She looks at how we're eating. Can't help but ask. Want some too? Old Joe replies without thinking. There's still more in the kitchen pot. I already ate. Licia finds an excuse to check out the back. She's going to see our little pool. I tell her old Joe already set everything up. There are also bird eggs. What bird eggs? She's super curious. You'll know when you get there. I laugh. The bird egg is actually a hammock. It's really comfy. Licia walks to the back door in high heels. She stares at the pool, zoning out. So, old Joe's taste is pretty good, right? I ask her while standing next to her. It's great but just missing some landscape plants. Hold on, I scattered some seeds yesterday. They'll grow soon. She rolls her eyes. Only you would think of that. How long is it going to take? Buying ready-made plants is way more reliable. Winter's coming in a few months. Even if Kunming stays warm. Who would want to sit here then? Most people in Kunming don't have AC. In winter, homes are colder than outside. I just love soaking up the sun outside. I argue back. But inside, I'm quietly noting what she said. Licia suggests. Why don't we open a hotel in your hometown? Let your uncle and aunt run it. It's better than selling baked sweet potatoes on the street. I shake my head at opening a hotel. Better not, it costs too much. There aren't many people in small towns. Even if it's cheap, no customers means nothing. I know you mean well, but you can't just invest blindly. He still needs to return to Dekai for work. Before leaving, he says he'll pick me up early tomorrow. We'll go to the hospital together. After saying goodbye to him, I suddenly remember my dad's discharge day. I actually forgot. I sit by the window in the bar. Smoke, feeling totally lost. Life's my job. Life's stuck in a dead cycle. Old Joe sees what's on my mind. He quietly passes me a cigarette. Stays silent with me. While we're sitting, Chinmu calls. He brings shocking news. Nu's birth mother has been found. But she's already gone. She was killed by Dang Qiming. What makes it worse is, not long after, Dang Qiming committed suicide in detention. And Dang Jin's liar filed a lawsuit immediately. They pinned all the blame on Dang Qiming. The dead can't testify. Something feels off. He was forced to his death. I tell Chinmu. My biggest worry is Li Kwangmin. Those people might target Li Xia. Chinmu sees through me. He jokes on purpose. But I can't joke right now. Just want to make sure Li Xia is safe. I call Li Xia. Tell her to come to the bar. Let her meet Chinmu too. The two girls hit it off. Seeing Li Xia's relaxed smile, I feel a bit less anxious. That night, Li Xia takes me for a walk. We talk about Dang Qiming. She agrees with my guess. Chances are, Li Kwangmin did it. Dang Jin manages Dekai's finances. There's a lot of trouble. Li Kwangmin can't ignore it. She asks me to return to Dekai's security department. I gather my courage. I'm worried about you. Li Kwangmin is so ruthless. I want to stay by your side. Li Xia stops walking. She looks at me deeply. Then suddenly stands on tiptoe. Kisses my cheek. Blushing, she says, silly. My heartbeat goes crazy that moment. All my confusion and anxiety feel like they've found a home. Early next morning, Li Xia picks me up right on time. Brings breakfast. We head to the hospital together. Chen Xiaojia and Ini who are there too. Family rushing around. Li Xia totally acts down to earth. Even helps pack up stuff. My parents look at her with pure joy. On the way back to town, Li Xia stays with us the whole trip. Back to my hometown. She helps my mom clean and make dumplings. Busy and happy. No place to stay that night. Li Jiayu makes trouble on purpose. He takes the room. Li Xia gets a bit scared. She quietly asks if I'll stay tonight too. I'm a little scared alone. I nod. Stay with her at the nicest hotel in town. That night we share a bed. But always keep boundaries. She leans into my arms, talking about Dikai's problems, and how tired she is. I gently hug her. For the first time, I realize having someone with you feels so warm. After we return to Kunming, Li Xia surprises me. She gets me to be deputy director in Dikai's planning department. Handle the off-season promotion. At first I was nervous, afraid I'd mess up. But she kept encouraging me. Join me in meetings. Help me get settled. Work starts running smoothly. I slowly climbed out of my slump. I keep helping Chinmu pretend to be her fake boyfriend. And Li Xia always stays by my side. Supports me as I grow. Sticks with me through every problem. I'm not lost anymore. No more avoiding. Finally got brave. One evening at sunset, I hold Li Xia's hand. Seriously tell her, Xia, I used to always be unsure about my feelings. Till I met you. Now I know. You've always been what I wanted. Li Xia nods with a smile, her eyes sparkling. She squeezes my hand tight. Later on, we handled Dikai's internal power struggles together. Li Chuan Min's plot got exposed. He got what he deserved. My parents are living peacefully in the county. No more exhausting struggle. Qinwu found happiness too. Li Xia and I never had some dramatic confession scene. But we have a steady companionship. Every day we go to work at Dikai together. When we have time, we head back to Guangdong Old Town. Eat Ojo's noodles. Or sit by the little pool. Look at the seeds I planted. Watch them grow. Talk about everyday stuff. I used to think life would always stay gloomy. Until Li Xia showed up. Like a beam of light. Lighting up my confusion. Now I keep learning. Keep growing. I'll be a big tree one day. To shelter her from everything.